Good evening to Change of Pace Live, the home of Pakistani cricket commentary, with you live here for the National T20 Cup final. It's the big one tonight from Rawalpindi, and it's an immovable object versus an unstoppable force. It's Southern Punjab versus Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, one team that's here on complete dominance of the group stage, and the other that's mercurial and has picked up form in the latter part of the tournament. The lineups today are Southern Punjab won the toss and will bowl first here through Amir Yameen and Shan Masood, Hussain Talat, Zishan Ashraf, Soeb Maqsood, Khushdil Shah, Saif Badr, Muhammad Imran, Amir Yameen, Muhammad Abbas, Muhammad Ilyas, and Zahid Mahmood. So no major changes there. And with Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, it'll be Fakhr Zaman, Muhammad Rizwan, captain of the side, Muhammad Hafiz, Iftikhar Ahmed, Shoaib Malik, Musaddiq Ahmed, Asif Afridi, Wahab Riaz, Usman Shinwari, Shaheen Afridi, and Imran Khan Sr. The lineup for the Combox is myself, Masad Afzal, and alongside me, AZ Khwaja.
Assalamu alaikum, Musad, and welcome everyone on Change of Pace Live for the big game, the domestic mega event, as they like to say, the big final between Southern Punjab and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. 2 deliveries bowled already. Amir Yameen has gone for 3 runs. Rizwan has clipped one through mid-wicket for 2 runs. Fakhr has kicked a leg by. So gonna be a big exciting game, and Southern Punjab winning the toss, a key toss, and bowling first.
Yeah, they've been lucky with their tosses. Shan Masood's side as this continues big appeal. This should be given. No, he's just falling forward.
What a ball.
Muhammad Rizwan opening the batting has been struck in front by Amir Yameen, but I think it was just slightly outside off.
Slightly, yeah, hit impact outside.
Probably the only reason that Hassan's Raza's index finger hasn't gone up here. 3 for no loss after 3, and Zainab Izhar opening the comments
Zainab.
today.
Welcome.
Hello, Paisiyat. I'm watching the other stream today. Well, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the commentary. Welcome to Change of Pace Live, and welcome to the final of the National T20 Cup.
Just a tip to all of our Change of Paces. अगर आप Twitch पे जाएं और search करें Pakistan Cricket, there's a link. We are actually literally watching that link ourselves.
Yeah, because
आप लोग वो link लगा लें और हमारे साथ exactly synchronize हो
the other streams are well behind.
Stream अच्छी है.
Yep. Yameen going to continue here down the leg side. It's not the first time he's done that this over. It's a poor one. It's been trickled down to fine leg for 4. KP move on to 7 for no loss. And Amir Yameen's decent over is becoming a bit pear-shaped now.
Getting some big in-swing there, Amir Yameen, but a bit offline. Thodi si seedhi kara di. Went down the leg side. Just a kick, probably not even a leg glance, probably leg buys. And it runs away to the final boundary for 4. But look at the genuine movement Amir Yameen is getting.
Maghrabi Murd on Twitter, and we've asked him many a time to join us on the chat at changeofpacelive.com/matchday, but he's insisting on the tweet, so we'll read it out. He's saying, can Ramiz get anything right at the pitch report? He said the one who will win the toss will bat first, and obviously Shan Masood did the exact opposite. Well, that's a really weird observation from veteran commentator and analyst, because in Pindi you obviously always want to be chasing.
Why Ramiz Raja, he predicted the Champions Trophy final. Uske baad everything is A-okay. But look at that. Wow. Unbelievable waist kit that Ramiz.
What do you make of the nice
burgundy color?
Burgundy with Southern Punjab colors.
Wow. Unbelievable stuff.
Ramiz Raja is sporting today.
Zainab Izhar पूछिए, what the F happened to Northern? जवाब दें मुसाद अफजल, जवाब दें.
Well, it was a bad day at the office for them from the get-go, from the toss actually. They won and elected to bat first, which was a weird decision for Pindi, a ground that is so prolific for chasing sides. I didn't understand that decision, and from there it just went south. Bowling was a bit poor. Southern Punjab were
यार अगर आपने 6
in.
वर्ल्ड क्लास बॉलर खिलाने थे तो आपको पहले बॉलिंग करनी चाहिए थी.
Yeah.
उनको रिस्ट्रिक्ट करते.
You always go with your strength first, and that's a rule of cricket.
Zishan has joined us, Zain M has joined us, and of course Zainab is already there. Thank you guys for joining us. बड़ा मैच है डोमेस्टिक का, और of course हम हमारे साथ मिल के देखें तो मज़ा भी आता है. We should be passionate about our cricket, especially keeping these guys in mind जब PSL playoffs होने वाले हैं.
Yep.
After the Zimbabwe tour, और उसके फौरन बाद draft भी उसी महीने हो जाएगा. I'm getting reports.
Since the
sources मुझे बता रहे थे.
Since the Faisal Bank T20 days, Khwaja, have you ever seen a domestic tournament with this much hype?
Shout out to PCB for providing, online देखने के chances हैं.
Yeah.
काफ़ी discussion है, काफ़ी content create कर रहे हैं, और लोग भी enjoy कर रहे हैं यार.
It's a good tournament, and I think with all the PCB's effort and everything, if the cricket is bad, nobody's going to watch it. The key thing in this tournament... Oh, down the track! Fakhr Zaman has talked this over long on for the first 6 of the day. And that is a difficult welcome for Muhammad Abbas, the veteran human metronome test bowler who's been greeted by his fellow a teammate from the Pakistan side by a huge shot over long on for 6. He's come down the track to the fast bowler. It's not an easy thing to do, but he's done it with quite ease and comfort.
Hashtag intent.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of that on show right now.
लगाइए यार, जबरदस्त. And Abbas immediately being put under pressure with the new ball. उनको पता है Abbas को हमें bowling करने देंगे तो हम पे हावी हो जाएगा.
That's a good tactic.
सीधा counter attack.
Yeah, it's a good tactic from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa because they know that Mohammad Abbas is not the quickest of the lot, but he is very accurate. So throw him off of that line and length, and you'll definitely be in business, which is exactly what Fakhar Zaman's done here. 13 for no loss after 1.1. Live from Rawalpindi, you are listening to Change of Pace Live, the home of Pakistani cricket commentary.
All Might कह रहे हैं hashtag Daleri 6.
That is a Daler 6. I definitely will agree to that. All Might. Abbas this time outside off, and it's a driven well, beats the infield, but it won't go for 4. They could come back for 3 here if they run hard enough, and they don't. It'll just be 2. Still very.
I think Pindi का ये है कि either you get 2 or you get 4. There's no 3s.
There's no 3s on show in Pindi. Just not big enough is the.
Zainam is asking a good question. You guys think all the overseas players will come for the PSL playoffs or only? Wasim Khan ने उस interview में कहा था Zainab के साथ that most of them are coming, but some की वो IPL से कोई clash होगा या कोई international commitment.
We're not clashing with the Indian domestic league.
यार वो 10th तक खत्म हो जाएगी लेकिन फिर हम 14th को शुरू करें फिर quarantine और ये सब चीजें it could be an issue.
Could be. But if they get their nose tests in on time.
हाँ. Hopefully,
I don't know how this works.
मतलब कराची के players ने तो tweet कर दिया था we are ready.
Good delivery from Mohammad Abbas. Not really overcorrecting with the full length delivery. He's a little bit of a conversation with Fakhar Zaman. Maybe asking him to go at him again. And we've seen Abbas in the media and off the pitch. He's a very nice guy, but with ball in hand, you don't want to be on the wrong side of him.
But bada match hai, of course your nerves get frayed. Big names. I was just counting the squad list. At least 12 international खिलाड़ी ये final खेल रहे हैं. तो हाँ मारना फिर तू. Good stuff from Abbas. Those big guys.
That's nice to see. Despite their the fact that they're colleagues and teammates, a little bit of banter is nice.
भाई बड़ा final हमेशा बड़ा final ही होता है. जिस level पे भी आप खेलो. Oh, overthrows from Southern Punjab. That's
criminal
stuff, yaar. Kya kar rahe ho?
Fast bowler's going to be fuming. He's already been hit for 6, and now they're giving away overthrows on his bowling.
चलो in one aspect चलो strike rotate हो गई अब Rizwan obviously इतना aggressive play नहीं है.
Yeah.
But there have been यार एक Pandora's box अब खोली देते हैं.
Let's do this. The first.
वो जो अजहर अली और तारिक सईद की conversation हो रही थी कल.
Yeah.
अब आप असद शफीक और अजहर अली दोनों के बहुत बड़े fan.
Yeah.
तो what did you feel about
second hand
embarrassment? बहुत लोगों ने bash किया अजहर अली को यार कि
That's how I felt. Second hand embarrassment. Azhar is a classy gent. Someone who will be long remembered as one of the great batsmen of Pakistan.
He got कुछ ज़्यादा ही वो prickly हो गए थे.
I have never seen Azhar that defensive. Even in his batting, he's more aggressive.
मतलब आपको उसकी सफाई देने की जरूरत नहीं थी, but उसने खुद ही दे दी. Why man?
It was a bit over the top, to be honest.
बहुत ही अजीब conversation थी.
You know, we had this conversation I think in the innings break as well yesterday. Everybody's got to go one day. I mean, you see the likes of Umar Gul retiring. He was one of the greatest of all times. So if he's got to go, then Asad Shafiq's definitely got to go one day.
100%.
Abbas continuing much better in line, but hits Rizwan high on the pad. Fakhar Zaman very eager.
अच्छा over करा गया उस 6 के बाद.
Yeah. Fakhar Zaman eager to get back on strike, but the run declined. 16 for no loss after 1.4. I'll go back to that Tariq Saeed conversation. First of all, shout out to Tariq Saeed. Wonderful.
You put him on the spot.
Conversation curator. He knows how to ask the questions and put people, and a little bit of commentary is about making.
यार एक और बात करें तारिक सईद और वसीम भाई की जो conversations रही हैं this they have been the best moment of the tournament. इनकी हर chat इतनी मजेदार होती है.
Second only to our commentary.
Honestly, it felt like कि वो change of pace पे बैठे हुए हैं और गप्पे मार रहे हैं. वसीम भाई अपनी stories, अपने glory days की story सुना रहे हैं. It was really a fun part of the tournament.
Oh, beats him. It comes down the track, Rizwan, but can't really get to the pitch of the delivery there.
What was he trying to do? Was he trying to back cut, French cut the ball?
I think he was just trying to play it down to third man, and he just couldn't do it. Mackenzie saying some guys are missing today.
Neil Mackenzie भाई भी आ गए वापस.
Yeah, and all my saying Musad will make us cry
Zishan
again.
पूछ रहे हैं any talent discovered. भाई आप खुद discover हुए
Zishan Ashraf, Abdullah Siddiq,
Zishan Malik, Ali Zishan,
Danish Aziz, I would say.
Yes, 100%.
So Danish Aziz, Abdullah Shafiq. You know what's been interesting about this very Pakistani tournament is that we haven't really discovered too many fast bowlers or bowlers. But I think because there was so many young ones coming into the tournament already, you got your Hasnains and your Musas and your Freedies and even Ilyas. We've seen him.
वही है ना, आपको 4-5 मिल जाते हैं, वो continue करें.
Exactly, and we've seen Ilyas in the Sprite FC.
Arshad Iqbal was not bad. He played a few games for KP and of course for KK last year. Under 19 के bowler है, काफी decent bowler.
What about that fast bowler that Lahore Qalandars had? He was very tall, quite long strides coming in.
Salman Irshad.
Yeah.
यार I think वो थोड़ा सा वो बस LQ product
inside edge onto the pads.
इतना serious level. But I do believe he is in one of these teams.
Also somebody named Irfan. You guys had someone named Irfan? Or?
यार वो मोहम्मद इरफान जूनियर था, वो बेचारा क्लब क्रिकेट खेलने चला गया
Australia. Make some of those Australian
Zain am making good point. I think Akif got unlucky with his injury. हाँ यार उसका बहुत chance है. He was bowling really well. A bit of a knee sprain, I believe. उसका अभी तक कोई एग्जैक्ट हमें डिटेल्स नहीं मिली, लेकिन मैंने आपको डाइवर्ट कर दिया. आप तारिक सईद और अजहर अली की बात कर रहे थे.
Yeah, and I think I'll get to that after this delivery. Amr Yameen, right arm over. He's into his second over. KP 16 for no loss. Down the leg side, it's going to be punished. That's the third time he's done that this evening, and in the final, that is unacceptable. Fakhr's going to cash in all day, all night. That's another boundary. KP moved to 20 for no loss.
आमिर यमीन का ये इनिशियल स्पेल बहुत की है. ही हैज टू बी राइट ऑन द मनी. 2 बॉल आप लेग साइड के पे दे चुके हो ऑलरेडी. एक चौका फाइन लेग का पड़ गया और एक और आपने दे दिया. और फखर जमान को अगर आप स्टार्ट दे दोगे, ही इज अ वेरी डेंजरस बैट्समैन इन दीस सर्कमस्टेंसेस.
Now I feel like Azhar Ali was a little bit overcorrective and over defensive, and he actually I thought he was flustered, which he doesn't get often.
वो तारिक सिंह जज्बाती हो रहे हैं.
And I think that was because
we are going to incorporate that dialogue. जब भी मुसाद हाइप होंगे ना, मैं कहूँगा जज्बाती हो रहे हैं.
Inside edge, and it just beats off stump, goes to the keeper. I'm not sure what Fakhr was trying to do there. There was no run on offer.
Overthrow there, क्या हो गया?
And no overthrow this time. 2 things that I want to mention about that conversation. One was that Azhar has been someone that's been dropped and a little bit disgraced from the T20 format. Especially through
थोड़ा chip on the shoulder.
Lahore Qalandars kind of, so he probably has a little bit to say.
एक साल आप लाहौर कलंदर के कैप्टन थे, फिर आप PSL से बाहर हो गए.
Exactly. So I'm pretty sure he doesn't feel greatly about that, and so he probably saw himself in that conversation. And with Asad Shafiq, they probably have an intimate relationship by now, considering the amount of time they spend on and off the field together. Down the track this time, Fakhr Zaman, a wild hoik across the line. And they'll come through for a single. That was not a single. That's
Fakhr Zaman playing a short a minute, bhai. Usne nahi rukna aaj.
The difference between Heather Ali and Fakhr Zaman, they both play a shot a minute, but Heather just knows how to play them.
यही बात है.
So
he loses his shape, Ed Sheeran style, बहुत ज़्यादा.
Yeah, cricket over from Twitter saying. I think
just going past the next time.
Mentioning that Ahmed Bashir from Central Punjab.
He was also decent.
8 wickets in 4 matches, definitely.
And he has a very good first class record. I was surprised, but I think वो थोड़ा सा regional matches ज़्यादा खेले हैं उसने. Lahore Blues, Lahore Whites, वो अब थोड़ी अगर department तो चलो अब खत्म हो गया, अब अगर second 11 से अब main 11 में आ जाए तो he is a good prospect.
Amr Yameen going to continue here. Mohammad Rizwan now on strike. He's just got 2. Fakhr Zaman on 13. KP on 21 for no loss. It's down the leg side, and he whips this to short fine leg for just a canter of a single.
वैसे देखा जाए तो ओवर में बच बचाव करा ही दिया आमिर यमीन ने भी चौका खाने के बाद.
Yeah, despite that awful delivery.
No loss after 2.5. ये भी अगर डॉट बॉल करा ले तो I think he'll be all right. He should be okay.
Now, we always talk about knockout tournaments and the meritocracy of cricket, which is a fickle game often. Southern Punjab, I was actually looking back at their run in this tournament, and a lot of people have said that it's been a bit serendipitous, and they've come back from down under. But they've actually not, because they've actually clicked exactly at the right time.
Peaked at the right time.
We've seen it with Islamabad United in the PSL. Sometimes they're lurking at the bottom and
then they spring up.
Exactly. And they spring up and a bit like the corner tiger, and they come back right at the perfect moment and end up winning the tournament. You still have the opportunity in a month or less than a month actually. But the key conversation around Southern Punjab is that their resurgence has not been dependent on specific individuals, rather a collective. And again, the captain and the coach will get credit for that.
और इतने fashionable players नहीं है. शोएब मकसूद try कर चुके हैं.
Exactly.
ये वो मुल्तान सुल्तान छोटी टीम के मुल्तान बेयर्स जो हमारी पुरानी टीम होती थी रीजनल, उसके प्लेयर्स हैं आदे आमिर यमीन और ये वो मोहम्मद इरफान.
And I think it was the other day, I think it was Shan Masood in the post-match interview that said in Urdu, and Urdu clearly is not his strong point. Much better batsman than he is a speaker in Urdu. but he says कि बड़े players की मतलब ज़रूरत नहीं होती. It's all about the team chemistry, and I think they finally nailed that because the bowlers have come back strong, the batsmen have come back strong. Remember, they chased 200 plus against Sindh, and they chased that 160 plus within 12 overs.
Shot by Rizwan. Look at that back cut screaming away, but very good fielding by Khushdil Shah. Yaar, well done at third man. Saved a certain boundary.
LQ की नहुसत ही इतनी थी, कोविड ने आना था. Zainab Izhar, the Karachi Kings fan.
वो तो एक वो चिमगादड़ की गलती है, हमारी क्या गलती है उसकी.
And Hasib is chiming in.
Shout out to Wuhan.
No shout out to that province of China at the moment, but Hasib is saying Zaid from Southern Punjab is also
very good.
bowling
He bowled
well
really
in the
well.
second leg.
वो actually फजल महमूद के पोते हैं, हमने ये रूमर चला दिया, अब आप लोग भी चला दें. Look at that hair, sensational, और आज भी bowling कराएंगे.
Yeah, Maghribi Murd on Twitter echoing those thoughts as well. What about the Brill Cream guy? That is Zahid Mahmood. He is the gent that we're referring to.
अच्छी बात है यार, वो भी थोड़ा सा he got lost in domestic, but he had a strong season last year. फिर QG ने उनको PSL में भी ड्राफ्ट किया और अब नेशनल T20 में भी परफॉर्म करें. So I think he will be a really good pick. Honestly, अगर मैं लाहौर कलंदर्स का एक ड्राफ्ट किंग होता, मैं definitely I would look at Danish Aziz, I would look at Zahid Mahmood, these kind of guys.
Just the one thing about Zahid Mahmood, and I think it's a little bit unfair of me to bring this up, but I will regardless. The leg spinner, as a leg spinner, I know it's very difficult to be consistent, but he still has 2 or 3 bad balls in the 6. Which is not going to be that's a pull shot from Fakhr Zaman, and there's nobody at deep square leg. That'll be a 4. The boundaries are leaking here from Southern
मुझे
Punjab.
लग रहा है कि अब्बास को mentally destabilize कर दिया Fakhr Zaman.
That down the track 6, and he actually got him talking, and Mohammad Abbas not the most
मतलब short ball ठीक थी, लेकिन it's not your strength अब्बास, आप तो आगे खिलाने वाले बॉलर हो. And he had plenty of time just to swivel and nicely execute that pull shot. Good shot there from Fakhr Zaman.
Yeah, Mohammad Abbas is not the most vocal bowler, but the fact that he's so animated this evening means that Fakhr Zaman has gotten under his skin. But yeah, about Brill Cream Boy, about Fazal Mahmood. Sorry, not Fazal Mahmood, Zahid Mahmood. It is important to remember.
वो Brill Cream man है, ये Brill Cream Boy है.
Brill Cream Boy, yeah. It is important to remember that
quick single
he needs to be a lot more consistent to be in Pakistan.
यार वो तो ठीक है, of course. अब टेस्ट लेवल पे जाने के लिए तो आपको बहुत ही ज़्यादा एक्यूरेट होना पड़ेगा. But यार, it's these kind of number 6, number 7, these kind of unknowns that PSL अगर आपकी टीम में होना, ये 1-2 लड़के जैसे नवाज था, जैसे एजाज चीमा था, जैसे हसन अली था ज़ल्मी के लिए.
Cheems winning that game against Peshawar Zolmi in the knockout at the Dubai International. What a game that was. The Cheems, we always remember the Quetta faithful.
और वो जो इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड के लिए उमर खालिद, क्या नाम था उसका, खालिद उमर, that left arm spinner, he was man of the tournament. Who knew?
Khan, you mean?
उमर खालिद था, वो left arm spinner था. I forgot his name now, और वो तो गायब भी हो गया.
Down the track again, a wild hoik across the line from Rizwan this time. And the Pashtun power between Rizwan and Fakhr looks in good touch today.
यार देखिए, उन्होंने 32 रन्स कर लिए हैं, मतलब उन्होंने चौके मारे हैं और उनको फ्री एक्स्ट्रास भी मिले, लेकिन अभी भी they haven't gotten away from Southern Punjab. अभी भी कंट्रोल में ही है.
It's just 8 and over, which is not much in the power play. You're looking for 50 to 60 at the end of those 6. And especially in Pindi where the boundaries are small and the people are nice. 32 for no loss after 3.5.
और यार पिंडी वही बात है, जाहिद महमूद इस ग्राउंड पे ऐसी बॉलिंग करा रहे, which is so tough. टॉप एज जाके वो स्टैंड में जाके बॉल गिरती है, तो इस पे उसने आके 3 विकेट लगा के माइटी नॉर्दर्न को लिटा दिया. That was
as important it is.
Superlative effort.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, on back foot this time, dabbed away to short third man for a single. 33 for no loss after 4. Zahid Mahmood is one of those key members of Southern Punjab, and the reason being that I think every good T20 side, whether it's through Rashid Khan or Shahid Afridi,
leg spinner to must have,
you need that leg spinner or Shadab Khan. But at the same time, leg spinner must have, but it's very difficult to be a leg spinner. So it's one of those.
Taimur bata rahe, Imran Khalid was his name. Yes,
Imran Khalid, yeah.
And he took like, I don't know, like 17 wickets or something in that PSL. Out of nowhere उसने आके फिर इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड को भाई फाइनल जिता गए, ये वो जिता गया. You know, you need those glue guys, the glue guys जैसे कहते हैं NBA में, जो आपके 7-8
Alex Caruso,
उस किस्म के प्लेयर आपको चाहिए जो इमर्जिंग भी नहीं है और गोल्ड प्लेटिनम भी नहीं है, और वो आके आपको ना सिल्वर में जाके ओवर परफॉर्म करके दे.
And at the same time, you know,
Umaid Asif is another good name. Amir Yamin is a good name.
But Umaid Asif was fairly prolific in first class cricket.
ये सब
coming into the tournament,
but थोड़ा सा PSL थोड़े से elevated level पे आगे टीवी के सामने bright lights के सामने आके
you have international superstars playing alongside you. You had Mohammad Asghar and the likes playing against Kevin Peterson at some point at Sharjah.
और इतने साल लाहौर के पास वो ग्लू गाय नहीं था, अब हमें जाके सोहेल अख्तर हमें ग्लू गाय
Your
मिला
glue guy
और
is
हमने
your
उसको डायरेक्ट
captain.
कैप्टन बना
Your glue guy is your captain. Alex Caruso is your captain essentially.
यही बात है.
But Caruso, another great player, and LeBron speaks highly of him. But one thing that we also talk about, Khwaja, is as the fifth over here, continuing full-length delivery from Ilyas now, the first bowling change of the evening, as Amr Yamin will make way for Mohammad Ilyas. यार फुटबॉल की आज बात ना करना, मेरा बड़ा दिल दुखा है.
यार मैंने कल रात को हाइलाइट्स देखे थे वैसे.
Unbelievable.
उसने एक हाउलर नहीं 2 हाउलर किए थे.
But to be honest, Zuma at fault as well. 34 for no loss. That header backwards is not on. We talked about this in a couple of episodes on our podcast, one with Bazid, one amongst ourselves.
जी.
The economies of cricket outside of international cricket, outside of the greens and whites of Pakistan. So even if, Danish Aziz or Zayed Mahmood or Umayyad Asif is a perfect example, don't go out and play for Pakistan, they still should be able to make bank
100%
through the PSL and other competitions like this. And make a living for themselves, because that's the only way the sport will grow. Outside off, slashed hard, and it'll go straight to point for no run.
यार देखिए ठीक है, हमारे साउथ एशिया में हम जीते और मरते हैं क्रिकेट पे, लेकिन इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि हम बस वो अपने, it should not be the point of your life. It should be a profession. It should be a game.
You should be able to make money.
इंग्लैंड में वो जैसे कहते हैं प्रोफेशनल क्रिकेटर्स, ऐसे होना चाहिए कॉन्सेप्ट यार. जरूरी नहीं है कि हर बंदा पाकिस्तान खेल जाए. 11-15 लड़के सिलेक्ट होते हैं और आपकी 200 मिलियन की पॉपुलेशन है, वो हाफ ऑफ देम आर obsessed with cricket.
Just give you a great example of that. Who's somebody who's done both of those things is Marcus Trescothick, one of my favorite
बिल्कुल यार, वो अभी तक डोमेस्टिक खेल रहा है.
I mean, he just retired this season, but up until last year, down the track this time, across the line, and he connects one bounce to the man at mid wicket. But finally, they have some protection on that
यार
side.
एलिस्टर कुक अभी तक खेल रहा है.
Exactly.
उसने 100 मारा है बॉब विलिस फाइनल में.
Now, and I don't want to be cliched in the fact that we're going to go and start shitting on Pakistani cricket culture,
but we should.
You don't really see that happening in our country, like somebody retiring from test match cricket.
यार अगर कामरान अकमल फुल डेडिकेशन के साथ खेल रहा है, आपको क्या प्रॉब्लम है? इमरान फरीद खेल रहा है,
Kami is the only.
I'm just saying, जो भी पुराने खेल रहे हैं, आपको क्या प्रॉब्लम है? वो एंजॉय कर रहे हैं अपनी क्रिकेट, अपनी टीम के लिए परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं. उनके कोच उनको सेलेक्ट कर रहा है, उनकी टीम उनको सेलेक्ट करी. व्हाई डू यू हेट ऑन देम फॉर व्हाट? उनको खेलने दो क्रिकेट यार, उनका पैशन है. इसमें क्या बुराई है? एक आप प्रोफेशनल, आप इंडस्ट्रीज क्रिएट करो ना यार, कि आप क्रिकेट आपकी एक बहुत बड़ी इंडस्ट्री है, आप उसको क्यों डिप्लीट कर रहे हो? 35 for no loss after 4.3. Ilyas back of length, cut away. Beautiful shot by Moriz.
That is exquisite because it's been manufactured. The ball was good.
हल्का पुल्का shot.
Yeah. That is a tuck shot if there was any, but we're not getting paid by this.
Tuck. Whoa. अब मिसबा आप क्रिटिसाइज कर रहे हैं यार हमारे हेड कोच और सेलेक्टर और फेरोन को और प्राइम मिनिस्टर को. How dare you, Musa?
President and Prime Minister, Chief of Army
Staff.
छोड़
दी. वो भी तरला मिनता करके छुड़वा दी. वो भी पता नहीं कैसे ये मौजा हो गया. पाकिस्तान का वर्ल्ड कप जीतने से बड़ा मौजा है कि मिज़बान एक ओहदा छोड़ दिया पाकिस्तान.
That might be a domino effect because the policy that they've introduced is about conflict of interest. So there's a few other positions and people out there.
अच्छा, only Ramiz bhai is rocking that burgundy waist kit. Everybody else in those.
He's repping the Southern Punjab tonight.
Looking nice, looking spiffy.
What do you make of Shawar Kameez?
Shawar
Kameez rocker?
I'm an SK dude.
Oh yeah, you're an SK dude?
All the way.
You're a Sarkil Khan?
Oh yes.
39 for no loss. Pull away this
Imagine
time.
being a United fan.
By Rizwan. Which United? Islamabad or Man United?
दोनों ही.
40 up for Khyber Pakhtunkhwa inside 5 overs. And if you're listening in, Sarkil, I think even Islamabad United are out of the tournament, so it's been a poor season of sport for him.
Pindi is definitely their elephant graveyard, जो Lion King में होती है. इधर आके ही जलील हो जाते हैं. मुल्तान में सारे मैच जीत के इधर आके.
Which is their home ground.
Exactly.
Remarkably enough, 41 for no loss, but 4.5 overs gone. Rizwan and Fakhr going along nicely, but nothing too out of the box in this partnership. Besides a couple of wild
out of control,
slots.
कोई काम नहीं हुआ अभी तक.
Drive at a bit of a leading edge that goes to cover for no run.
Good यार, अभी भी बच बचाव करा लिया. 41 for no loss after 5 overs. They've not gone out of control. कोई दोनों बैट्समैन भी इतने ज़्यादा सेट भी नहीं लग रहे.
Yeah, Zain alluding to some media management saying खेलें, but stupid interviews ना दें. Like that Kamran Akmal interview where he said कि मैं क्या करूँ अपने किट जला दूँ.
वो तो मिज़बा ने कहा था.
यार वो तो
way back in the day.
I think even Yunus has said अपने आप को गोली मार दो या ऐसी वैसी बातें तो हम तो हमारी तो होती रहती.
यार एक्सप्रेशन है यार, कोई बात नहीं.
Abdullah Ansari alluding to some Twitch stream. That's where we're watching off of probably, so it is what it is.
Naseeb keh rahe hain, Azhar not being on the comms today has something to do with the argument. I think, I don't know.
Yeah, I doubt that's the case. I doubt that's the case.
आ ही जाएंगे वो, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है.
Azhar is a classy guy. I've never seen him that flustered, honestly, on and off the field. So that was a rare moment.
Pulled away, smashed through mid wicket. One bounce into the ropes. Abbas being given the hammer by Fakhar Zaman. Gandhi ball, back of a length, nothing behind that ball. और आप दायरे में अभी तक over करा दे. There's not going to be a mid wicket for you.
The only way
lashed it through mid wicket.
Honestly, the only way to describe that shot is powerful. That is a lot of Thor's hammer behind that through mid wicket.
यार एक तो ये वीक 4 में खुश होने वाली कौम है. The audacity of you. कितने भी वीक हो गए हैं प्रीमियर लीग के 6 हो गए हैं 7.
Wait, did you guys lose last night?
हमारा ड्रॉ हो गया था.
Cut away this time, straight to point for no run. 45 for no loss after 5.1.
ये अपने mod powers abuse कर रहे हैं. इनके mod powers remove किए जाए. How dare you?
45 for no loss after 5.2.
लेकिन वो फर्नांडिस ने अच्छा गोल मारा था. I must admit.
That last goal, the third one?
वो रैशफोर्ड का अच्छा था. सेकंड गोल भी उन्होंने
No,
टीम मूव थी.
The third goal, right?
रैशफोर्ड का लास्ट गोल था ना.
No, Rashford didn't score last night.
He did.
He did? He scored the fourth. They won 4-1 at the end.
4-1 हाँ.
And I think Wan Bissaka also scored.
हाँ उसने भी नॉर्मल गोल मारा था. लेकिन सेकंड अच्छा गोल.
There was one Bruno goal that was quite nice, yeah. Just opens the face of the bat to the point region for a single. 46 for 1.
टीमू साहब ने तो बिल्कुल ही आग लगा दी थी. It was shit defending by Southampton.
Yeah, it was a poor defensive display. Anytime you've got 3-3, it usually means that there's trouble at the back.
What the fuck? Deep cuts hashtag. But let's get back to the game. 5.3 overs bowled. Mohammad Abbas still once again जब boundary खा ले उसके बाद he's stringing together some economical deliveries. 46 for no loss after 5.3. This game is setting up to be a very nice thriller match.
Yeah, Fakhar 13, Rizwan 13 and Fakhar 26. So they're going along at a pretty brisk pace here, but this opens the face to short third man. Bit of a fumble and they'll take no run.
नहीं लिया. अच्छा हुआ. चलो रन तो रोक लिया. बट रिजवान अब वही हम कल आपने एक सजेशन दिया था कि यार इसको जिम्बाब्वे की सीरीज है, लेट्स ट्राई रिजवान.
Yeah, why not?
बट अब हमें इशू वो नजर आ रहा है ना, ओवर द टॉप वो शॉट नहीं मारेगा. और बाबर भी हमें पता है थ्रू द कवर्स ही इज गोना बीट द गैप्स. सो दैट इज वेयर आई हैव अ बिट ऑफ पुश बैक. यार हमें एक प्योर टुल्ला चाहिए जिशान अशरफ जैसा जो ऊपर से 6 मारे और वो भी कीपर है. बट कीपर ओपनर आई थिंक T20 में हमें बहुत वाइटली चाहिए. आई थिंक वी कैन नॉट स्टेप बैक फ्रॉम दैट आइडिया. वरना हम डिलिबरेटली हमेशा अपनी टीम वीक खिला रहे हैं.
What a shot that is! Mohammad Rizwan and picked this up and it's going to go all the way for 6 over square leg, and it was just a very wristy shot. That not a lot of power behind it, just timing and a bit of a flick that went all the way for 6.
Mohammad Abbas once again straying in his line.
So more to fine leg, square leg.
Too straight. और रिजवान के कलाइयों का कातिलाना उपयोग. Look at that shot. Beautiful. And he just flicked it over fine leg for a massive 6 in the 50.
Shout out to Bazit. Partnership comes up 52 off 35. Good going here for KP. Some comments coming in. As Zainab is saying, Daler Qaum ki nishani hai ye jazbatiyat. That is a fair point. But quick critic, that is a bit of a tongue twister, that name. Inside edge gets lodged into Rizwan's pad, so there will be no single there. But he's made a good point here, something that I alluded to yesterday about not the best idea to have current players commentating as regulars. Guest appearances are as far as should go.
Yeah, लेकिन Broad भी आता है उनके मैचेस में, Henderson भी आता है.
Yeah, but those are guest.
It depends on you.
But those are guest appearances.
ये चलो कोई बात नहीं यार.
So the occasionally is fine, but I feel like there is a little bit of conflict of interest when you have a current test captain, not even your player, a current test captain regularly.
नहीं, I think ये purely अजहर का misstep था कि आप diplomatically जवाब दे देते. तारिक सईद ने इतना भी आपको इंटेरोगेशन नहीं कर रहे थे.
At the end of the day, it was just a selection question.
हाँ,
इतनी कोई बड़ी बात नहीं थी.
वो कहते थे यंगस्टर हैं कुछ मेहनत करें.
But I think what really got to Azhar,
he got very defensive.
Yeah, and I think because he saw himself in that situation.
यार वो तो डीप कट्स हमें नहीं पता वो क्या सोच रहा है. वो
you know me and Azhar we get along, we go back. But Tariq
but the point is he got unnecessarily bashed and he deserved it, to be quite honest.
I don't think, and also to be honest, Azhar has earned
मसला ये ट्विटर पे एक्टिव भी है तो अपने मेंशंस भी पढ़ता होगा. उसको पता है लोग क्या कह रहे हैं.
But to be honest, like Azhar has gotten so much respect from Pakistani fans that this is not going to really dent anything. It's just a blip at the maximum.
Maybe.
But याद थोड़ी रखेंगे इसको. Whatever, it's not a big deal. I feel like even we are spending a little bit too much time on it. 53 for no loss after 8.1.
यार अब पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट में आजकल
6.1, sorry.
ये टीम इतनी डिप्लोमेटिक और पॉलिटिकली करेक्ट है तो टॉकिंग पॉइंट्स कम ही मिलती हैं. वो वाले दिन गए अफरीदी रज़ाक यूसुफ वाले, तो अब जब मिलते तो हमें थोड़ा डिस्कस तो करना पड़ेगा. After all, कौमी हीरो है हमारे.
Taimur is throwing a spanner in the mix here about the Babar Azam at 3 equation. We'll come to that in a second. As Zahid Mahmood, the Brill Cream boy, has started his spell in 2 balls into this spell, and he's kept it tight so far. Coming back for 2, and I think they've stolen that single. They'll go upstairs.
यार double कैसे होने दे रहे हो इस पिंडी ग्राउंड में यार? That's poor fielding. But maybe Fakhr has made it. Maybe he hasn't. Zishan Ashfaq तो इतने confident नहीं लग रहे. A big run out appeal. अगर इधर run out हो जाए तो
no, I think they've made it.
चस्का आ जाएगा जरूर.
Fakhr's fairly quick between the wickets.
He's halfway on the pitch when the throw's coming in. Zishan Ashfaq. Oh, good
could
dive,
be out.
Rizwan.
That could be out.
Look at that dive यार.
That's brilliant.
आप आजम खान की कल की dive compare करें इसके साथ.
यार athleticism compare नहीं करें. It's a ridiculous notion.
आजम में से तो 2 Rizwan निकल आएंगे.
No, that's a brilliant dive though.
Look at that, man.
Oh, but he's out. I think he's out, Khwaja.
यार ये जो बैट इन द एयर वाला ये मुझे इतना बुरा लगता है ना ये
no, but I think even that's not.
अब वो ग्रेविटी से थोड़ी है वो.
What is that decision though? Is that out or
देखो
not?
ना यार उसके बैट बल्ला क्रॉस कर गया.
Okay, but is it out or not?
यार ये इनकी तो FPS बहुत कम है.
Because it's literally between frames. We're literally struck.
I think he's in. He's fine.
I think we're stuck.
अब वो पिक्सल ही इतने नहीं कि हम बता पाएं कि बैट हवा में या जमीन पे, तो हम क्या कर सकते हैं.
Alright, let's ask the comments. Is this out or not? Make your decision before it shows up on
नहीं,
our...
not out है यार, पहुंच गया है वो, देखो बल्ला क्रॉस कर गया.
I think it's 50-50 because the action happens. I reckon it happens between frames.
तो between frame हम कहाँ से लाएं फिर हम? Frameception करें हम कैसे लाएं?
Frameception, not out is the verdict in the comments, and not out is
not out.
Yeah, that's fair enough. A little bit of benefit of doubt to the batsman. Now
रिजवान खड़े रहे लेकिन फखर आउट हो जाए फिर मैच में मजा आएगा.
Let me go back to Timur's comment here.
क्या कह रहे हैं?
He's saying Fakhr and Rizwan look like they complement each other well, and he doesn't want to disturb Babar to try that combination. But you have advocated for Babar at 3.
लेकिन #लेकिन अब हैदर अली आ गए हैं तो हमारे नंबर 3 स्पॉट.
Yes, the attack assassin needs to be played somewhere.
अगर वो 3 पे
what about him at 4? But he's fine if he played at 4 again.
वो तो जहाँ मर्जी उसको खिला लो, लेकिन 3 I think it suits him. क्योंकि इधर नॉर्दर्न के लिए भी वो 3 पे खेल रहा है.
I told you I should have written that team down from last night because that was a good team that I came up with. Big shot this time, straight down the ground, but it'll just clear the infield and it'll go all the way for 4. Bit of a poor fielding effort despite the full length dive at long off, but 4 nonetheless. And
Zain M कह रहे 180 फाइनल स्कोर. I think अगर 174 तक का कोई उनको टारगेट मिल जाए ना, मैच जबरदस्त हो जाए.
Yeah, listen, anything above 170 plus, you've got a game on your hands for sure.
दोनों तरफ चैलेंजिंग गेम हो जाए.
One of the key features of this tournament, and I think that's what's made it a big success.
इलियास, good effort यार, बच्चा फील्डिंग तो जोर मारता है, बस पहुंचा नहीं.
Yeah, Zahid Mahmood can continue here. This time a sweep that goes to short fine leg for no run from Fakhr
यार
Samad.
हमने देखा है बार-बार वो एक बाउंड्री ऑड बाउंड्री खा जाते हैं, बट उसके अलावा वो इकोनॉमिकल ओवर करा जाते हैं सदर्न पंजाब.
Just doesn't work though for me, right? Because if you have 3 bad balls out of your 6,
नहीं, बट if you get hit for early boundary, उसके बाद कमबैक करना भी बहुत मुश्किल है. It's the difference between a 10 run over and an 18 run over.
From what I've seen from Zahid, and I have to admit that I've only watched him in this tournament.
Swiped across the line once again, and there's a mid wicket in place. देखें वो बार-बार उनको रोक लेते हैं.
Yeah. So what I've seen.
देखें, it's still 61 for no loss after 7.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Despite all the pizzazz and the hoo-ha of the batting. Because they've come down the track. They've come down the track.
Al Pacino कहाँ से आ गया आपके पास?
I don't know, because they've come down the track.
Welcome Al, आप आएं change of pace पे हमारे साथ हम interview दें.
Some wild slogs, some crazy shots, but they're still at 61 after all.
They're not timing it well at all. सिर्फ
और कल रात को जो हमने रिजवान की innings देखी थी,
crazy innings.
He didn't break a sweat and he got a 50.
मतलब if Rizwan is hitting those gaps like Babar Azam, फिर तो wow, he's a world class player. लेकिन can he do that against international level bowling? I don't think so. To be quite frank.
Well, it's
consistently करना, क्योंकि बाबर हर मैच में करता है.
It's TBD, TBC.
वही बात है ना, इसलिए मैं कहता हूँ यार एक टुल्ला खिला लो. आपने जो कल टीम बनाई थी, let's refresh that. आपने कहा था रिजवान and Babar should open. We should have Haider Ali at 3.
Yeah.
और फिर आपने किसको कहा था 4 पे?
Well, I said I put Shafiq in the lineup.
अब्दुल्ला शफीक को भी आपने 4 पे सिलेक्ट किया था.
Well, I'll listen back to the commentary and maybe post it.
मोहम्मद इलियास आ रहे हमारे, जेम्स इलियास
Anderson.
यार स्लिप ही दे दो बेचारे को. Oh, he's flipped it, but right onto his back.
Too much innovation
नहीं
there.
यार इतना बड़ा inside edge इलियास, क्या हो गया? I think so, I do believe, but the way he appealed.
But he didn't really get a lot of support.
Keeper ने भी
tried to just
leg
lap
भी दिए हैं. Wow.
Yeah, just try to lap it over fine leg.
Didn't pitch in line यार इलियास की तरह.
That's the
5 stumps outside.
That's the young blood of Ilyas coming through in that conversation. In that conversation with the umpire.
But I do like that Southern Punjab and Ali Tareen with Multan Sultans are using him as a project. कि भाई हमने इसको लेके ही चलना है.
Go for it.
आर या पार. I think sometimes maybe he's unjustly getting selected for Southern Punjab, but उसको कंटिन्यू उन्होंने रखा हुआ है कि
Well,
इसको हमने प्लेयर बनाना ही बनाना है.
Multan Sultans and Ali Tareen don't have a say in this team.
यार जिस तरीके से वो ट्वीट करे वो तो ऐसे कह रहे जैसे मेरी खानदानी टीम है.
मैं भी ट्वीट करना शुरू कर देता हूँ.
नहीं बट ही इज बीन ओवरली
मैं जिस तरह चेल्सी के बारे में ट्वीट करता हूँ ऐसा लगता है कि मैंने उधर स्टेक खरीदा हुआ है.
स्पीकिंग ऑफ चेल्सी एंड फ्रॉड्स.
Oh, beautiful delivery from Mohamed Ilyas, beats the inside edge
Oh.
of Mohamed Rizwan, and it's just missed everything there. Thankfully collected by the keeper.
कितने कट हिम इन हाफ इसको पड़े हैं रिजवान को यार 3-4 दफा ऑलरेडी.
He's not as fluent as he was last night.
Look at that, just missed the off stump. Unbelievable good bowling yaar Ilyas.
Well, let's go to some of the comments that they're pouring in this evening. It's a big game tonight.
अच्छी बात है.
The National T20 Cup final.
हमारी डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट को सपोर्ट करें और हमें भी सपोर्ट करें.
Yeah, as Zen is saying, in my opinion, Masad, leggies will ball bad balls, and if they will reduce them eventually as they get more and more game time. I think that's a fair observation, something that I agree with. And Abdullah Ansari.
यार लेकिन अगर QG में let's talk about your team. आपके पास फवाद अहमद भी है.
Yep.
In overseas.
Yeah.
Is he better than Zahid Mahmood? I don't think so.
Well, I think he definitely has more experience, and
वो सब अपनी जगह है.
from what
But
I've seen,
skill wise Zahid नहीं bowling करा सकता आपके.
So this is the thing that I want to talk about with Zahid, right? He's very good, and I've only seen him in this competition, so that's my bad. But what I've seen of Zahid is that he's very good at bowling to a field, despite getting hit for boundaries. He's effective with his line and length, but he has 2 or 3 out of 6 that can go for runs
यार
as well.
वो तो अब given है ना.
But that's just part of being a
But if
young
you're doing
leg
the
spinner.
analytics for QG, आप उसको नहीं खिलाओगे.
No, I think I was
100% खिलाओगे यार.
No, if I have Zahid and I have Fawad both in my lineup,
Yeah.
I play Fawad
Why?
because Fawad's got that T20 experience, and that
यार-
matters. That
यार
matters.
he is not young. ये भी 26-27 का लड़का है. बहुत सालों से खेल रहा है.
It's just actually the question is not about Ilyas.
नहीं, but you have to balance that with the overseas needs of your team.
That's so the question is if you have Fawad and Zahid, who do you play? No, that Fawad is the answer. The question should actually be
enough.
should Fawad even be in your team
एक
if you have Zahid?
Enough. हम sideways बात करें. Tell me your 8 retentions for Quetta Gladiator right now.
Right now,
On the spot.
I'd have to look at our 16.
नहीं कोई नहीं देखना. अभी बताओ.
I'd have to look at our 16.
Jason Roy.
No.
नहीं लोगे.
He's got to go for me. I'm sorry. It's
Watto.
Watto. He's done all right in the Indian domestic league.
वो क्या होती है? मैं नहीं देखता वो.
Not sure. We haven't heard of it either. But I might just continue with Watto. I like him.
आप रॉय को निकाल रहे हो और वाटो को रख रहे हो.
Roy had a bad season.
वो बात सही है आपकी.
Roy had an awful season.
लेकिन इतना बड़ा नाम है वो.
Nam
कौमी हीरो है. सरे के कौमी.
It is about the runs you're getting. Ilyas is continuing. You're fairly quiet over here, stringing together a few dot balls. We'll get to some of your comments. Abdullah Ansari saying Babar, Heather, and Hafiz are likely to play. That may as well be the top
यार
3.
जिम्बाब्वे के खिलाफ तो हफीज वो तो पैदा ही ऐसे मैचेस के लिए हुए हैं.
Despite Fakhar Zaman's performances here, we need to remember he averages 10 in the last T20 Is
100%
for 2 years. If he stays in, then Fakhar Zaman, Babar, Heather, Hafiz.
मसला है कि वो
Fair
इंग्लैंड
shout.
में भी वो 30 मार गया था वो जो वॉश्ड आउट गेम थी. सॉरी सेकंड T20 में.
McKenzie having a laugh at
Big
the
shot down the ground from Ilyas. Ooh, that's another 4. He's muscled it past mid wicket for 4. Ilyas कह रहा है यार ये कैसे चौका पड़ गया. But Fakhar Zaman forcing the pace, that bottom hand उपयोग, forcing the ball.
In the words of Sarfraz Ahmed, आखिरी अच्छा कराना, but Ilyas could not, and that's ruined the over. And finally, some sort of impetus has been restored to KP's innings.
All might पूछे, is it possible for Ben Dunk? अगर Ben Dunk आए नहीं, हम खेल ही नहीं रहे भाई. Ben Dunk के बगैर हमारी लाहौर की टीम नहीं चल सकती. एक तो वो गंजे भी हैं, we prefer, as you know. और वो performer भी हैं, as you know. We must have him in our team, भाई. Ben Dunk तो वो कौन सा.
McKenzie's having a bit of a laugh at the expense of people that vouch for Sharjeel to replace Fakhar. And Abdullah Ansari saying Rizwan has the lowest strike rate out of the top 10 run scorers. Not ideal for an opener, especially alongside Babar. That is actually a very good point because Babar and Rizwan are similar in terms of
वही बात है ना, वो compatible नहीं है. This is slapped across mid wicket and
no, it's on the bounce. It's on the bounce. Just go through for single.
Score भी बताते चले. 70 for no loss after 8.1. Rizwan moved on to 25. Fakhar Zaman on to 37. बड़े मैच में फिर फखर जमान खड़े हो गए हैं just before selection.
He knows when that selection committee is sitting down. He's got to
उसकी spidey senses.
He's got to get ready.
His selection spidey sense.
I think Misbah just DMs him. He's like, I'm selecting tonight, boy. Off the back foot this time, flicked away to the leg side for a single. And the left-hander moves on to 38.
But if I am an analytics guy, Musad,
are you an analytics guy?
I'm just saying
Cambridge Analytica.
शुक्र है मैंने फेसबुक अपना बंद कर दिया. उन्होंने सारी हमारी इन्फो वैसे ही चुरा ली.
I
would say let go of Fawad.
Okay.
Get a overseas fast bowler.
Are you talking about QG?
Yes, QG.
I'll get to that.
And stick with Zahid in silver. Even economically, it makes sense for you.
Making room here.
Rizwan, he's completely missed it. Good ball there from Zahid. stumping chance, but he's well inside his.
Yeah, that was a bit of a non-shot from Rizwan.
They can struggle कर रहे हैं Rizwan.
And you know, the one thing that when I was making my erratic lineup last night, as I said that if you want to play Babar as opener, which I agree on, you need to play somebody who has a better boundary hitting ability than
वही
Babar.
ना 6 hitting
and when I
ability
say
होनी चाहिए.
and I say boundary, I mean clearing the fence.
Of course.
And in that sense, another wild slog. I think
Rizwan
that's
is
a
not
drop
doing
catch.
himself any favors with this innings, and the Bill Cream boys all over him. Look at that hair.
Just 3 off that over,
Unbelievable
Khwaja.
stuff. देखो यार, जाहिद यार ऑडिशन दे रहा है आपकी QG के लिए.
Why QG आपको नहीं चाहिए? Like
वो आपकी स्क्वाड में है.
Oh नहीं, वो तो आ ही जाएगा आगे.
वो है ऑलरेडी.
नहीं, I'm saying
Will you retain him?
Yeah, I think we might
आपकी
after this.
आप 6 पिक थी पिछले ड्राफ्ट पे, आपको याद होगा फर्स्ट राउंड पिक्स.
यार ये क्रिस्लिन को जो पहली big shot attempted but
यार
another miss.
क्रिस्लिन क्या हमारा कॉमी हीरो है यार, हमारे शहरी हीरो है वो यार.
How's that not been given wide?
वो उसके पैड पे
I
लगा.
hit the pad,
And
okay.
he stepped across as well. आप देखिए ना किधर खड़ा है, ऑफ स्टंप के तो बाहर खड़ा है.
Doesn't matter, down the
How
leg.
did he not get bowled?
Oh, it's just over the leg stump. That's not a wide.
अपील भी करते वैसे मिल सकता.
So this is a horrible over for KP. They've only got 3 runs off of it. 71 for no loss after 8.5.
मतलब you are seeing the limitations of Rizwan in this.
Yeah. And again, with all due respect to Rizwan, he's not really the most prolific boundary hitter around. Zahid will continue here, this time making room, cutting it away, and it goes straight to the man
Ooh, that
inside
was
the
a
circle
chance.
on the offside. 9 over.
Unbelievable over करा दिया
that
यार.
is economical.
यार आप जाहिद महमूद की पाकिस्तान सिलेक्शन के लिए क्यों नहीं बात करें? QG तो जन्नत में जाए.
What are you going to do with Shadab Khan?
तो खेले एज अ बैट्समैन, खेले 5 पे खेले.
We were talking. I was actually having a conversation with my dad last night, who doesn't really.
I
reckon, yeah. And I was and he was like, "Why is Shadab coming in at 5?" Because he doesn't watch as much cricket as we do. And I was like, "Well, his hero is Steve Smith, so that trajectory might just be taking off right now."
नहीं, लेकिन शदाब ने काफ़ी अच्छी बॉलिंग कराई इस टूर्नामेंट में. He got wickets. मतलब उसका इतना एक्सपीरियंस और लेवल है कि इन लोगों को आउट कर लेता है. What we want to see is
नहीं है शदाब का.
लेकिन कितना यार 2016-17 से रेगुलर खेल रहा है, 3-4 साल हो गए हैं.
Yeah, fair enough. That's a good shout. Right, let's talk about some of the comments here. Mackenzie replying to Ansari saying,
अच्छा, FHD ने जो 11 बनाए हैं इस पे ज़रा गौर करें आप. फ़खर, बाबर हफीज़, हैदर खुशदिल, सरफराज और रिजवान, and of course Imad, Shadab.
This is a pretty standard 11. Like there's no real
मतलब वो फ़खर कोई बैक करे.
innovation here.
I think हफीज़ अब वही 4 पे खेलेगा, अब तो वो सेट हो गया.
Right, here's my question to people in the comments, because there's a bunch of you here tonight, and thank you for tuning in. Change of Pace, the home of Pakistani cricket commentary. Fakhar Zaman with a high backlift facing Imran here, and he's
that's going to be 4, is it? Yes, it is.
He has
bashed through extra cover.
He's looked sublime tonight, I have to say, in good touch and good form. Everything is coming out of the middle.
ये मोहम्मद इमरान के ओवर बहुत ज़्यादा क्रूशल है, because he is basically the weak link of this SP attack. और उसको कल तो कवर कर लिए थे खुशदिल के ओवर से शान मसूद ने. यार शान मसूद तो खुद मीडियम पेस बॉलिंग करा था, वो भी क्यों नहीं आ सकता?
Let me just go through some of the conversations that are taking place here in the chat box. The place to be. Babar is replaceable as opener because he can't bat anywhere in a T20 team except as opener. That's interesting.
यार ये तो of course गलत बात है यार, वो वन डाउन भी खेल सकता है.
I think there's.
आप मेरा आर्टिकल पढ़ें जो मैंने चेंज ऑफ
I think there's a fair point here. This is a hoik across the line to mid wicket for no, because Babar's strike rate doesn't really allow him to accelerate towards the end.
Yeah, that's fake news. अगर हम उसके स्टैट्स देखें बाबर आजम के, इन द फर्स्ट हाफ ऑफ हिज करियर वो 3 पे खेलता था, एंड हिज स्ट्राइक रेट वाज अराउंड 125 और समथिंग लाइक दैट.
That's not good enough.
यार दिस इज इन द फर्स्ट हाफ ऑफ हिज करियर, जब वो बच्चा चूचा था, अभी तो उसकी दाढ़ी मूंछ भी नहीं आई थी.
If you're playing at less than if you're playing below number 3 in a T20 lineup and your strike rate is less than 150, you're not good enough.
Can you say that again?
If you're batting at lower than number 3 in a T20 lineup and you're batting at less than 150, you're not good enough.
यार ऐसे भी नहीं होता. 150.
Oh, that's out. That's the first wicket of the day. That is a comedy of errors there. A swing and a miss from Rizwan, and then trying to take a single that really was not on, and the keeper was well aware to get a direct hit. And Imran's over that are supposed to be the weak link have yielded a wicket here for Southern Punjab.
मुझे लग रहा है कि रिजवान खुद वापस नहीं गया आउट होने के लिए. ये कर क्या रहा था?
What was that? That was a bit of a.
यार never run on a misfield यार, कितनी दफा हमने बोला है.
Look at that. This is Mohammad Rizwan, a bit like Christopher Columbus, not knowing where he's ended up.
Rizwan Columbus.
Rizwan Columbus.
But actually he's done his team a favor, to be quite honest. उससे बैटिंग नहीं हो रही थी.
I mean, you know, our good friend
83 strike rate as opener at Pindi यार, in the
final too. And
very damning innings.
Your good friend Clive and co-host on the LLOC podcast has mentioned before that maybe retirement in T20 cricket will be an option you know, in the years to come in T20 cricket, where a batsman's just not doing good enough and you pull him out of the team, out of the
सोचना चाहिए यार,
and then maybe bring him back later.
लेकिन ये ना, आप किसी प्लेयर के आप ईगो हर्ट करोगे और ये वो करोगे.
Well, you could bring him back. Anyways,
reckon.
let's talk about some of the comments here. Zain is saying, Ali Tareen तो अपने रोहेल नज़ीर को 2 गेम्स देता है, लेकिन जितना हाइप किया था PSL से पहले ऐसा लगता था पूरी टूर्नामेंट खेलेगा. Well, let's be honest about Rohel. He is your under-19 captain, so he's got a lot going for him, not just the Ali Tareen hype.
नहीं, रोहेल तो 100% हमारा नेक्स्ट टेस्ट कीपर होगा जब भी अगर रिजवान की कभी फॉर्म डाउन हुई. इसमें तो कोई डाउट ही नहीं है. और अगर आप उसकी बैटिंग देखें तो आई हैव ऑनेस्टली, मैं क्रिकेट कब से देख रहा हूँ, लेट 90s से, I have not seen such a technically correct wicket-keeper batsman ever for Pakistan.
For Rohel,
इतनी अच्छी बैटिंग है, इतनी अच्छी बैटिंग.
Yeah, he's a treat to watch even in the
बहुत
19
जबरदस्त.
games.
वो easily top order में खेल सकता है किसी भी डोमेस्टिक टीम में. बस it's just a matter of time, it's a matter of experience कि वो अपने आप को ट्रेन करे. एंड अगर अली तरीन का साया, उसका हाथ है उसके सर पे, काला साया नहीं कहेंगे, हाथ ही कहेंगे, तो देयर इज नो हार्म इन दैट as long as it benefits. Take a stand.
Exactly. Critic saying, yeah, but Hafiz is terrible if he walks in before 10 overs have been bowled. Yeah, he's better.
यार हफीज ने कितने अभी स्कोर मारे? You can't.
No, as in lower down the order, he's quicker, he's more effective. It's not about being bad or good, it's about resource allocation.
But Hafiz coming in 1 down, this could be a big innings for him as well. काफी देर से हमने उसको देखा नहीं है.
In the air this time, and it's just cleared the infield. There's a man at square leg who does a bit of a fumble, then spins 360 and throws it at the keeper's end. 77 for 1 now are Khyber Pakhtunkhwa after that the wicket of their captain.
And it's a big relief कि उनके 5th bowler जो उनके weaker bowler है मोहम्मद इमरान, उसके ओवर में विकेट प्रोड्यूस हुई है, उसको भी थोड़ा confidence.
A bit of a slip on the pitch from Mohammad Rizwan. But like Maghrabi Murd saying on Twitter, this might be a blessing in disguise for Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And now my question coming up, Mackenzie saying, Zainab is saying Rizwan Columbus, and Zen is saying not 150, more like 135. Yeah, even 135 career strike rate is a pretty healthy one.
150 तो बहुत मुश्किल है यार.
Yeah.
Maxwell level player होना पड़ेगा.
Maxwell, or maybe I think Rohit Sharma probably has that.
इतना भी
not Rohit, but at least I think Rahul.
I think Butler का भी इतना नहीं होगा यार.
Yeah.
Maxwell ही है जो extreme tool है.
See if you guys can pull that up for us. Players that have the highest
maybe
career
Pollard
strike rates.
Or Maxwell or these kind of guys.
Minimum 1,000 runs at least, I would say. But here's my question to you. You are now, and I'm not asking you, AZ, I'm asking the guys in the comments. You are now in charge of the Pakistan side for the Zimbabwe series, and you are not going to be held accountable for going crazy and picking whoever the hell you want. And we want you to be able to test our...
वैसे भी कल टीम अनाउंस हो रही है तो आप पहले pre-announce करें
and be able to kind of express yourself in terms of the young guys and people you want to try out. What is your 11 going to be against a Zimbabwe side, with all due respect, is not as good as your other international opponents. 79 for 1 after 10 overs. What's your take so far on the final so far?
यार बड़ा ज़बरदस्त बिल्डअप हो रहा है मैच. थोड़ा सा केपी पे भी प्रेशर है और सदर्न पंजाब की बॉलिंग डिसिप्लिन बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त रही है. जब भी उनको अर्ली बाउंड्री पड़ी है, दे हैव नॉट लेट द ओवर गेट अवे. कभी भी 8-10 से ज़्यादा रन्स नहीं पड़ रहे किसी ओवर में भी. सो दे आर कंट्रोलिंग दैट गेम वेरी नाइसली, एंड इफ दे कैन कीप अ होल्ड and hold their catches जो बाद में आएंगे. KP will need a fast cameo from someone to take this game away from Southern Punjab. बहुत ज़बरदस्त bowling हो रही है.
Abdullah Ansari has opened the first answer to our question. Imran Nazir to open. So I mean that's pretty much the end of the conversation. I feel like I know where this is going. If you remember the draft,
यार कितने लोग थे.
We had about 35,000 people listening into that one, and every single other comment.
Sandeep or Imran Nazir.
Sandeep and Imran Nazir were the two hot questions.
Big hit.
Mohammad Hafiz.
Oh, he's dropped him. Khushdil Shah has dropped Mohammad Hafiz at long on of Zahid Mahmood. Unbelievable scene. Straightforward catch tha. Khushdil Shah, have you dropped the national T20 cup?
I have to say, I feel for Zahid Mahmood, the Brill Cream boy. He's bowled so well tonight on the big stage, on the biggest stage of them all for him so far. And Khushdil has dropped a sitter. That is way too comfortable. That is too easy. And a big hit this time of Fakhar Zaman, making it pay immediately. Goes over mid-wicket for half a dozen. You cannot. These are two internationally renowned batsmen, Khwaja, and Fakhar Zaman gets to his 50 in quick time. 86 for 1 are Khyber Pakhtunkhwa after 10.2. And do not make eye contact with Mohammad Zahid right now. He is a man that is probably going to be very upset with his outfielder.
Yeah, this is probably the turning point of the game. एक तरफ हफीज को अब आउट कर सकते हैं, दूसरी तरफ स्ट्राइक रोटेट होके फखर जमान ने 6 मार दिया है और उसने साथ ही अपनी 50 कर ली है यार.
170 plus strike rate.
Southern Punjab, what are you doing यार?
You're letting this slip and you don't want to let it slip against forehead Fakhar.
Khushdil Gibbs, ये कैसे ही कैच कर सकते हो यार?
Off the back foot this time by Zaman, and he just beats point for a single. Let's go back to the comments here. The strike rates are coming in.
यार लोगों की selections are on the line यार आप कैसे कर सकते हो खुशदिल आप ऐसे काम करोगे रिजवान आप ऐसे खेलोगे you guys could miss out on in the playing 11 for Zimbabwe यार serious हो जाओ.
That's a good point actually. And Zahid himself, if he had that wicket, maybe his selection would have been affected. Down the track this time, and again, Mohammad Hafiz is living dangerously here. The young leg spinner has his number dialed in on speed dial at this point. Inside edge, missing all 3 stumps and running away to fine leg for 4.
And this is the same Mohammad Hafiz who's smashing the crap out of Adil Rashid and Moeen Ali and those guys in England.
That's a good point.
इतने बड़े-बड़े छिक्के मारे थे इधर जाहिद उसे खेला नहीं जा रहा.
And at the same
और वो भी एक मिनी ग्राउंड पे like पिंडी. आप क्रेडिट दें. आप माने हमारे ये फजल महमूद के पोते ग्रेट बॉलर हैं
भाई मान गए
और आप उसको रीसेलेक्ट करें क्यूजी में.
मैं सरफराज को अभी फोन करता हूं. And I'm sure Sarfraz is watching this game, but cricket can be cruel.
Unbelievable stuff.
That's going down as a boundary for the batsman. That's going to be
और यार साथ ही चौका दे दिया behind point.
Mohammad Hafiz.
Unbelievable, disgraceful fielding and a horror over from poor Zahir Mahmood. No fault of his. Poor fielding.
I don't think that's the fielding's fault though. I think
यार देखो यार आप रुको 2 फील्डर उधर खड़े हो. कौमी हीरो है यार वो हमारे सूबाई हीरो हैं ये.
Sohaib Maqsood, not the best
Sohaib
outfielder.
Maqsood तो वैसे ही कोई
He
उम्मीद
goes
नहीं.
down in installments when he does, and that's a good shot from Hafiz though.
यार
he
अब
has
देखें
so
ये
much
वो
experience.
महंगा ओवर हो गया.
Yeah.
2 चौके और 1 6 हो गया. अब थोड़ा सा प्रेशर पड़ गया. अब उनका रन रेट देखें
And I think
9
this
के
will go
ऊपर
for
हो गया.
6. I have a feeling this will go for 6.
हफीज तो वो डरा हुआ है. अब देखते हैं क्या करता है.
I think this will. I think he'll do a bit of a dance down the track. No, just defends this away to the offside for no run. It could have been more wrong. 95 for 1 after 11.
Very eventful over there from Brill.
Okay,
boys.
so some strike rates coming in. They're saying 138.78 is Rohit's career strike rate.
वो तो
That's
बहुत ज़बरदस्त
pretty exceptional. And Maxwell 158. Wow, that is very special as well. Zan has sent in his lineup.
हाँ दिखाएं क्या है.
Heather, Babar. So there's that first innovation.
Okay.
That was what I was saying last night. Abdullah Shafiq at 1 down. Nice.
Wow.
Khurjil Shah at 4. Iftikhar at 5. So that's a usual pick.
ठीक है.
Shadab, Rizwan, Zafar Gohar. That's someone
Wow.
we've been sleeping on last night. Haris Rauf, Wahab Riaz, and Hasnan. So the bowling is fairly standard. He's giving Shaheen a bit of a rest. That's fair. But I like that top order, Zan. I like your innovation there. And I would not make too many changes with that top 4, at least against Zimbabwe. Give it a bit of a go, see how it turns out. No really point. Oh, big shot from Fakhar Zaman, straight, elegant, and that is going to go deep into the commentary box at the Rawalpindi Stadium. I think he's damaged some sort of glass there. That is the shot of the night. That's gone at least over 85, 80 meters. A straight hit. There's
Beautiful shot.
and Fakhar's so good when his bat is straight. He really looks very effective when he does that. That is a half a dozen, and like Khwaja said, it might have been that over that Zahid Mahmood over to no fault of his own. That might have just opened the dam. It might have opened up the run scoring because that
dam khul gaya runs ka.
The scoring has gone from about 7.5 and 8 and over to now 10.
Rizwan out हुआ तो उनकी थोड़ी सी team groove में आई है, and of course Hafiz getting dropped on. I think he was on 1 or 0 at that stage. Lekin Fakhar Zaman 57 not out of 32. He is just smashing them to all parts. Back cut this time straight to point, and they're gonna give another single away. Yaar, एक तो fielding यार that really has to be commented on in the national T20 has been really poor. और ये बड़े प्लेयर हैं पाकिस्तान के, ये कोई टेढ़े मेढ़े नहीं है, बच्चे नहीं है, यंगस्टर्स नहीं है, ये बड़े नाम हैं जो कभी भी पाकिस्तान के लिए सिलेक्ट हो सकते हैं. I think there are more than 21 or something. There are 40 plus guys who have been capped by Pakistan in this tournament. और इस किस्म की कैचिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स इज़ नॉट एक्सेप्टेबल. देखिए खुशदिल शाह यार, आप इतना बड़ा कैच छोड़े हो आप इतने बड़े फाइनल में. दैट कुड जस्ट कम्प्लीटली चेंज द गेम. देखें 102 for 1 आफ्टर 11.2. हफीज़ जो 0 पे थे अब 11 पे चले गए हैं. पार्टनरशिप जो शुरू भी नहीं हुई थी अब 26 रन बन गए 11 बॉलों पे.
Down the track this time, a swing and a miss.
Beaten again. Wow, Ilyas. Bowling really well, yaar.
Ilyas has been James Anderson-like tonight with his economy, keeping it tight, 102 for 1 after 11.3.
Abdullah Ansari कहना Fakhar in CT final mood. Wow.
It's been a while since we've been able to say that, though. But it is good to see him in form. At the end of the day, if he is going to get runs, they're going to go down as Pakistan's run. So it doesn't matter who gets them at the
Qawmi runs.
Qawmi runs, as Khwaj has aptly put it. Maghribi Murd on Twitter coming through with his lineup. We'll get to that after this Ilyas Anderson delivery as a weirdly.
Hafiz से तो बैटिंग ही नहीं हो रही है.
This guy's played what for like 15 years now.
Completely out of sync. और कल इनकी बर्थडे थी यार. शायद maybe he's feeling his age.
Happy 45th.
Oh, Zain Mirza आए कह रहे hi champs. It's been so long. I've heard COP, my favorite cricket commentator. Thank you, Zain bhai. Thank you for joining us. और आप
Cristiano
हमारे साथ
Ronaldo in his display picture.
रहे।
Fucker, okay, well, Zen M
Cristiano
with
ये
a bit
खुद हैं।
of an NSFW
Cristiano।
comment. Maghribi Mert saying, Fucker, Babar, Heather, Rizwan, Sohaib or Danish. So I'll probably go with Danish. Khushdil, Shadab, Imad, Shaheen, Haris, and Wahab. So not too much a
यार
radical.
अगर इमाद unfit है और he doesn't look unfit, he looked fine. But
Oh,
if he-
ricochet off the stumps, but no run.
ये
Comes
वही
in for single.
typical पाकिस्तानी हरकत है, डायरेक्ट हिट तब मारना जब बैट्समैन आर वेल इन देयर क्रीज।
Literally camping in the crease.
बट यार आप दानिश को ट्राई कर सकते हो इमाद वसीम की जगह, टू बी क्वाइट ऑनेस्ट। उनका नेचुरली कंपैरिजन
Yeah,
बनता
so I think going into the Zimbabwe tour, I don't give a shit where you play them.
है वो।
But Danish Aziz, Abdullah Shafiq have to play.
यार आई डोंट थिंक दे विल गेट सिलेक्टेड, टू बी क्वाइट फ्रैंक। शायद स्क्वाड में आ जाएं, शायद तीसरा T20 खेल लें, बट हफीज़ की जो फॉर्म लगी हुई है, प्लस हैदर अली ने भी 50 मारी इंग्लैंड में, इट्स क्वाइट डिफिकल्ट फॉर देम टू गेट इनटू द साइड। आई थिंक नंबर 5-6 पे आप अगर कुछ मूवमेंट करना चाहते हो उधर कर सकते हो, और उधर अब आप सोच सकते हो जी खुशदिल को खिलाना है या हमने इफ्तिखार को खिलाना है या किसको, ये दानिश को खिलाना है। मे बी यू कैन डू सम एडजस्टमेंट्स देयर।
Yeah.
और अगर वो शाहीन को रेस्ट करना चाहें द T20, सेव हिम फॉर द ODIs, इवन दैट इज़ अ पॉसिबिलिटी।
103 for 1 after 11.5. Needlessly going upstairs for that decision that was clearly in. We've seen the modern umpires don't take any risks. Even though the new rule says that even if your bat bounces after it's in the crease, it's still out. It's not out. And another
good
across the
ball.
line shot from Fakhr. You know the thing about Fakhr.
यार
that-
उसने प्ले एंड मिस बहुत कराए हैं इलियास ने, बस थोड़ा सा अनलकी
yeah,
है।
but a little comment on Fakhr's batting as well, Khwaja, from my end. And it's one thing that I've noticed throughout his career, and we've been watching him for 4 years now, is that with other batsmen, you know, they get in and they start to look better, a lot more comfortable.
he doesn't change.
With Fakhr, he could play an entire 30
He
or 40
never
overs
looks
a game.
in form, he never looks out of form.
He's just thereabouts. I mean, because right now, if you take out the shots that he's got runs on, he's looking good. But then he's also played so many swings and misses.
मसला यही है ना कि he
A lot
doesn't
of
look
across
the
the
part.
line shots. It just doesn't look comfortable at the crease.
लेकिन फिर आप बंदा उसका ODI रिकॉर्ड देखे, T20 रिकॉर्ड देखें, they're good numbers, फिर बंदा क्या बोल सकता
I'm going to let you take critics'
जी,
question here about Imad still making our one-day side or not. It's a difficult one.
Good question.
He's definitely making my T20 side when you go full strength because
Ah.
he's bowling those 4 overs for 25, which is pretty effective.
यार मसला ये है कि वो जो नंबर 7 नंबर 8 काफ़ी क्रूशल पोजीशंस हो जाती हैं, एंड वी डोंट हैव अ गाय हु मतलब बेसिकली इमाद इज़ इन द ODI टीम फॉर हिज बैटिंग। अब उससे नंबर 7 8 पे क्विक हिटर कौन है हमारे पास?
You're saying that Imad plays...
आसिफ अली मसला ये बॉलिंग नहीं करता।
You're saying Imad plays one-day cricket for Pakistan as a batsman?
एब्सोल्युटली यार, उसके वनडे रिकॉर्ड इज नॉट इवन अ विकेट अ गेम आई थिंक।
Big shot, Mohamed Hafiz. There's the experience coming through. That's a favorite that we've seen across the last decade and more. The professor cashing into a delivery from Ilyas that was far too down the leg side. Sorry, Mohammad Imran, I think, is doing the bowling. Yeah,
Mohammad Imran.
and it's been comfortably cleared of square leg for a half a dozen.
यार बैक ऑफ लेंथ बॉल आप मिडल और लेग स्टंप पे दोगे
That's
वो तो 6
criminal.
ही जाएगा
That
यार,
is
क्या हो गया
criminal.
आपको? ये तो टेप बॉल लेवल बॉलिंग हो रही है, बट दैट्स अ हॉरिबल बॉलिंग line from Mohammad Imran and an easy pickup 6 for
So,
the prof.
Imad, yes or no in 50 over cricket for
यार
Pakistan?
रिप्लेसमेंट नहीं है ना आपके पास, किसको लाओगे?
Danish Aziz.
हाँ,
It's a
maybe
bit premature.
लेकिन दानिश का भी लिस्ट है, रिकॉर्ड इतना खास नहीं है।
Exactly, and it's also a bit premature. We have to give him a bit more time.
ऑप्शन डेफिनेटली वो हो सकते हैं।
Yeah, yeah.
राना फहीम भी आ सकते हैं वापस
Amir Yamin.
अगर वो अपनी बैटिंग
Amir
करने।
Yamin,
आमिर
then.
यमीन,
Unless if you want to talk
हाँ,
about batting all-rounders or bowling
I agree,
all-rounders.
आमिर यमीन आ सकते हैं।
But it also depends on where you're playing. Another shot, a big shot from Mohamed
Catch
Hafiz. This
है।
time it's just
Obey!
barely cleared the infield. Hits the toe of the bat, didn't get a hold of it. Shan Masood doing the fielding there, one of the best fielders going around
यार
in the
आपको
Pakistan
मिड ऑफ रखने
circuit.
की क्या जरूरत है स्टेज पे वैसे? आई गेस हफीज इज रियली प्रेशराइजिंग देम, उन्होंने सारे फील्डर पीछे ले लिए हैं, इवन थर्ड मैन। वेरी गुड स्लोअर बॉल देयर फ्रॉम इमरान एंड फ्लोटेड इट आउटसाइड ऑफ, मेड हफीज चेस इट, एंड बट प्रॉब्लम वाज शान मसूद वाज इन द सर्कल एंड इट बाउंसेस ओवर देम, otherwise it would have been a straightforward catch for long off.
Zan M representing, saying Fakhr's batting is Shoaib Akhtar's dream of Daler batting. Fair enough.
But brainless Daleri किसी को भी पसंद नहीं, even Shoaib bhai को I believe.
Full length this time, and Mohamed Hafiz again goes aerial this time.
Oh,
It
yaar,
should go
kitna
straight to the
bachega.
man. Oh, missed field.
Shan Masood!
Just as I complimented him the ball before, Shan Masood almost parries it to the boundary, but recovers well for just a single.
बचत हो गई।
KP 112 for 1, and the captain of the Southern Punjab side looking very relieved after that shoddy effort at long on.
मसले अब वही है, अगर आप एक ही ग्राउंड पे 10-15 मैच खेलोगे तो फिर द वेयर एंड टेयर ऑन द आउटफील्ड यू डोंट गेट टू रिपेयर इट. तो उसका ही बेसिकली इशू आ रहा है कि शान मसूद जैसे फील्डर भी स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं. बट थैंकफुली ही डिड सेव.
What is it about Pakistani stadiums and the lack of green grass, Khwaja?
यार एक तो इस वक्त काइंड ऑफ विंटर सीजन आ गया ना,
Sure.
तो वो भी मसला है. और ऊपर से वही अब जितने मिलियंस ऑफ पाउंड्स एक फुटबॉल स्टेडियम्स लगाते हैं अपने सिर्फ घास पे,
वो तो
हम
हाँ,
मैच ही नहीं कर सकते ना.
Even if you visit the stadium tours
हाँ.
in the summer, you're not even
देखो.
allowed to step in the middle. Full toss. That's an
गंदी ball,
awful
yeah.
delivery. Awful. That is a criminal. That is something that should get you jail time in T20 cricket. That's wide, full, down the leg side, and all Hafiz has to do is just guide it to the boundary.
यार अब
Sorry, Fakhar Zaman.
मोहम्मद इमरान अपनी लाइन लूज कर गए, अपने टेम्परामेंट लूज करें. यार इतनी वैरायटीज भी नहीं ट्राई करो.
And you mentioned Imran was going to be the weakling in this bowling lineup.
मसला ये है कि लेंथ बॉल भी डिसअपीयर हो रही है, लेकिन आप अगर लेग स्टंप के बाहर उसको फुल टॉस दे रहे हो तो फिर वो क्या मारेगा. लुक एट द रन राइट नाउ, 116 for 1 after 12.4. फखर ऑन 62. हफीज़ भी 21 पे चले गए हैं. A couple of boundaries already given away in this over. It's becoming tough now for the Southern Punjab team to fight back. अब मुझे लगता है अपने एक्सपीरियंस बॉलर्स शायद अब्बास को एक ओवर उन्होंने एंड के लिए बचाया हुआ है, बट ही माइट हैव टू ब्रिंग हिम बैक अर्ली इनटू द अटैक, गेट अ विकेट. बीटन आउटसाइड ऑफ वंस अगेन.
Bit of a weird cut there.
हाँ, थोड़ा सा बैक कट मारना चाह रहे थे, बट द बॉल वाज कमिंग इन विद द एंगल. तो इमरान को थोड़ी सी टेम्परामेंट दिखानी पड़ेगी, थोड़ी दलेरी दिखानी पड़ेगी.
So the comments coming in here. Hasnan didn't have a great national T20, but it's hard to overlook Hasnan's brilliant PSL performances. It's a fair shit.
जैन मिर्जा ने तो बड़ा The disappointment and then rejoice on the very next ball by Khwaja. The use of phenomenal Angrezi by Musad and a ton of friendly bias towards Karachi by Ahmed Jr. And the voice note by Sarkhail you just can't get on. Yaar, thank you yaar Zain bhai. बस we just try to give out desi touch और थोड़ा सा जो हमारा fan experience हम आप लोगों के साथ share.
What do they say? Not here for a long time, just a good time.
हाँ,
Well, we were here for the test matches, so we were here for a long time as well. But
लेकिन अब वाकई दिल नहीं लगता यार कोई मैच देखे without sharing our opinions, sharing our voice, with having people like you and Zain, Abdullah Ansari, Matt CFC, Mr. Arsenal, Zainab Izhar, Zainab Razvi. आप लोग जब हमारे साथ मैच नहीं देखते खुदा की कसम दिल नहीं लगता.
And I do see some new names on the listeners column today, so I would like to say welcome to Change of Pace.
Of course.
And just tell you a little bit about ourselves. We started in 2019, and we basically what we do is we provide live ball by ball audio commentary of every single.
और हम काफी अच्छे आर्टिकल्स भी लिख लेते हैं, not bad.
Yeah.
हमारी एंग्रेज
कभी कभार
थोड़ी उधर भी होती है. We've done some high profile interviews as well with Bazid Khan, and we're building up even more guests for the future.
But primarily
podcast episodes.
Every single Pakistan game you can hear radio internet commentary with us. And KPK now just getting into this innings. We're probably looking at a score that's 180 plus here, Khwaja.
Easily 117 for 1 after 13 overs. Abhi bhi yaar 7 over bade. Amir Yameen brought back, bashed hard down the ground but straight to long on. वही मैं बता रहा था कि एक experienced bowler को वापस लाना पड़ेगा, and Shan Masood has brought on Amir Yameen trying to buy a wicket here. So he is the kind of guy who can produce a wicket out of nowhere. Amir Yameen यार, जैसे मैंने लास्ट मैच में कहा था, the most disrespected cricketer in Pakistan. इनके लिए डेफिनेटली यार इनको रीसेलेक्ट होना बहुत ज़रूरी है, और थोड़ी अब कंपटीशन क्रिएट करें इमाद वसीम के लिए, शादाब खान के लिए, राना फ़हीम के लिए, कि यार इनको भी मौके मिलने चाहिए इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे. ही इज़ ओनली प्लेड मे बी 10-12 गेम्स मैक्स व्हेन ही डिजर्व्स मच मोर.
Yeah, and I think if you're going to make those changes, you're going to be a little bit radical in the upcoming Zimbabwe series, then you probably have the opportunity to do so, to bring in Amir Yameen. It's full outside off, and it's just dab down to short third man for more fun.
यार अभी short third man वाला honestly इतना risk reward situation है. I feel कि it's not worth having him in the circle. उसको पीछे ही रख लो यार. जितने runs हम देखते हैं उधर बनते हैं थर्ड मैन बाउंड्री पे, इससे बेहतर है आप बंदा पीछे ही रख ले. उसको बार बार सर्कल में लाते हैं. अगर आपको हिट पड़नी है मिड विकेट के ऊपर से या एक्स्ट्रा कवर के ऊपर से, फेयर इनफ, बट कीपिंग दैट शॉट थर्ड मैन इन द सर्कल इट्स ऑलवेज आस्किंग अ लॉट फ्रॉम योर बॉलर कि भाई आपने सीधी बॉल करानी है, थोड़ी सी भी रूम नहीं देना. ऊपर से वो फ्लिक शॉट्स, पैडल शॉट्स, वेरी रिस्की. गुड हार्ड ड्राइव बाय फखर जमान थ्रू एक्स्ट्रा कवर. Will this beat? Oh no, good fielding by Shan Masood.
Again, good use of the backhand, the lower hand grip from Fakhar Zaman. We saw that it was very effective last night. at Pindi as well. So,
फखर जमान यार वैसे 6 ओवर पड़े हैं 100
yeah, why not?
64 पे चले
You know,
गए.
selections on the line. He's going to come good.
Of course, selection से पहले perform करना भी एक art
I think
होती
Sean
है.
Masood got the runs for Southern last night, right?
Yes, he was man of the match. 70 odd मारे थे उन्होंने. But Shan Masood तो यार T20 में कैसे लाओगे?
He's definitely not going to play for Pakistan, but he'll be a good franchise player.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he's doing well, at least as a captain, and gets a single to long on here.
यार कैप्टन
Fucker.
तो कोई भी कर लेता है इसमें.
Well, I mean, that's
T20 में
that's
क्या है?
easier said than done. I think T20 is one of the hardest formats to captain. I think the easiest format to captain is one-day cricket.
हाँ काफी formulaic होता है.
Because you have enough time to...
वही 10 ओवर दायरा है ये करना है फिर चलो.
No, also you have enough time to like check your mistakes.
हाँ.
With T20 it's very rapid, and test matches, test matches you can.
लेकिन T20 में ये भी होता है ना एक अच्छे ओवर से पूरा मैच पलट जाता है.
Yeah, but that could work both ways.
हाँ.
122 for 1 after 13.4. I feel like your decisions are very apparent in T20 cricket.
Mhm.
They're in your face whether they're good or bad. So the captain position becomes even more important. And that's why if you look at these franchises, they have coaching and analysts
हाँ,
staff
बहुत
that
ज़्यादा
is
होता है.
sometimes even more than the players playing numbers. Played down to long on for a single. They're good arm. Sean Masood, he's a brilliant fielder, an athlete if there ever was one.
1, 2, 3 for 1. Last ball of the 14th over coming up. Fakhar Zaman on 67. Hafiz on 23. थोड़े से बाउंड्रीज मारे बट ही हैजंट लुक्ड फ्लुएंट एट ऑल. He's looked a bit out of touch. काफ़ी बैटिंग उसकी आई भी नहीं है. He's been rested in a few games. And of course, top order उनका काफ़ी स्कोर कर रहा है. Look at that big trophy behind Shan Masood. What they're all fighting for. The glory, the cup. And देखते हैं खुशदिल शाह का वो मिस्टेक कितना महंगा पड़ेगा. Oh, how was that? Is that? Yes, it's gone. Amar Yameen, the experienced campaigner, producing the huge wicket. Fakhar Zaman caught in front trying to play that paddle shot. And now KPK are in serious trouble. 123 for 2.
Turns out that fielder at third man inside the circle has worked in the favor of Southern Punjab, because Fakhar thought he could clear him. Fakhar thought he could clear him quite comfortably, but he left his front leg trailing right in the middle stump. And Amar Yameen hit him full and straight. That is the second wicket of the night for Southern Punjab, and the dangerous Fakhar Zaman, who's done his part in tonight's final, will go back.
और अभी भी उनके पास शुएब मलिक हैं, इफ्तिखार अहमद हैं, मुसद्दिक भी हैं जो we have seen he's a pure hitter. He made 33 of 9 balls in one game. So they definitely have the firepower to bat SP out of the game. But Shoaib Malik being in iffy form, Iftikhar not getting a lot of opportunities, there is definitely a chance here कि अगर ये हफीज़ को आउट कर लें जल्दी से, that SP can take control of this game. All at stake. 123 for 2 after 14 overs. The match is right in the balance. And good bowling change by Shan Masood. और एक्चुअली मैंने ही कहा था कि भाई एक्सपीरियंस बॉलर लगाओ, और आमिर यमीन आया. और
Have you got an earpiece?
फिर आप कहते हो कप्तानी
Have
मुश्किल
you
है.
got an earpiece in with Sean Masood?
वो अगर ईयरपीस होता तो वो मुझे गालियाँ देता होगा. The way I criticize him sometimes harshly, but I do feel it's merited. और praise भी हम उस हिसाब से देते हैं, especially that 157 he made in England.
That was
a
a
sensational
hell of an innings. I mean, I think you went as far as to say that was
one of the best overseas
Pakistani knocks, at least.
Zainab Wah, oh thank you guys for shout out. I don't enjoy cricket without. क्या बात है यार.
The
क्रिकेट
Coppers-
का मजा ही खराब हो गया चेंज ऑफ पेस के बगैर. इससे बड़े कॉम्प्लीमेंट क्या हो सकता है हमारे लिए.
Yep, that is a.
क्योंकि आपको पता है क्रिकेट इजाद काफिरा दी.
Wow. Shameless. Well, I want to talk to you about something that I've been. It's been brewing in my mind. It's a bit off.
Brewing like a coffee.
Like a coffee, or like alcohol or whatever.
Whoa.
Off the back foot, pulled away
यार
to
गंदी ball.
mid wicket. There is protection there for
जाहिद
Zahid.
को वापस लाया गया. Very very ballsy.
I think
move
this is
here.
his final over.
शान मसूद ने दलेरी दिखा रहे हैं जी थोड़ा सा. उन्होंने कहा भाई इफ्तिखार और हफीज were good players of spin. I'm going to try and make an aggressive move, make them play a bad shot and a pressure on Zahid, but can he do it?
Here's a theory for you.
जी जी.
And you can tell me if I'm wrong or not. It's just a
You're wrong.
thought. As Zahid will continue outside off
Catch
and in the
it!
air.
Oh.
Barely clears the infield, just trickles onto long on for a single. In the shorter format of the game,
जी.
the leg spinner is more likely to take wickets than shot-making batsmen than ones that are docile against him.
Of course. Wrist spin, you can obviously. Wrist spin relies on you making, pulled
Off the
away.
back foot this time, pulled it a bit wicket. There is still protection there.
अच्छा उन्होंने full leg side field ले ली. ठीक है. That's very true. Because playing wrist spin is all about soft hands, using the angles, using your feet. और जो slogger होते हैं वो अपनी feet नहीं चलाएंगे, वो जोर से बल्ला घुमाएंगे. So definitely there's a very big chance of you getting a top edge.
And there it is. There's the big shot that we're talking about. Straight over long. Oh no!
He's
It's
got
straight to the man.
it! Khushal Shah! Oh, look at that celebration.
My goodness, I think that's Hussein. No, it's Khushal Shah doing the catching there, and a violent celebration to follow as he smashes the ball into the ground. But that is the Zahid Mahmood change working. There's the wicket that they were looking
at. और ये आपके पास है QG में ये बंदा.
And Shan Masood, the Daler captain.
Look at the Aussie style catch by Khushal. And the kangaroo celebration.
It almost looks unnatural on the Pakistani.
यार Zahid Mahmood, he's really been a find of the tournament for me, to be quite honest. हमें काफ़ी देर से इसका नाम देख रहे थे. He had been a talented bowler doing well in the domestic circuit. But इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे परफॉर्म करना, honestly अगर QG ने रिलीज कर दिया, फिर तो हम लाहौर कलंदर्स 1 सेकंड में.
And you guys don't have Sandeep Lamishane anymore.
संदीप नहीं, हमारे पास रिस्ट स्पिनर नहीं है. समित के साथ अगर हमें मिल जाए ना जाहिद, बहुत ज़बरदस्त टीम हो जाएगी.
That's a good combination. That's 8 overs of high quality spin.
100%. There's no doubt about it. And a big wicket Iftikhar failing in a big final. Rizwan भी नहीं चले. Zimbabwe की selection कल होने वाली है. क्या करें हम?
I mean, it'd be harsh to base it off just tonight's game.
यार, why is it harsh? 6 ओवर पड़े हुए थे. आपको क्या जरूरत थी बल्ला घुमाने की? इफ्तिखार ने पूरी टूर्नामेंट कुछ नहीं किया.
Are you dropping Iftikhar permanently?
यार, I'm not dropping him permanently, but
his
he's definitely
numbers
not
are not that bad.
Huh?
His Pakistan numbers are not that bad.
यार वो भी सब्जेक्टिव है ना. उसने कभी 20 बॉल से ज़्यादा इनिंग नहीं खेली कभी. Do you remember any?
But that's the position that he comes in.
ये बात भी सही है.
It's not really something that he controls.
100% you're right about that. ऊपर से हमने ODIs भी 1 साल से नहीं खेले, तो हमें पता ही नहीं लग रहा कि हो क्या रहा है हमारी ODI टीम.
वनडो में हम
वनडो नहीं खेले. 12 महीनों में हमने वनडो.
What I like about Zahid is that his hair doesn't change. It's
100%
a permanent fixture.
ले या ना ले.
That's not a wide. That should not be given.
यार बहुत इतनी बड़ी वाइड है.
लाइन के ऊपर से गई है.
नहीं, बस लेफ्ट पे. यार ऐसे तो ना कहें.
Has it been given?
I believe so. Yes, 27 for 3. लेकिन अगर ये मलिक को फंसा ले, take these big, headline getting wickets. Anything is possible.
Hafiz and Malik batting.
Oh, inside edge.
Let me just ask you this, Khwaja. You're a veteran fan, I'd like to say. But in 2020, would you ever have imagined that Hafiz and Malik will be batting together in a domestic T20 final again?
देखो यार, that's the beauty of Pakistan cricket. के अभी भी हमारे
beauty
चले हुए कारतूस अभी भी लगे हुए हैं. Both been removed from the actual teams and told to play somewhere else. और वो फिर फाइनल में आ गए.
Let's see if they can cause some damage here. This is a drive, a comfortable one. The classic Shoaib Malik offside.
और यार ये अच्छी बात है क्योंकि इतने बड़े नाम खेल रहे हैं, तो अगर वो क्रीज पे भी हैं तो लोग they will be engaged कि हाँ जी सिंध का मैच है, वो मैच है, कौन होगा. दीप मलिक और हफीज खेल रहे हैं भाई, आप जाके देखिए.
You need your brands to be engaged. 100%. And some of these men are brands considering how long they've been around.
बिल्कुल सही बात है.
And Zan is saying Shoaib needs some backing here. Pata nahi kitni backing chahta hai. Well, we've had this conversation about Shoaib should be the one giving the backing rather than the one asking for it at this point in his career. But Southern Punjab are just staying in this final
actually,
here.
honestly, हर प्लेयर तो obviously हमेशा एंड तक खेलना चाहेगा. आपके बोर्ड और आपके सिलेक्शन पैनल को अब ब्रेव डिसीजंस लेनी चाहिए यार. मसला ये कि हम इमोशनल हो जाते हैं. वी गिव इन टू मीडिया कैंपेन्स, वी गिव इन टू PR कैंपेन्स. यार बस आप एक डिसीजन ले लो, जो सही हो या ना हो, ख़त्म करो बात. 2003 में जब हम वर्ल्ड कप डिबाकल के बाद आए थे, उन्होंने वसीम वकार, सईद अनवर सबको साइडलाइन कर दिया, उनका चैप्टर क्लोज कर दिया. यू हैव टू टेक अ फर्म डिसीजन. समबडी हैज़ टू डू दैट. अब मलिक हफीज़ अभी तक 2019 के बाद अभी भी खेल रहे हैं. क्या करे बंदा यार.
That is a bit of a
एक दिन एक आर्टिकल छपता है कि वो नाराज़ हैं और वो अगले दिन ही टीम में सेलेक्ट हो जाते हैं. आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड.
In the air this time at mid-wicket, and there is protection there. It's an umbrella field on the leg side, and it'll come through for a single.
अगर 16वां ओवर चल रहा है, there is not really that much time. I don't think they need to think about building a partnership here. बल्ला घुमाओ भाई, हफीज़ या मलिक. मुसद्दिक भी है पीछे, वो भी मार लेता है. वो आसिफ अफरीदी भी है, वो भी मार लेता है.
Last 5 overs, they're going at about less than 10 and over, but just thereabouts 9. Let me talk about Southern Punjab here, because at one point between Fakhr and Rizwan, and even Fakhr and Hafiz, it looked like the game was going
यार
away from
over
them.
में 100 थे इनके.
Exactly. So the fact that they've still remained in this competition, because if the score goes over 200, it'll become way too difficult for Southern to chase, even though they've done it before against Sindh. But this is a much better bowling lineup. This inside edge. But this is a much better bowling lineup than Sindh's.
100% यार इसमें
Got
तो
all
कोई
the
doubt
big guns here. And
और इन फॉर्म में है इमरान के अलावा जो थोड़े वीक बॉलर
the biggest gun of them all, Shaheen Shah Afridi.
ओह यस अब इनके खिलाफ क्या ज़ीशान अशरफ और शान मसूद की अप्रोच अगेंस्ट हिम विल बी वेरी वेरी crucial to the result of this game because you cannot hit against Shaheen Shah Afridi. That's not going to happen. शर्जील खान से पूछें और बाकियों से पूछें जो उन्होंने उनका परखच्चे उड़ाए थे.
I'm gonna really put you to test here, and it's not about your knowledge but more about your instincts.
जी
Shaheen Shah Afridi,
हाँ जी.
the next bowler after Waqar Yunus to get 200 wickets in Test matches for
I
Pakistan.
definitely hope so. The way he started in his career.
Can he do it?
Oh, big
Hafiz
shot!
takes the aerial route over long on,
Oh, he's
and he's dropped
again.
again. Oh my goodness,
हुसैन
Muhammad.
तलत अब कैच छोड़े हैं यार. मोहम्मद हफीज का एक दूसरा कैच छोड़ दिया है. इलियास is pulling his hair out. What is happening? सदर्न पंजाब आप ये मैच जीतना चाहते हो या नहीं? आपने एक और कैच छोड़ दिया यार.
Muhammad Hafiz is living dangerously, and he's definitely got some prayers right tonight because both of KP's best bowlers, Ilyas and Zayed Mahmood,
And best fielders यार.
exactly, and they've both manufactured chances to get his wicket, but Khushdil Shah first, and now Hussain Talat comfortably putting down the what I have to term dollies of a chance.
यार प्रेशर की बात है. ये प्रेशर नहीं ले पा रहे हैं हमारे ये लड़के.
131 for 3. Ilyas will continue in the
Hey,
air again.
chance.
Aerial, and it might not clear the rope. Somebody's got to get underneath it,
Yeah.
but it falls into no man's land. And it's again, I think, Hussain
यार
Talat.
मोहम्मद इलियास, what can the kid do? He has produced 3 wicket taking chances. सदर्न पंजाब बरगंडी ब्रिगेड का क्या कर रहे हो यार? आप लोग ये मैच क्यों अपने गिरफ्त से जाने दे रहे हो? हफीज is giving a catch a minute.
Grift.
Unbelievable stuff यार. Unbelievable scenes at the national T20 final. क्या हो रहा है ये? The rub of the green.
It's tough enough to get Hafiz out in a regular game in a T20
यार he is
match.
arguably Pakistan's best T20 batsman in form, on current form right now.
Well, after bowler.
ऑन करंट फॉर्म ना, जैसे वो मार रहा था इंग्लैंड को इन सबको, और उसको आपने 3 मौके दे दिए हैं यार. और बेचारा इलियास, ओए, और ये क्या हुआ है? एंड अ बिट ऑफ एन इंजरी स्केयर हियर फॉर आमिर यामीन. सच अ की प्लेयर फॉर देम. आई थिंक जस्ट अ बिट ऑफ क्रैम्प होपफुली. थोड़ा सा पानी शानी पिला रहे हैं, गोली छोड़ी दो. इतने बड़े फाइनल में भाई जो भी हो आपने पूरे ओवर करने ही करने. एंड शाउट आउट टू दिलबर भी हमारे लाहौर कलंदर के बंदे.
Can you imagine that the marquee players of Lahore Qalandar are not even featuring in the national T20?
यार अब यही है
Besides Shaheen.
ना, ज्यादती हो रही है ना कि आप
आपके साथ ज्यादती हो रही है, और maybe your players are just not good enough.
यार सोहेल अख्तर प्लेयर नहीं है,
तो क्यों नहीं खेल रहा?
नॉर्दर्न की टीम में है ना, मसला ये है.
The most stacked side.
हाँ, और दिलबर won you a game यार. आपको याद होगा जो 6 मारा था दिलबर ने
yeah.
उस मैच में.
132.
That was a brilliant match.
132 for 3.
But what happened to Amir Yamin? Oh अच्छा.
Oh,
He got hit in
disturbing the
jewels.
furniture a little.
यार
It's a ballsy
हद हो
move.
गई है यार.
Gotta take care of those, buddy. Irreplaceable. 132 for 3 after 15.4. It's such a weird phenomenon getting hit in the balls because
Whoa.
it's the most a bit of a it's,
इस पे मैं क्या बोलूँ आपको? नहीं आप गलत कह रहे हैं.
I want to finish my thought because
यार प्लीज ये थॉट मार दो.
the reason why I'm saying is because it's probably the most pain that a man can feel, but everybody else is laughing. It's like, what is so funny about excruciating pain?
Excruciating तो नहीं होता. It's just a weird kind of pain.
So you've never had it, then, have you?
It's definitely happened to
yeah,
me.
so
I'm
that
just
is
saying.
it's pretty.
यार ये
excruciating.
क्या टॉपिक है? मुसाद कमेंट्री पे वापस आ.
133.
हद हो गई.
133 for 3.
पेंडोरा's बॉक्स खोल दिया आपने, तोड़ दिया आपने.
Pandora's balls. Yeah, as the last ball of the 16th over
यार
goes for
हफीज is
a
playing an
dot
absolute
delivery.
shocking innings और तब भी 28 पे खेल रहा है
To
यार.
apologize for the tangent.
अगर सदर्न पंजाब इसके 2 कैच ले जाते, इस पर तो कहाँ होते हैं इस सिचुएशन में. It's just frustrating to see the lack of execution, the lack of ability
And
to,
that's after
the
getting
lack of
2
ability to
chances.
perform under pressure. जब आप पे the floodlights are on, the glare is on, हजारों लोग घर पे, लाखों लोग ये मैच देख रहे हैं और आपको देख रहे हैं कि आपकी कैसी परफॉर्मेंस होगी. खुशदिल शाह और हुसैन तलत जो किसी भी दिन पाकिस्तान टीम में आ सकते हैं, आप सीधे सीधे कैच छोड़ रहे हो. फिर वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल में, चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी में, टेस्ट मैच में क्या होगा अगर आप बाउंड्री पे वगैरह ऐसे कैच आएंगे.
All Might has come through with a comment of the night saying, I came here for change of pace, not change of pain. And
that is basically the second name of Pakistan cricket.
Pakistan cricket. Maghribi Mard is saying, did Hafiz ask for drop catches as a birthday present from
सीरियसली यार
Southern
वो केक के चक्करों में उन्होंने कहा है कि भाई हफीज़ भाई की सालगिरह हुई है, कैच पे कैच छोड़ जाओ। वो ऐसे खौफनाक प्लेयर है, एक ओवर में पूरा मैच बदल सकता है।
You a cake person, AZ? Straight delivery this time, flicked away.
यार I didn't used to like it as a youngster, as a senior, लेकिन as a senior youngster बन के I don't mind cake at all.
I only like cheesecake, to be honest.
यार come on,
Don't
अजीब सा texture होता है उसका यार।
Oh man, you don't do this to me. It's one of the greatest foods of all time.
यार हद हो गई है यार।
134 for 3, and we've had this conversation.
आपने वो देखा था वो ट्विटर पे वो जो पराठे में मैंगो what was it?
Chai.
यार
I'd like to at least try it, but the thing is that I don't like meete parathe वैसे ही.
हाँ
So I don't like.
यार I don't like
warm desserts.
I don't like sweet food that is warm. Exactly.
Warm desserts are interesting. I'm not a big fan. Even my gulab jamun, I like
no
them.
ball दे रहे हैं अब यार। Come on Mohammad Imran giving a free hit to Shoaib Malik. हद हो गई है यार। Southern Punjab refusing to win the game, refusing to take the National T20 Cup trophy with these mistakes again and again, and that's a big no ball.
I have to say I'm very glad that SN Raza is not in red tonight.
Yeah, that was a tough look.
Yeah.
But speaking of tough, it's Mohammad Imran bowling a free hit to Shoaib Malik, who's just new at the crease, but at this small Pindi ground, and it's going to be difficult. 136 for 3, 16.1. He needs to execute here. He needs to nail that Yorker. Let's see what he does. Coming in.
Poor delivery again.
And there's going to be a repeat of the free hit. मोहम्मद इमरान भी बेचारे यंग खिलाड़ी हैं, प्रेशर फील कर रहे होंगे। इतने बड़े नाम उनके खिलाफ, इतने बड़े फाइनल में हज़ारों लोग ऑनलाइन देख रहे हैं, लाखों लोग घर पे देख रहे हैं, करोड़ों लोग इसको फॉलो कर रहे हैं क्रिकेट इन्फो पे और चेंज ऑफ पेस पे। लुक एट दोस ड्रॉप कैचेस यार, खुशदिल शाह एंड ऑफ कोर्स हुसैन तलत यार। कम ऑन, this is not good enough. This is why you guys are playing 1 or 2 matches for Pakistan, not 50 or 60, because you guys can't deliver.
And
let's
be honest, Khwaja, where credit where it's due, Shadab Khan would have never dropped that catch.
100%. Big hit down the ground. Malik hasn't nailed it. He's gone down to deep mid wicket. Good fielding there. Could there be a run out on?
That is a brilliant.
He's gone. Is he? Has he made it? Oh, here we go.
I think Zishan Ashraf was a little slow to come down there. Because I thought
throw bounce ho gayi na.
Yeah, I thought he expected Malik to make it.
Malik does look like he's run out. He does. Thumbs up there.
A bit sheepish from Shoaib Malik.
But he's not getting that. Didn't nail that free hit at all. Good throw.
Let's see what the verdict is on Tamade Hind.
मुझे लग रहा है run out हो गया. He's way behind at this stage. Oh, it's going to be a struggle. Is he going to make it?
Like I said,
here we go.
The throw was a bit high.
Oh, ball से ही छूट गया यार. हाथ से ही छूट गया ball. Zishan Ashrafi's made a mistake and Shoaib Malik has made it back. Good running.
Timur's making a good point here, saying that Southern were conceding 200 plus earlier, and now have given 2 strong sides. Relatively quiet in the knockouts.
यार उनकी बॉलिंग डिसिप्लिन बहुत बेहतर हो गई, लेकिन मसला यही है कि उनकी बैटिंग में वो क्या ये कर पाएंगे अगेंस्ट शाहीन शाह, उस्मान शेरवारी, इमरान खान सीनियर। एक भी वीक फास्ट बॉलर नहीं है उनकी।
And if I'm being honest, tonight they should have kept him even more quiet because they put down 3 catches and the fielding hasn't been.
बिल्कुल यार, it must be frustrating for the coach and the captain Shan Masood कि इतना अच्छा उन्होंने एग्जीक्यूट किया है, लेकिन फिर भी ऐसा लग रहा है कि हमें बड़ा स्कोर।
Imran's gotten away with the free hit. He'll continue here, full and straight. Malik does well to squeeze it out and almost finds the gap between the 2 fielders on the leg side.
Lekin Malik is not nailing those big shots. उसे लग ही नहीं रही.
Not nailing much these days. 139 for 3 after 16.2. As Malik and Hafiz, the veterans of the Pakistan side, the 2 names that we associate in terms of longevity.
और देखा जाए तो वो free hit देने के बाद बच ही गए हैं उन्होंने कि they didn't get smashed.
That's pretty effective. Is the free hit a hidden scam? Is like one of those lottery tickets?
यार, we've seen many times that they struggle to hit it. In fact.
139 for 3.
It just shows कि 135, 140 बॉलर को overpower करना आसान नहीं होता है.
Yeah.
It's quite difficult.
Yeah, you've got to think it through. Imran will continue here.
Good
Beautiful
ball,
delivery. That is a good Yorker. And fine square leg will run around to cut it off at fine. And they'll come back for a couple.
Bowling तो अच्छी करा रहे हैं इमरान, थोड़ी सी अगर सीधी करा ले, it'll be a very good Yorker.
Right then, let's get some scores on the board here. What do you guys think the score will be at the final 20?
143 for 3 and they're about 2 plus 3. 20 बॉलें रह गई इनिंग में. So if they double that, get up to 180, 183, that'll be game on for them.
Yeah, I think they should get to 180.
175 तक अगर ये रोक लें SP, I guess they can be kind of satisfied.
SP
फखर जमान ने 50 मारी है, हफीज ने भी कि भी हमने कैच छोड़े हैं, रिजवान ने
I think they're being a bit generous with SP. I think they're going to aim for less than 170 here. Because
यार aim तो वो ज़रूर करेंगे लेकिन कर पाएंगे, that's the challenge ना.
I mean, Malik is not really looking in the best of touch, but
लेकिन हफीज एक ओवर की मार है ना.
Hafiz can go ape shit.
178 कह रहे हैं Zishan. I think they'll be very happy with 178.
Who will be happy with 170? Both
I
teams.
think SP will
Both
fancy
teams will be
themselves.
happy. 180-ish, playing it safe all night.
Shaheen Shah को विकेट नहीं देना, that's going to be the crucial thing.
That's the biggest problem for Southern tonight is Shaheen Shah.
और मसला ये कि दूसरी तरफ भी शनवारी आ जाता है, वो भी तेज है, वो भी उसको हारना.
But I mean, the problem with, I say problem with the pinch of salt because he is a Pakistani bowler. But for Southern Punjab, Shaheen Afridi के 4 ओवर तो मतलब वो तो एक death wish है ना, मतलब
खत्म हो
तो
गया ना,
होना ही नहीं है. You need something.
यानी उसके 4 में से अगर आपको 25 भी मिल जाए बहुत है.
हाँ 25-30 बहुत है.
Big hit
Full
down
length
the
delivery
ground.
and it'll be just a long one for a single.
यार बड़ा अच्छा ओवर करा लिया इमरान ने यार, आप
Despite the free hit, yeah.
हाँ. So
just quieting down this innings, 145 for 3. And we've seen this with Malik and Hafiz. It's not been the best feature of their batting. They struggle to get going from ball 1.
Like in this tournament, I don't really honestly remember. I think 150 मारी है मलिक ने, और हफीज़ की भी बैटिंग इतनी ज़्यादा नहीं आई. It's all been about Fakhar Zaman and Rizwan and some other guys making runs for KP.
So if you're listening into the Change of Pace live broadcast right now, I want to bring up...
ज़रा plug कर दें.
Yeah, the home of Pakistan cricket commentary. We will be covering the upcoming PSL and then the Zimbabwe series and the draft. We'll have a special show for the draft.
के भी हमारे जो T20s होंगे वो भी हम likely cover
the
करेंगे.
ungodly hours that will be facing us, but we will cover them regardless. A lot of cricket coming your way. We talked about, I just mentioned the Khwaja about starting slow, and one of our listeners actually, critic, I'm not sure if he's still listening in, has still actually put together this really incredible chart that he DM'd me later as well. And the chart actually focuses on the National T20 Cup, and it takes a look at batsmen and how well they start, as well as how well their runs and etc. and their averages and strike rates. But it focuses on impetus in the innings, and I mean from ball 1. Because if you're batting up the order at 1, 2, 3, you have a little bit of leeway. I would say you would allow yourself time to get in.
New ball.
But what Pakistan have struggled with historically and of late as well is starting from ball 1 and hitting that 6 from ball 1. And you think of the likes of Abid de Villiers and Glenn Maxwell, obviously the pristine players that they are. First 2 balls, one of them can go for 6. That's how good they are.
I think it's honestly a lot to do with self-belief. Ability की बात नहीं, आप में self-belief और self-confidence होना चाहिए कि आप मार सकते हो.
But I definitely recommend you go over to his profile and have a look at that chart, because it shows that some of the new boys are actually a lot better than some of the old guns. And I'd like to mention like Abdullah Shafiq, Danish Aziz are some of those names that are good from ball 1. And I'm a big fan of this KP training kit, by the way. What a shot that is from Shoaib Malik. A quick wrist action that will go over long on for 6. And that bat speed was very fast.
Amir Yameen pitching it up in the slot, and Shoaib Malik with a huge flick over mid-wicket, way back into the stands. That is a big 6 and a timely 6.
Probably one of the quicker bat speeds I've seen in this T20 Cup. And we've seen that with Shoaib, that he's not really one of those batsmen that puts his body behind the shot. His bat speed is what carries the shot.
Like Amir Yameen, he's not very tall and he's not very quick, so it's the kind of range that Shoaib Malik can hit for 6.
Yeah.
And he's definitely done that. Under pressure डाल दिया है. 4 balls left in the over, 150 up for KP, 152 for 3 after 17.2. कितने बॉलें रह गई अब? 16 बॉलें रह गई. Yes, 16 बॉलें रह गई इस innings में. So 180, 185, maybe even 190. Unless they go really ballistic and get even closer to 200. It's very possible.
Full toss this time. Amir Yameen is making a mess of this over. And it goes all the way over square leg for another 6. Shoaib Malik is being played in by Southern Punjab now. If you give this man freebies, he's been playing cricket before some of these players were even born. And he can just easily talk you away.
That is literally true.
That is true. Yeah. It's a fact.
He is older than Shaheen Shah Afridi.
He's older. Yeah,
he's been playing longer than.
His cricketing career is older than Shaheen Shah Afridi.
लेकिन आमिर यामीन यार experience bowler अब जाके खराब नहीं करो अपनी team के chances. But that is the kind of pressure that these big names can put you under lights and the glare of the TV cameras and the watching public. 158 for 3. अभी भी 3 बॉलें रह गई हैं. And it's going to be a tough time for Southern Punjab, and they have nobody else to blame for dropping their catches.
Yeah, you got to take those chances, especially of these veteran players. And right now, we haven't even seen the best of Hafiz. So if he gets going, they might be looking at 190 plus. 158 for 3 after 17.3. Short ball. Malik this time swivels across, and square leg is in place this time. So there was definitely a plan for that.
Oh my
delivery.
God, no ball दे दी है यार आमिर यामीन, तुम क्या कर रहे हो यार? Unbelievable stuff. Look at that. Is it a no ball?
It is.
Very harsh, I'd say.
Nothing behind the line, and Southern Punjab are unraveling here.
देखो यार, free hit दे रहे हो वो भी हफीज को, वो भी आमिर यमीन, वो भी 18वें ओवर में,
Yep.
वो भी with 158 for 3. This is asking to be smashed, and Amir Yamin not doing his Zimbabwe selection any favors with this poor over here. अभी भी 3 बॉलें रह गई, 29 runs already given away in
They
this
are
spell.
coming loose at the seams, or Southern Punjab, and like AZ said, they have nobody to blame but themselves. They set themselves a very good position after dismissing Fakhar Zaman.
यार अब इतना फाइट करने के बाद
Rizwan.
बॉटम ऑफ द ग्रुप टेबल, फिर आप आए सेमीफाइनल को क्वालिफाई किया, एक बहुत बड़ी विक्ट्री की, फिर आप फाइनल में जाके ऐसे मिस्टेक्स कर रहे हो. That's very frustrating for a coach and a captain.
160 for 3 after 17.3. You got to do the basics
And
right.
for a Tareen.
And for a 3, yeah. This time it's in the air. Mohamed
ये देखो
Hafiz,
यार हफीज से लग ही नहीं रही.
no distance on that. It's all height up in the air, and Amr Yamin takes the catch, but it won't count for much.
Crazy.
'Cause,
What must Shan Masood be thinking यार?
so Hafiz
A
has been,
penny for his thoughts.
has been dismissed, what, 4 times?
को 4 दफा तो हफीज को लाइफ मिल चुकी है आज यार.
161 for 3 after 17.4. Amr Yamin is making a meal of this over. It's become a run-on sentence. Sixes galore, free hit as well. And Southern Punjab again is so loose tonight. It's just been all over the. Even that
वो भी क्या,
catch
वो भी
was,
फ्री हिट वाला कैच भी नहीं पकड़ा उन्होंने.
was dropped. 161 for 3 after 17.4. Hafiz.
हालांकि इतनी बड़ी विकेट ली थी आमिर यमीन ने तो पिछले ओवर में अपने फखर जमान को आउट करके. अभी भी 2 बॉलें रह गई हैं. 161 for 3.
And it might just
2
be.
plus 12 14 बॉलें रह गई हैं अभी भी यार.
It might just be the sporadic behavior of Amr Yamin that has kind of put the selectors away from him. That
देखें,
people don't
बिल्कुल.
take him as seriously as they should. Amr Yamin this time short delivery. Shoaib
Oh.
Malik will swivel across, and it's fielded well.
Ilyas done well. They saved 3 runs, maybe even 5 runs. Flat 6 हो सकता था. But 162 for 3. Last ball of the 18th over coming up. They really need to finish well
Yeah,
here.
another astute observation by critics saying that there is a big difference between Yamin's power play numbers and his numbers outside of the power play. Probably why he hasn't played as many T20 matches. All T20 international matches. It'd be nice to see that
Look at
comparison.
that burgundy waist kit जो पहनी हुई है हमारे. He literally looks like the Southern Punjab flag right now.
Yeah, true. It's a blue and red logo, and even the
Marina wearing a very stylish and very elegant kurta. That
ex-Pax-
I like what they've done for the
ex-Pakistan captain, I think.
family. Yes, player तो definitely a captain भी शायद रह चुकी
I
है.
think she was the captain before Sun Amir.
Maybe she might have.
Yeah. 162 for 3 after 17.5. As this partnership is growing in stature, these two are experience would be a mild term for the amount of cricket that they've played. And you don't want to give them opportunity. There you go! Mohamed Hafiz, in his 4th try, finally clears the fence.
देखो
It's just a shot that was just been waiting to be hit. Mohamed Hafiz, you can't give him that much time, and this has been a disaster of an over for Southern Punjab. And Amr Yamin has provided Southern Punjab, provided KP the opportunity to cross 200.
As they say, the wheels are coming off for Southern Punjab. Amir Yamin giving away free hits, giving away 3 sixes in that over, and 2 to Malik, 1 to Hafiz, and now Southern Punjab are in damage control mode. ठीक है, अभी भी हम कह सकते हैं जी 200 वाला पिच है, 200 वाला ग्राउंड है, लेकिन जब आपके पास इतनी एक्सपीरियंस बैटिंग नहीं है, हुसैन तलत, खुशदिल शाह, जिशान अशरफ, दे आर ऑल गो गेटर्स, वो क्रीज ऑक्यूपाई करने वाले लड़के नहीं हैं. एंड शान मसूद इज़ ऑफ कोर्स नॉट दैट फ्री फ्लोइंग अ प्लेयर. And you have to face Usman Shinwari, Shaheen Shah Afridi, Imran Khan Senior. ऐसे bowlers को आपको face करना है. Maybe even Hafiz might get a ball in the final. So it's going to be a very tough
Maghribi
ask.
Mard is quite vocal about us labeling Shinwari as a threat. He sees him as a weak link.
यार आपने कल भी तो देखा था, उसने 2 विकेटें निकाली थी in that key over against Sindh. तो यार वो प्लेयर तो वो है, आप ये तो नहीं कह सकते कि इस लेवल पे स्पेशली, चलो इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे वो मारे खाते हैं, इस लेवल पे तो आउट कर ही लेता है.
168 for 3. That's a good looking piece of silverware.
Yes,
That actually might look nicer than the PSL trophy.
100%.
Good length delivery,
Ooh,
inside edge, and it should have been put away from Malik. To be honest, it wasn't the best of deliveries. It was 2 straight and 2
यार
back.
ये भी 2 रन हो गए.
Wow, that is a bit of an example to some of the youngsters that were refusing doubles last night and earlier in this innings. That Malik and Hafiz have stolen the second run there, and every run's going to be worth its weight in gold at this point of the innings. And you are listening to Change of Pace Live, the home of Pakistani cricket commentary, bringing you the National T20 Cup final live from Rawalpindi. Beautiful, large,
match hoga abhi
golden gauntlet that they'll be fighting for. 170 for 3.
I am inevitable. ये actually Thanos की टांग से निकाली है ना ये.
Wow. There it is. It's another 6 from Shoaib Malik. He clears the front leg, smashes it over long on. It's a comfortable stroke, and it's just too easy.
Selection.
It's too easy. Look at that. Hafiz is calling for reinforcements.
Get over here.
He needs a drinks break. He's been
यार
out
आप
for that
क्यों
long.
ये variety बॉलें डाल रहे हो यार? Forget these varieties. Try to nail your Yorker. यार उमर गुल जो हमारे legend retire हुए हैं, आप उनसे क्यों नहीं सीखते? He was a Yorker machine. उसने 6 बॉलें ब्लॉक होल्ड में डालनी थी. आप बैक ऑफ द हैंड और ये वो BS मत करें. आप 50 पार्टनरशिप जिसमें 15 बॉल में से उसके कैच छूटे हैं आपके मोहम्मद हफीज और मलिक के यार. Can you believe it? 33 मार गया शोएब मलिक यार.
As Tariq Saeed would say to Easy Khwaja, आप तो जज्बाती हो गए.
I'm just frustrated with our young cricketers यार. फिर ये पुराने चले हुए कारतूस 1500 मैच खेल जाते हैं, फिर हम इनको बातें बनाते हैं. It's because you guys don't improve yourself and you don't perform when it matters. और ये लोग कर जाते हैं और अपनी सिलेक्शन करवा लेते हैं. 176 for 3.
Comments coming in.
18.2 overs gone.
Comments coming in saying.
क्या कह रहे हैं?
Well, let's talk about critics' stats about Amr Yamin first. He's saying in the power play he averaged 27.2, and outside of it he averages 40. And the biggest hit is the economy. Within the power play, it's less than 6.
लेकिन मसला ये उसको लाते भी तो slog overs में है ना.
Yeah, but look at that difference within the. यार पहले 6 में भी तो रन बनते हैं ना. तो पहले 6 में he's less than 6.
But he swings the ball, so that comes in his favor.
Less than 6 and over, and after that power play he goes at 9.5. That's a pretty significant jump. And
यार लेकिन जो राना फ़हीम ने भी मारे खाई हैं, वो कौन सी कम है? वो भी 8-9 पे जाता होगा.
I mean, it's not about. I think he definitely should get a chance.
क्योंकि बैटिंग भी करता है यार और अच्छी बैटिंग करता है.
Whether he's good enough or not, that's still to be seen. Mohammad Hafiz is
smashed
this straight to mid wicket, and it's finally been caught by Mohammad Ilyas. He's been dismissed about 5 times tonight as Mohammad Hafiz. The innings has finally come to an end for 38. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa are 177 for 4.
And ये भी full toss थी जो उसको 6 मारनी चाहिए थी.
This is a delivery that should have gone comfortably for 6. But Mohammad Hafiz's aging body will just find deep mid wicket.
Gandalf जैसी body बना दिया. Dumbledore बना दिया. We should edit his face onto Dumbledore. But finally Hafiz 1500 catch देने के बाद he's finally been caught out, and Southern Punjab now in pure damage control mode. अभी भी मुसद्दिक भाई आ सकते हैं जो who made 33 of 9 in one of those games. And it's going to be a big challenge to control him, and Malik also finding his range, finding the middle of the bat. But if they can somehow keep it below 190.
Zain is calling for Umar Gul to be appointed as bowling coach.
100% यार. मैं तो पहली चीज़ ही मैंने ये ट्वीट की थी कि as a high class individual and इतनी ज़बरदस्त personality है उमर गुल की. He's always encouraging the others. Nobody can say a bad word about Umar Gul.
One of those things about Umar Gul that you just mentioned now, and that's
उसको foreign qualify करके bowling coach लगवाओ यार.
And one thing that I'd like to say about him is that when we look, coaches are essentially teachers. And when you look back at your teachers, AZ Khwaja, the good ones, you don't always remember what their expertise were. Oh, what a shot! Shoaib Malik has carved this through the offside field. Plenty of protection there, but he finds that gap for 4. And the KP are now into the 180s, 181 for 4 after 18.5. They're looking at that 200 right now.
देखो यार.
And about coaches or teachers, you think about what kind of teachers have an impact on you. It's the ones that have those personalities, the ones that inspire you. And I can't think of a personality better than Umar Gul.
And an even bigger thing that representation is very important. यार पश्तून youth के लिए Umar Gul is a hero. Imran Khan senior जो उसका teammate है, he literally copied his bowling action. इतने सारे लड़के कहते हैं यार Umar Gul हमारी hero है. ये वो है.
Wide outside off, Shoaib Malik gets down on one knee and cusses away to point for another boundary. He's been incredibly effective.
Selection!
He's been incredibly effective
here.
Selection. He knows there's some series on the line.
Imran, complete meltdown, but hard to blame him. Young bowler hai. Catch आप छोड़ रहे हैं बार-बार. He's gone for 50 in his 4 overs, and now Southern Punjab are truly against it. Now it's going to take a big performance from them to win this game. Of course, जो बड़े नाम हैं हफीज़, फ़खर ज़मान, शोएब मलिक, सब खड़े हुए हैं बड़े फाइनल में. प्रेशर के साथ डील किया है, and they're taking the game away from Southern Punjab. Even though 80% of the innings they bowled really well, but वही है जब pressure when the game is on the line in the crunch situation, Southern Punjab are
Yeah,
faltering.
you take a look at those first 15, and it wasn't a bad bowling performance. It's just that, like you said, the wheels have come off in the latter part of the innings. But that's what matters. That can turn into a mediocre batting effort into a good one. And right now, I think what they have on the board, KP will be pretty happy with
और
it.
ये भी इतना खौफनाक hitter है मुसद्दिक भाई, and it's probably going to be Ilyas or maybe
I think
even
he scored
Mohammad
like
Abbas.
one of these innings. He scored like 30,
33 off 9 balls.
33 off 9. He went ballistic.
Mohammad Abbas को लाए जी last over, so this is a big gamble taken by SP once again, but वही experienced player हैं. They'd expect him to deliver in the crunch situation. 185 for 4. Mohammad Abbas coming on to bowl to Musaddiq.
First ball to the 19th, and our stream has gone for a bit of a walk, and he's hit this. It should go all the way. It does.
Yeah.
Musaddiq is in action immediately. That strike rate is hitting 600.
Yeah.
And those statistics that were placed by one of our listeners, that he gets a quick start, he's quick to go, and Mohammad Abbas, mate, you're not bowling in England in a test match anymore.
Yeah,
this is the National T20 Cup. Nobody cares about your reputation. You're going to be taken down to Tongtown every opportunity they get. And Musaddiq is cashing in.
Money in the bank.
How old is Musaddiq?
I think
25?
लगते तो 35 है, लेकिन आप चेक करेंगे 24 होंगे वो फिर बंदा क्या बोले.
Why you gotta do him like that? Why you gotta do him like that? He's only...
यार इफ्तिखार भाई भी तो थे.
No, he's 31. He's actually 31.
अच्छा चलो, he looks his age.
Yeah.
So यानी he's actually 38.
And the stream has definitely taken a bit of a
इतने छिक्के
breather.
पड़े कि हमारी स्ट्रीम ही फंस गई है. But let's get that fixed immediately. Oh my god यार, SP so frustrating. Shan Masood must be really tearing his hair out. यार इतना आपने मैच कंट्रोल किया हुआ था, फिर आपने कैचेस छोड़े हैं, और वो भी आपके बड़े नामी प्लेयरों ने. Here he comes once again. Mohammad Abbas, Shoaib Malik on strike. This will be smashed over extra cover for 6. It's gonna go all the way. Oh, he's dropped him on the boundary. Shoaib Malik tipped over the top. Another 6, and he's racing to his 50. 198 for 4 after 19.3. Abbas pitching it up outside off. Shoaib Malik gets down on one knee and bashes it over extra cover. And Imran, kidhar ghoom rahe ho yaar? That is going to be a 6. Yes, it is. That was a catching opportunity. But once again, Southern Punjab faltering in the field. And Shoaib Malik in the big final coming through. Musad Afzal kuch bole.
I'm just surprised.
Hosla de Ali
This is an
Tareem ko.
opportunity for some of the young guys to make a name for themselves, but all of them have kind of lacked conviction tonight. They've dropped catches when they should have been taken comfortably. And the bowling from Ilyas and Zaid have been good. And look at that, Shoaib Malik still as fit as he was 20 years ago.
50 maar gaya yaar.
Stealing that second, and on the stage that mattered most, on the final of the National T20 Cup, it's the veteran, the experienced, and some would say the Pakistan legend, Shoaib Malik, who's got a half century to his name.
Yeah, this is just
Strike rate of 250. A strike rate of 250. He scored
20 ballon mein wo kaise kar gaya yaar. Unbelievable stuff. But just shows form is temporary, class is
You're gonna have
I don't even want to say it.
You're gonna have a chuckle in the middle of it.
लेकिन कोई अब कोई क्रिकेट फॉर स्कोर कार्ड खोल के देखे, वो कहेगा जी हफीज ने स्कोर किए, फ़खर ने स्कोर किए, मलिक ने स्कोर किए. It's all, gung ho, but very different.
You watch the game, it's a very different story. Yeah, 100%. The last couple deliveries here, Malik is going to be facing Abbas, and he gets down on one knee, connects well, and he finds the gap on the leg side between mid-wicket and long on. It's another boundary. KP are swelling in stature here. They're well past 200 now. 204 for 4 with a delivery to go. And Southern Punjab, the shoulders are dropping, and they're not...
Zainab साथ ही कहनी, how is it fair to have Shoaib and Malik in the same team? यार आप उनके 6 कैच छोड़ोगे तो यही होगा. Unbelievable stuff, यार.
And quick critic is saying Misbah DM Malik about selection definitely looks to be the
है यार,
case.
मुझे भी कभी DM कर दे इस मिसबा यार, क्या है यार, हमें PCB DM कर दे कि भाई आप कमेंट्री पैनल पे हो, and they'll be all in, change of pace, going Mr. Worldwide. Dale.
Here we go. It's going to be the last delivery. Malik digs it out outside off, and it's just going to be a single to the end. But they might come back for 2 here. And they do. Brilliant. Despite the arm of Shan Masood, they took on the Southern Punjab captain. And Khyber Pakhtunkhwa in those last 3 overs have turned this game around. And credit to Fakhr Zaman to set up the foundation. Muhammad Hafiz got a bunch of chances, but then stayed in the game to hit 6s. But the marquee player tonight for KPK has been Shoaib Malik, the man that we've seen do this for Pakistan and other franchises many a time. The CPL, the PSL will know well of his abilities, and he's swollen this KP score to more than it should have been, courtesy of some poor fielding and some lackluster bowling from Imran specifically. They've got 206 on the board. It's going to be a mighty chase if Southern Punjab are to get anywhere close of this huge total. They need 207 to win off their 120 deliveries. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the remainder of what should be a humdinger of a National T20 Cup final.
Welcome back to Change of Pace Live. This is the second innings of the National T20 Cup Final. Southern Punjab with a huge task, but they've got it all to do. Shan Masood and Zishan Ashraf out batting for SP. They've conceded 205 runs. 206 का target उनको दिया गया है against a superstar bowling lineup of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa with Shaheen Shafri, that man, the Eagle of Lord, the Shan of Khyber, bowling for Khyber Pakhtunkhwa with a big total to defend. It's going to be a very uphill task for Southern Punjab. Can they do it? But they have shown in the last game. Shan Masood bhi form mein made a match-winning 70 odd in the semi-final. Zishan Ashraf was in good striking form. He took the game away from Sindh right in the batting power play. Here we go, the final, all at stake, all the trophies, all the glory. Here we go, Shaheen Shafri, 2 slips in place. Can you believe that in a T20 Cup final? Here we go, first ball. Shaheen Shafri right on the money, and a quick single taken with Shan Masood. Mid-on was a bit slow. थोड़े से lazy हो गए थे उधर. I think it's Wahab Riaz who was coming in. Wahab Riaz, Shaheen Shafri, Usman Chinwari, Imran Khan Senior, all 4 of them have played Test cricket for Pakistan, and they're bowling in the National T20 Cup final. And of course, we also have the experience of Hafiz and Malik. Hafiz Malik making the fastest 50 of his T20 career. Can you believe that? In the National T20 Cup finals of only 20 deliveries. And Southern Punjab will feel a bit frustrated on a 20-15 run extra de diye hain. The way they dropped catches, the way they bowled poorly in the last 2 overs. But Shaheen Shafri now bowling to Zishan Ashraf. Good ball, beats the outside edge. Had a drive at it with 2 slips in place and completely missed. Shaheen Shafri getting that late away swing from the left-hand batsman, which makes him so hard to play. And he's showing his class, he's showing his quality. And Zishan Ashraf was nowhere near that. अगर आपने इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट खेलनी है तो ऐसे ही बॉलिंग आपको फेस करनी पड़ेगी और आपको अपनी टेक्निक और अपनी टेम्परामेंट प्रूव करनी पड़ेगी. With me, of course, is my co-commentator and of course the founder of Change Pace, Musad Afzal. What do you think? Do they have a chance in this match?
I would not want to be Zishan Ashraf or anybody from the South Punjab team right now, and I'll tell you why. It's difficult enough chasing 200 plus on any pitch. Oh, there's a run-out chance. It's direct hit. He's gone, and they've missed it, and they'll come through. No.
Overthrows ho gaye.
Overthrows for 4 actually. It's gone for overthrows for 4. It's a comedy of errors here on the third ball of this chase here, as it was defended back to backward point, and Zishan Ashraf was coming down for a single, got stranded in no man's land. The direct hit would have sent him back, and he missed. There was no cover for the throw, and it goes all the way to the mid-wicket boundary for 4. So those are welcome 3 runs, and it's so hard to get runs off of Shaheen Afridi's bowling anyways. He's got 3 runs to give away, 5 for no loss now. Southern Punjab, as the comments are pouring in, Mahobili has joined us as well, taking a break from what seems to be a very politically disruptive day in Pakistan. 5 for no loss after 3. Down the leg side, he's picked it.
4 runs.
That is a poor delivery from Shaheen. How often do you get to say that? It runs down to fine leg quickly for 4, and they're making me eat my words here, Southern Punjab, because I said that chasing 200 is difficult, but Shaheen Shah Afridi is even more difficult. But they've already got 9 off the first 4 against Pakistan's and maybe the world's best bowler.
Indeed, a poor start by Shaheen Shafri. थोड़ा सा अपना temperament और line lose कर गए हैं. Gandhi ball थी, trying to bowl that in swinger, but it was on middle and leg and just kicked away to the fine leg boundary.
There's one thing I would say about Shaheen Shah Afridi, and there's not a lot of bad things you can say about this gentleman. He's so talented and so disciplined as well, which is a key feature, because we've seen Pakistani talent in the past, but we haven't seen a lot of discipline from Pakistanis in the past. Beautiful delivery, and immediately corrects his line outside off. When he starts going for runs, Khwaja, sometimes he loses his patience. Sometimes he does get upset, and his spells become a bit tough on him, and those figures will get a bit lopsided. And he's had very few bad days, but when he's had bad days, it's because of that. Early in the spells, he'll get a bad fielding, or a catch will get dropped, or a flurry of boundaries, and maybe he tries to overcorrect, or maybe it's a mental block. But you have to remember he's still 2021, which is a very tender age for a fast bowler. 9 for no loss after 5. Up his drive from Zishan Ashraf, and on the bounce to the man at backward point. First over goes Southern Punjab, 9 for no loss, hanging in there and meeting that rate.
Zainab Izhar Kiani, fielding has been consistently poor. Pakistan fielding has been on a downfall since Steve Rickson left in 2019. That's very true. Trickle down is visible in PSL in past few years and national T20. बिल्कुल सही कह रही हैं कि at one time we were looking like a truly elite fielding team. but then once Steve Rickson left, then it went down a bit. और इस national T20 में तो हमने बहुत ही poor fielding देखी. Lots of catches dropped, lots of misfielding on the boundaries, lots of poor diving techniques, lots of poor run out techniques as well. अब उस पे काम तो करना होगा हर level पे, हर team.
VK on the chat, how is everyone? Everyone is nervous, but we are all in pretty good as well.
Good evening.
Maho is saying, यार शोएब मलिक ने फिर इतना मारा है, but then he does it every once in a while. मतलब वो T20 का Federer हो गया. That is probably one of the most ridiculous comparisons I've ever heard in sport.
भाई वो Federer fan है.
To compare Shoaib Malik to Roger Federer. Roger Federer
क्यों नहीं भाई?
is
वो Gillette के ad में साथ आए थे.
Is digging his own grave. Yes, I do remember that ad.
Lovely
Full
shot.
delivery. That's a poor one to start by the other opening bowler,
Good field placing,
Imran Khan. Imran Khan Senior, who looks at holding his back there. He might be out of shape. Not the only Imran Khan under pressure today. 10 for no loss after 1.1.
The round pound. और एक और कमेंट ज़ैन हम कह रहे हैं नीड ज़िशान टुल्लेबाजी मोर टू वर्क टुडे. डेफिनेटली आई थिंक एक भी नहीं, ज़िशान और शोएब दोनों की उनको चाहिए होगी. लेकिन उनके पास हार्ड हिटिंग बैट्समैन तो है. खुशदिल शाह हैं, शोएब मकसूद हैं, ज़िशान अशरफ हैं, हुसैन तलत भी ओकेजनल छक्के मार लेते हैं. तो इट्स डेफिनेटली पॉसिबल. सैफ बदर भी अच्छे हिटर हैं डाउन दी ऑर्डर. उनको अभी तक मौके इतने नहीं मिले इस नेशनल T20 में बैटिंग करने के लिए.
10 for no loss after 1.1. As Imran Khan Senior bowls another poor delivery, good length on the leg stump, but he has cover for that. That's he's
field
smart enough to do
करा
that. And Mao saying मेरी बिस्ती क्यों कर रहे हो? Mao बातें इस तरह नहीं कर रही हैं कि Federer को मलिक से मिलवा रही हैं. अब किस तरह बोलें? But who would be the Roger Federer of international cricket? I think it'd be someone like Steve Waugh, who's got titles galore, or maybe like Ricky Ponting, someone who's constantly scoring runs.
लेकिन वो elegant player नहीं थे ना.
Ricky was.
Who is an elegant
Ricky
player
was pretty
who's won everything?
Sachin then, I guess.
Yeah.
But I hate to admit that, so
Yeah,
we're not going to admit that.
Please.
I don't know. Understand why you wouldn't say Ricky's elegant, not elegant.
He is. But he was more brutal than elegant.
Oh, yeah. Maybe Sangakkara then.
Yeah, लेकिन वो हाँ वर्ल्ड कप
he
नहीं
hasn't
जीता,
won
लेकिन वो
much.
वर्ल्ड T20 तो जीता है.
Yeah.
बस.
Good length delivery flicked away by Shan Masood into a straightish mid wicket for a single. Shoaib Malik doing the
शान
fielding.
मसूद की बैटिंग अप्रोच बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग होगी
Yeah.
कि अभी वो क्या करेंगे, क्योंकि 200 का चेस है. वो उमर अमीन टाइप इनिंग तो बहुत ज़्यादा क्रिटिसाइज हुई थी. द की इज हैविंग अ बिग पार्टनरशिप राइट नाउ.
Yeah, Mao saying दफा हो जाओ तुम सचिन से compare कर रहे हो Federer को. But she's got a good shot on Brian Lara in terms of how elegant both of those gentlemen are.
यही बात है.
Some of the top names in their sport. And VK is asking us, what format do you enjoy covering the most? Khwaja, I'll start with you.
That's a good question.
Yeah, maybe you let it simmer for a ball. Come back to it.
I think T20 feels a bit short. Okay, बहुत जल्दी सब कुछ करना पड़ता है. जो हमने टेस्ट सीरीज की थी उसमें बहुत
That
एंजॉय
was a
किया
lot
था.
of fun.
बहुत मजा आया.
Surprisingly, because it was a bit of uncharted territory for us. We didn't know if people were going to come big appeal this time, but the batsman's walking across. Imran Khan not interested. It's Rizwan behind the stumps who's more animated. Zichan Ashraf trying to just slog this over mid wicket.
इनकी इतनी क्वालिटी है कि आप उनके खिलाफ शॉट इन्वेंट नहीं कर सकते. आपको प्रॉपर्ली बॉल को मेरिट पे खेलना पड़ेगा.
I would say for me, it's if I would take the PSL as a format. Number one is the PSL to cover. Then it's the test matches. Then it's the international T20s. And the worst format for me is one day cricket.
यार हमारा इतना एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है ना अभी ODI का. वर्ल्ड कप में बहुत मजा आया.
वर्ल्ड कप
में बहुत मजा आया था.
Man, that Afghanistan game was insane.
वो वाला भी न्यूजीलैंड वाला मैच भी बहुत जबरदस्त था. साउथ अफ्रीका पे भी जो कुट लगाई थी.
इंग्लैंड वाला मैच
वो तो अनबिलीवेबल मैच था यार.
Imran Khan continuing here wide outside off, but he's bowling a very decent pace here, Khwaja. It's quite quick, and he's beating Zishan. And Zishan is not the quickest in terms of his bat speed. He's the kind of man that puts power behind the shot rather than use his wristy wrists, as we like to call them.
VK कह रहे हैं Dravid, but he has won nothing. Lol. हाँ वाकई यार.
Yeah, I mean it was sad. For
Unlucky था यार Dravid भी.
I always imagined Dravid to be part of that 2011 side.
His spirit is in that side.
And because we've brought up the noisy neighbors in one way or another, this is a conversation that I've had a heated debate about with one of my close Indian friends.
Okay.
About which is the better Indian side, 2011 or 2019. 12 for no loss after 1.5. I'll let you think about that one, folks. As Imran Khan Jr. continues against Zishan Ashraf. Back of the line, has pulled it away. Square leg will be in action again as they come through for a single. 2 overs gone. It's very interesting that Imran Khan has been more economical in his first over than Shaheen Shah. But to the credit of his fielding, that he's placed well on the left side.
यार एक तो overthrow था और एक गंदी बॉल थी. So you can say कि even Shaheen was okay. The 2011 side had functional fast bowling and had a power packed batting. उनके it was fully like 2019 की का top order elite था, लेकिन middle order कोई नहीं था.
I think the middle order was
fast bowling अच्छी थी.
I think the middle order was there, just didn't click at the right time.
यार कौन केदार जाधव और हार्दिक पांड्या ये थोड़ी.
I rate Hardik pretty highly.
नहीं यार.
He's got a good hit on him. He's got good.
भाई उसने मैच लूजिंग शॉट खेला है सेमीफाइनल में. उसने और ऋषभ पंत ने बाउंड्री पे कैच आउट हो गए.
Zan is throwing back, doing a throwback, throwing it back. No, sorry, but he's playing a throwback to that. Pakistan has won a repeat commentary by you in the Afghanistan match. After Pakistan had won that game, full length delivery. Shaheen
crazy होना नहीं चाहिए था, लेकिन हो गया था crazy.
Yeah, played to mid wicket for a single.
माओ भी कह रहे हैं यार टेस्ट सीरीज में तुम लोग बेस्ट थे वाकई यार, क्योंकि हम थोड़ा रिलैक्स थे, थोड़ा सा सुकून था.
Every day there was a conversation on lunch.
हाँ कुछ ना कुछ.
Lunchtime banter.
Our greatest passion is food. इसमें तो कोई शक नहीं है.
And Nabil is saying, I love the disdain in AZ's voice when he's mentioning Hardik Pandya.
यार it's true यार, he's overrated cricketer.
I don't know. I think he has a lot of potential.
यार potential अब क्या 27-28 का हो गया होगा, बच्चा तो नहीं होगा अभी. I think
he's a marquee player for India. Driving back to Shaheen for no run. Looks better in this over. Does Shaheen. And VK saying, by the way, I don't know if you guys remember, but during the test series, I had said I was going through a very rough time. I have since found employment.
That's great.
VK, that is some great news coming in. And
especially in
congratulations.
this COVID scenario में काफी लोगों की हमने आज देखा हफीज सेंटर में आग लग गई यार.
Yeah, it's
so millions and crores of rupees of damage done there. और इंश्योरेंस का तो वैसे कोई कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं है पाकिस्तान में. So यार
very happy to hear that, VK. Good times ahead, and hope you have a good, fun career waiting for ahead of you. Back at the line by Shaheen.
Good shot, yaar.
Oh, that is
Shan Masood.
manufactured.
Brian Charles Masood.
Oh, beautifully driven. That is honestly, that shot was. I didn't think it was on. It was too close to off stump, but he just squeezed it past point and
hashtag squeeze
and got the boundary off of it. Finally, some runs flowing for Southern
यार
Punjab.
ये भी गंदी फील्डिंग थी वैसे, पॉइंट पे रोक लेना चाहिए था, but the speed of the shot was so quick he couldn't get around.
Zana said that 2019 is better by a mile. Interesting.
यार
the top three is definitely better.
Zain कह रहे यार हार्दिक is overrated.
Also, fast bowling is better, right? In 2019 for fast bowling.
Fast भी नहीं, fast हो गई हो. आप तो क्वीन एलिजाबेथ की एरा में चले गए. Fast bowling, the flowers and shahs and and all that beautiful Victorian times of cricket. And a good ball there from Shaheen Shah Afridi. Extra bounce and Shan Masood. आप Shaheen Shah Afridi को पुल नहीं मार सकते भाई, क्या हो गया?
Right, so we're going to leave that there. Zain M is saying Indians को लगता है उसको 3-4 पे भेज देंगे तो वो
यार I am genuinely telling you 100% उनको लगता है कि वो चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी फाइनल वो मैच जिता सकता है.
That's what Zain is saying.
यार वो इतने delusional है.
He's saying I have arguments with my Indian friends who actually think he would have won the CT final. That's
यार फखर जमान को 2-3 छिक्के मार के आप सीटी ट्रॉफी 320 कर लोगे यार.
Yeah, they lost by more than 150 runs.
180 runs. How can you forget?
Unbelievable that they.
आप 180 बोलो तो वैसे ही उनकी आंखें फड़क पड़ती हैं.
Edge! And it's been taken, I think, by first slip.
What a catch! Slip! Shaheen Shah Afridi has struck. Shan Masood is gone.
That's the first wicket of the night for Shaheen Shah. First wicket of the night for Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. 18 for 1, and the captain of Southern
Malik ne
Punjab.
catch liya bhai. Selection. Look at that catch. Flying catch at slip. Wow.
That was pretty comfortable.
Unbelievable stuff.
Making
here.
a little bit of meal of that, to be honest.
And Shan Masood, the big wicket falling in the power play. Of course, Shaheen Shah Afridi, he is a class bowler. You can't take chances against him. Big drive, thickish edge. Rizwan flew across, but it was a safe catch that slip. And Southern Punjab have lost their first wicket in the power play. ये क्या कह रहे हैं? AZ आपको इनसे मिलवाते हैं.
The Indian friends that believe that hard. But यार 200 रन चाहिए थे यार उस वक्त.
रंजें दौड़ें चाहिए थी.
Maghribi Mard is saying the difference between India 2011 and 2019 teams.
यार they were 45 for 3 and 90 for 5.
Oh, this is a very interesting observation by Maghribi Mard, who refuses to join the chat but constantly tweets us in. And he says the difference between the Indian 2011 and 2019 team is the same as the difference between Pakistan's 92 and 99 team.
क्या कैसे?
One of them is champions, one of them is not.
यही बात है ना यार. But मसला ये था इंडिया की 2019 was constantly being carried by Rohit. He hit 500 in the damn tournament यार.
But
तो
Virat was way
वो
too.
मिडिल ऑर्डर वो सामने आया नहीं कभी
I
प्रेशर
know. I
सिचुएशन
mean, that's.
यार वो अफगानिस्तान से हारने वाले थे
हाँ वो याद है मुझे.
आप भूल रहे हैं
I think Afghanistan threw
हम
that.
एक घंटा बैटिंग
I
करते
think
हम
Afghan-
भी वो मैच जीत
I think
जाते
Afghanistan threw that game.
यार अब वो अब 90 चेस खेल रहे हैं
Conspiracy. First conspiracy.
जियोपॉलिटिकल चीजें तो ये आती हैं
First conspiracy of the night.
and the way they lost to England in that Modi kit the saffron cricket
Yeah, I'm so
kit.
glad they lost in that kid.
वो तो होना ही था जब आप इतनी बड़ी लानत अपने सर पे ले रहे हो मोदी
Quick
जी
critic is saying Shaheen is an elite power play bowler in both ODIs and T20s. I
He's
feel like
just elite bottom
Yeah, I
line
think you
here.
just leave it
Look
at-
at that big swinger but down the leg side Shoaib Maqsood was late on it अगर उसकी accuracy होती line की he was going to be nailed leg before but
you know what I love
brilliant
about
diving
you know what I
stop
love
by
about
Rizwan.
change of pace, Khwaja, that even when Shaheen bowls a wide, you're happy in your voice. You're
Yeah.
delighted in your voice. You're
यार
celebrating.
swing देखें आप
You're
यार
celebrating
यार
the wide.
कुछ कौमी
You're,
हीरो है यार
you're
हमारे।
applauding the wide. That's how the love for Shaheen is ingrained inside his
Look at
comp
that,
box.
man, look at that look at that take by Mohammad Rizwan
Zainab कह रही है
Unbelievable.
इम्तियाज supermarket kid थी वो. Never been to Imtiaz supermarket. Shout out. 2.5 overs gone. 19
Oh,
for
what
1.
was that?
That's got to be
What was
given.
that? He's gone for his ball. Shaheen Shafri has struck. Shoaib Maqsood, a golden duck in the final. On your bike, mate. It's all over for you tonight.
That is horrific for any batsman, but Shaheen Shah Afridi in the power play in any stage of the game for in this sport. Shaheen is so lethal, full, straight, venomous from the man from Lahore Qalandars, and this final now slipping away rather quickly from Southern Punjab. Check the no ball, and he should be okay. He is
He's
okay.
fine. He's fine. Look at that delivery. Nailed that absolute
Unbelievable.
Wasim Bhai level Yorker right on middle stump, and Shoaib Maqsood was absolutely stone dead. Beautiful bowling here by the Eagle of Lahore, Shaheen Shah Afridi. Look at that. Perfect Yorker. And Shoaib Maqsood had no chance.
You don't say it often, Khwaja, but that was a toe crusher.
Oh, yes.
What were you running for, Shoaib? You know you were out. We knew you were out. Shaheen knew you were out. And Ehsan Raza and the man he has trapped inside of him knew he was out. Maqsood has to go for a golden duck. And Southern Punjab are sliding down. The eagle has landed, says Zainab. And Zainab is celebrating like Lahore Qalandars, who are still in the PSL for some reason.
यार ऐसे तो ना कहें यार हम डिजर्व करते हैं a critic with a good stat all teams averaged 30 plus in the national T20 in the power play except KPK who averaged 22 with the ball because of Shaheen Shah Afridi and of course he's also taken a 5-for in this tournament and he's well on his way for another
I
one.
have to say, critic is definitely our statsman to go. He's the Mazhar Arshad of the change of pace. He's coming through
100%,
with some serious numbers tonight.
और
And
आप देखें बड़े बैट्समैन को आउट किया शाहीन शाह अफरीदी ने शर्जील को आउट किया पिछले मैच में आज शोएब मकसूद को आउट कर दिया शान मसूद को आउट कर दिया
driven away this time for no run. You're not going to get any runs off of this man. Why is Zishan on? Oh no, the over has come to an end. So it's Zishan now facing Imran Khan Senior.
और 5 विकेट भी आई थिंक नॉर्दर्न के खिलाफ ली थी शाहीन शाह अफरीदी ने आई एम ट्राइंग टू रिकॉल इट माइट हैव बीन बलोचिस्तान था सॉरी यस उसमें भी इमामुल हक को उसको आउट किया था
All Might 93 saying there is no escaping Afridi. Afridi is inevitable.
Afridiism and Hussain Talat now coming in the power play. He's another.
The Anthony Davis of the Southern Punjab side.
The brow. Look at Shan Masood. He looks like he's seen a ghost. He looks like he's seen a demon. भाई अपने नाक में तो चूहे तो ना निकालो for God's sake.
Imran Khan down the
hero
track
तुम भी
from Zishan Ashraf to mid on, and it'll just be a single that they'll scamper through for.
In all this carnage, Zishan Ashraf बेचारा दूसरे एंड पे सुकून से खड़ा
He's
हुआ
doing
है.
all right, yeah.
Look at that Yorker यार. Oh,
Do you still think that Southern have some sort of chance here?
यार बिल्कुल भी नहीं. Absolutely no chance. Zishan Ashraf would have to make like a 120
And
not
the
out.
classic celebration, this the Shaheen Afridi that loves taking flight,
Oh,
and the Starman celebration that he's featured off of Shahid Afridi, 20 for 2 after 3.2 overs. One of the great PSL moments, Khwaja. When
And the kid is humble यार. बिल्कुल कोई
yeah.
arrogance नहीं है.
In
बिल्कुल
fact,
शरीफ बच्चा है यार.
I was actually just going to reference that. One of the great PSL moments when he dismissed Shahid
Ah.
Afridi and refused to celebrate.
देखो यार. Respect दे रहा है
The
वो.
classic
हालांकि 400 वनडो में 400 विकेट नहीं है.
wide outside off, and he's just driven it for no run.
Hashtag वनडो. Who is
401
more
not.
unbearable, Afridi or Malik? वाह यार आपने साथ ही Pandora's box.
That's what you call a rock in a hard place.
नहीं यार ऐसी कोई बात नहीं. दोनों हमारे कौमी हीरो हैं. उन्होंने बहुत उनकी सर्विसेज हैं पाकिस्तान को, पाकिस्तान के लिए भी और खिलाफ भी.
20 for 2. 3.3 overs gone. Shaheen Shafri rehydrating.
ओए होए होए
इसके लिए तो खालिस पानी होना चाहिए.
ओए होए खालिस पानी होना चाहिए.
Every time he wants to drink, somebody should drive up to the
आबे ज़मज़म
mountains.
पिलाने चाहिए daily.
Drive up to the mountains and fill up the water bottles and
Spring
come back.
water, Evian वाला महंगा वाला पानी लाना चाहिए.
3.3 gone. 20 for 2. Imran Khan Sr. continuing. Full length delivery, and he's following suit. It is.
यार अपील करो. I thought that could
No, I
have been
think
like
it was
before.
pitching outside lane.
Great Yorker there. यार न्यू बॉल पे ऐसे कंट्रोल करना आसान भी नहीं होता.
That is difficult,
Imran
and
is bowling beautifully.
यार बैट्समैन को गिरा दिया उसने. घुटने टेक दिए उसके.
घुटने टेक दिए literally.
21 for 2 after 3.4. Did you know there's a water bar in Dubai?
A water bar.
In Dubai Design District, there's
यार only in Dubai can you find a water
there's
bar.
a restaurant, and I went there,
Ah.
and they give you a menu with a
Ah.
water bar, and you get to choose waters from
Yeah.
around the world.
यानी वो शैंपेन की बोतल फटुक करके खोलते पानी निकलता.
That's Dubai for you, I guess.
Unbelievable stuff, यार. Ooh, good Yorker. He dug it out well in the end. Standing well outside his crease. That's pretty risky when the new ball bowling is bowling so well.
Mao is saying arrogance नहीं है शहीन में, इसलिए लोग उसको इतना celebrate नहीं करते. He deserves
सही बात है
more.
यार, सही
I
बात
mean, it's
है.
pretty much up there right now. I think it's Babar and Shaheen that are your marquee players. And direct hit would have been interesting there. They scampered through for another single. They're stealing runs
Why
here,
is there
Southern
यार?
Punjab.
Come on, Rizwan.
Rizwan's got to be careful there. There is selection on the Rhine. Fiji water for the man. यार वो कौन सी documentary थी यार, वो island वाली
Fire Festival.
Fire Festival वाला
हाँ.
ठीक चाहिए होगा इसके लिए.
वो मैंने देखी नहीं वैसे डॉक्यूमेंट्री. कैसी थी वो?
It was pretty insane.
यार काफी लोग इस शिकागो 7 शो की बड़ी तारीफ कर रहे हैं Netflix
I've
पे.
watched a little bit. It's a movie.
अच्छा मूवी
It's
है.
a movie, so I watched most of it so far.
Good.
I'll continue tonight. Pretty incredible.
Aaron Sorkin तो यार
I'm a big
genius.
Sorkin fan.
Genius
Whether it's
राइटर है यार.
you know,
न्यूज़ रूम भी कितना अच्छा था यार.
I cannot believe they cancelled that.
पागल है यार.
22 for 2 after 3.5. It's a
Shot, Hussain
beautiful
Talat.
drive. Hussain Talat looks like a test match opener with that shot, driving it through mid-on for 4.
Lovely shot.
Getting another boundary there, and Mahbili is very worried about the size of Imran Khan's face. Saying उसका मुंह मेरे मुंह से भी बड़ा है, and that is some बड़ा मुंह.
VK कहने don't you think Dubai is a very fake and material? यार it is in some sections, लेकिन हम जो इधर born and raised हुए हैं, we know the has you know quote unquote true UAE.
You've
true
been
Dubai.
born. I'm new.
I'm born
to
and
this
raised.
kind
तो
of-
हमने वो UAE भी देखा हुआ है जो हमारे बचपन का है और हम इधर पले बड़े भी हैं. कुछ एरियाज उन्होंने बनाए हैं of course टूरिस्ट के लिए और
Yeah.
फॉरेनर्स को पकड़ने के लिए,
Yeah.
लेकिन हम इतने लोग मतलब एक सेकंड जनरेशन मेरे बाद की भी अब एक जनरेशन
Yeah.
चल रही that has grown up.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of. It comes down to effort. And I'll
इमेज
tell-
और उन्होंने जान के वो एक इमेज
Yeah,
क्यूरेट
yeah,
की है कि भाई हम एक प्लेग्राउंड फॉर द
Well,
रिच और ये
and
वो.
I won't say this just about Dubai, but I'll just say about most major cities. It comes down to effort. Every major city in the world has cliches attached to it.
हाँ.
If you want to look past them, you have to go there and research.
बिल्कुल सही बात है.
And once you do, you realize there's so much more to it.
Bilkul.
That's the same experience that I've had in Dubai, which is a very different experience from AZ Khwaja, because I moved here as an adult, and when I did, everything seemed very superficial to me, like VK you've said. But after spending time here, you get to know the people, you find these hot spots, you find activities and groups, and there is a subculture here that can be quite fun to be a part of.
और यार
26
इट्स
for two.
बेसिकली एंड ऑफ द डे ट्रांजिट लोकेशन है, तो वो अब चीजें वही है ना, कल्चर चलता रहता है.
One thing
लोग
I'll say,
चलते रहते हैं.
one thing I'll say about Dubai though, the people are really nice.
हाँ
The people are really,
ऐसी तो कोई
really
बात
nice.
नहीं है यार.
So that's
यार as a Muslim I think there's no better place for us to live here. First world amenities.
what about Mississauga?
मतलब वो कनाडा.
It's the 26 for 2.
कनाडा यार इतना दूर कौन जाए पाकिस्तान से.
It is
यार,
quite cold
नहीं रह
too.
सकते.
Yeah, Osman Shinwari now running
यार
in.
400 वनडो में 400 विकेट मिसिसागा में नहीं हो सकता.
Mississauga ice cricket हुई थी ना? No, that was in Europe. And Usman Shinwari will start by giving up a single. He's kind of the weak link from my perspective in this KP bowling lineup, which is not bad to have Usman Shinwari
यार
as your weak
सोचो
link.
आपका फोर्थ बॉलर वहाब रियाज है यार. यानी इतने आपके पास क्वालिटी है. ब्यूटीफुल कैच. अच्छा इफ्तिखार ने वो कैच लिया था. मैं भी शोएब मलिक को हम प्रॉप्स दे रहे थे, बट
Yeah.
लुक एट दैट बॉल.
VK is saying he lives in Mississauga. And Zaid is saying Toronto's not bad.
टोरंटो तो यार वो जो आपने रैप्टर्स की सेलिब्रेशन देखी थी, आई लव द मल्टी कल्चरल नेचर यार. मतलब पीला नीला काला सफेद सारे
Yeah.
मिलकर
Didn't they have that marquee Sikh fan?
हाँ वो
there's a
भाटिया
whole
साहब,
interview
नायब
on it.
भाटिया साहब.
That was pretty cool too. 27 for 2. 4.1 overs gone. Usman Shinwari continuing here back at the length, and it's picked up off the pads off Hussain Talat, and it'll go to square leg for just a single, but a good looking shot nonetheless. 27 for 2 now, chasing 207 just to.
नबील कह रहे हैं टोरंटो इज हॉरिबल. वाओ. जैन कह रहे हैं नॉट बैड, बस बहुत ठंड है. हाँ ठंड तो
Turn
यार
to hai yaar, freezing.
करनी है.
I've got a lot of Yambus in Calgary because they're both engineering cities.
Okay.
A lot of friends of mine now chilling there, and I mean by the literal word of chill.
और आपकी वैसे अगर हम ग्लोबली चीज़ों की बात करें तो जसिंडा भाभी फिर इलेक्शन जीत गई.
You know what?
Shout out.
I won't deep dive into this, but I follow a lot of New Zealanders on my Twitter, and after Jacinda won, a lot of them were upset because she's too centrist for them.
अच्छा.
And
वो थोड़े conservative type.
Yeah, and across the world, people are just dying for some sort of centrists, and it's down the leg. It's going to ricochet off the pads of Zishan, and it'll come through.
लेकिन globally जसिंडा भाभी की बहुत strong image है.
Yeah, if you think of it globally, she's
she's a mother and the way she stood up to terrorism और ये और वो तो लोगों को पसंद है. She's probably one of the more popular political leaders in the world. Justin Trudeau भी अब थोड़े cancel हो गए हैं.
Yeah,
घूम रहा था.
with his oil pipelines and
oil
native
pipeline और वो
lands.
जो photo आई थी और वो
No, and the native lands issues too. There's a lot of native lands issues in Canada that we kind of gloss over because of their brand.
Centrist पाकिस्तान में गाली बन चुकी. बिल्कुल सही कह रही
We'll
है.
move past that. Critic has
यार तुम feminist तो कैसे हो सकते हो यार इतने stupid
centrist
लोग
or
हैं.
feminist.
मैं एक एग्जांपल दे रहा
अच्छा.
हूँ. वो कहते हैं जी ये यार feminist होना भी बुरा है. हालांकि उसके आप बेसिक ethos देखो तो it's a very good.
Yeah. Down the leg side, that'll be wide. Critic is saying Ifti Chacha is a very decent slip fielder. Took a few good ones in 2016.
यार कैच भी छोड़े थे उसने ऑस्ट्रेलिया में मुझे याद है.
No, but this in the slips, he's not bad. He's a good point. He played versus England and then took a screamer in the practice match earlier this year. Don't remember seeing that. And
यार ट्रूडो के आपने बात की वो जो उसकी कंट्रोवर्सी थी वो यार इट्स आई डोंट से व्हाई इट्स अ नॉर्थ अमेरिकन थिंग. इट्स नॉट अ वाइट थिंग क्योंकि वो सेम चीज़ वो यूरोप में वो उसके ऐसे नहीं देखते. लेकिन क्योंकि हम वी आर बेस्ड आवर सेंसिटिविटीज़ ऑन अमेरिकन कल्चर तो हमें भी यार एक फील होता है कि यार जो जिस चीज़ से वो ऑफेंड होते हैं वो हम भी ऑफेंड होते हैं. इतना अमेरिकन कल्चर पॉप कल्चर डोमिनेट करता है तो अब इन चीज़ों में तो अब एक्सेप्टेबल नहीं है ना इन 2020-21
30 for 2 after 4.3. It's an increasingly global world that we live in, except for immigration policies. That'll go to square leg and we'll get a single. No, yeah, just a single. They were thinking about two. A quiet over here from Usman Chinwari. He's not very used to those.
आप ऐसे ही उसको इतना डाउन प्ले कर रहे हो या वो इतना बुरा नहीं है.
He's only given away 6.
लेकिन वो अलग बात है. But I do hope that Lahore get rid of him. We can't keep him. And he was our diamond pick for God's sake.
31 for 2. Lahore is the worst team in the draft, right? That's you agree to that?
यार हमारा 11 इतना बुरा तो नहीं है वैसे.
No, I'm not saying.
हाँ choices जो उन्होंने लिए
I'm saying in terms of your strategy.
100% यार.
And I think the best team would probably be Zalmi.
यार QG ने भी बहुत strong team बना ली.
Yeah. Just went bust at the end. 31 for 2 after 4.4. Usman Chinwari continuing here. It's been an economical
But
first
it's a
over.
good thing यार. Next Friday Pakistan का match है finally returning.
Yeah, the Zimmers are going to be in town. In the air.
That is going to be an
easy
easy
got a lot
catch,
of
is
height. Running backwards and it's dropped.
Oh, Wahab Riaz भी catch छोड़े हैं. Difficult chance.
Yeah. It's
not easy. But अगर ये international match होता and he was playing in green, he would take that catch. I know Wahab would take that catch.
He's taken them before. And he's taken them some important catches in that World Cup too.
But Zishan Ashraf really not timing that ball at all. Skewed up in the air and Wahab Riaz. Ooh, यार पकड़ लेना चाहिए था. At this standard, he should take this catch.
Yeah, I don't think it's a lack of effort though. I think it's just more concentration.
I think the lighting issue भी पिंडी में इतना clear नहीं है. वो
Could be, yeah, good attempt.
But वो हाथ में ही नहीं आई यार बेचारे की. But giving Zishan Ashraf a life could be very dangerous.
Wahab has had more some memorable moments over the years.
Yeah, he is our World Cup
Definitely
bowler. World Cup merchant है Wahab. वो सिर्फ अपनी गेम तक ही रेस करता है.
Easy, I'm a bit torn about this. Wahab and both Mohammad Amir on a couple of things. As this is pulled away, use of the bottom hand again by Zishan, but he only gets to mid-on for a single. 5 overs gone, 34 for 2. We talk about Wahab Riaz and Mohammad Amir, not similar bowlers, but one thing that they have in common is that Mohammad Amir is now being increasingly characterized as a big match player, and Wahab Riaz is being increasingly characterized as a World Cup. Again, which is a big match player. I have a bit of an issue with that.
Okay.
And I'm torn. I haven't agreed with myself on it. First thing is that yes, that's true. Amir does step up in pressure situation, and Wahab's World Cup record speaks for himself. But the other side of it is that there is something called meritocracy, and there's got to be some sort of merit in sports. And if you're constantly poor in the rest of the games, should you get a shout at the World Cup?
नहीं, ये तो हमारा सबसे बड़ा इशू है कि भाई वो रेगुलर बायलैटरल्स में ये लोग उस लेवल पे परफॉर्म नहीं करते, मोटिवेट नहीं कर पाते अपने आप को.
And at the end of the day, I think of the likes of not Shaheen because he's a shoo-in, but you talk about.
लेकिन फिर लोग ये भी कहेंगे what else matters. besides World Cup.
Right, that's why it's such a difficult conversation. Because if you speak to Hasnain and Musa and Shinwari and the likes that are not in those World Cup teams yet, they're going to be like, यार हम तो अपनी जान मारते हैं bilaterals में और उसमें हमारे numbers भी अच्छे हैं. World Cup के टाइम में आप इन दोनों को ले आते हो, but जब आप but the counter to that is हम इन दोनों को लेके आते हैं, but they do perform.
अब आप वेस्ट इंडीज की T20 टीमें देख लो, they have a shocking bilateral record.
Yeah.
लेकिन उनके पास 2 टाइटल है.
Yeah,
What would you want?
Come the World Cup, they basically have an all-star team.
वो Avengers बन जाते हैं.
Avengers assemble essentially.
फिर बंदा क्या है उनको? What would you rather have, the bilateral and ranking success, or you want?
No, you want the silverware. There's no doubt about that. But you get what I'm saying about the meritocracy as well, right? Wahab Riaz now is into his first over. The first ball was a bit of a back of the length and a swipe across the line by Zishan Ashraf, who's struggling to get a goal in the air. Should be taken.
Gone.
That, my friends, would probably be the final of the National T20 Cup. Zishan Ashraf just comfortably drives into the hands of cover. Wahab gets a wicket, and Southern Punjab lose their third for just 34 inside the power play. It's all gone wrong very quickly for this side.
So the hopefuls for the Zimbabwe tour, guys. Oh, is this going to be a no ball? Ooh, I think it's fine. Ooh,
no, I think that's a no ball. That's
ये अब आपको decide करना पड़ेगा, is that a no ball or
that's
not?
a no ball. Anything if the rule is Khwaja, something has to be
I think
behind
the
line.
frame before it, because ये stride तो no ball लग रही है, उससे पहले उसकी एड़ी पीछे लग गई.
So you're saying it's slid up front?
I think it's okay. I think it's marginal, but it's okay. And a good
if it's marginal, then it goes to the batsman.
I think umpire belongs to the line belongs to the umpire.
So I don't think they've given.
कहावत तो हमने सुनी, but I think उन्होंने out दे दिया. I think वो जो हमने frame देखा उससे पहले उसकी एड़ी नीचे लग गई थी and it was fine.
First of all, are they checking no balls on on the screen? Are they checking?
I think they're not even checking, to be quite honest. Critic भी कह रहे हैं not a no ball. It's fine.
VK has come out with a superlative of a comment saying that if not for Rahat Ali, we would have won the 2015 World Cup.
यार कहाँ से?
I would disagree with that. I would vehemently disagree with that. I think that was
Adelaide इतनी flat pitch है, उनके पास तब भी बहुत batting थी.
And no, not just that game. To win the World Cup is
पूरी World Cup, no
that's
chance.
What he's saying. No, I think
भाई हमारे इंडिया के साथ semi-final पड़ता.
No, one thing that I would say is that if Rahat had taken that catch, we would have won the game.
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
But definitely not the World Cup. I think there were better teams than us.
इंडिया से हम जीत सकते.
By the way,
no chance, man.
No, there of course we can. There will.
जिस फॉर्म में इंडिया थी उस वर्ल्ड कप में, no chance.
But there is one thing that I would say.
हमारे पास यार उनके पास रोहित, धवन एंड कोहली इन देयर प्राइम, हमारे पास सरफराज,
मकसूद,
शहजाद मकसूद, यार प्लीज यार.
उमर अकमल भी था उसमें. उमर अकमल भी था उसमें टूर्नामेंट में. But the interesting thing that I'll say that Rahat Ali was not a bad bowler in that tournament.
यार ठीक था यार उसने. राहत अली is just criminally bashed for nothing यार, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है.
नवान सिंह VAR लाओ यार, VAR.
यार हमारे साथ जो हैंड हुआ है कल, मैं आपको क्या बताऊं,
जो लिवरपूल के साथ जो हुए हैं ना, मतलब I've never seen. But honestly Khwaja,
लेकिन मजे की बात है वो इतना रो रहे हैं, कहते जी आप रिव्यू करें. क्या रिव्यू करें?
नहीं तो I spoke to a few Liverpoolians.
अच्छा आपने क्लोप से बात की?
Yeah, I spoke to some of the scouts.
क्लोप और सलाह, हमेद सलाह.
And they're just asking to review for future decisions.
What do you mean?
Like set the standard.
अच्छा. उन्होंने ये नहीं कहा हमारे
नहीं क्या करेंगे rematch? What is that? 34 for 3 after 5.2. But one thing I'll say, Khwaja, you watch a lot of non-EPL games, and
I don't even watch PL games.
Right.
मैं सिर्फ CL games देखता हूँ.
Yeah, so I only watch.
और वैसे हमारा प्लान है इस साल to अब हम अपने change of paces से पूछ रहे हैं. Would you like us to cover Premier League and Champions League matches?
Actually, I texted you the other day, so I'm not sure if you're forgetting this, but our first football game is on the 24th. We are covering Chelsea versus United.
आपका मैच हम क्यों कवर कर रहे हैं? यूवे बारसा क्यों नहीं कर रहे?
Chelsea versus United is the biggest game of the footballing calendar.
In what sense?
In my sense, it's a mid-table clash.
तो फिर यूवे बारसा भी हमें कवर करना चाहिए.
यूवे बारसा
28th को.
Yeah, okay. So if 24th goes well, we can do that.
अगर क्रिस्टियानो खेल यार हमें करना चाहिए.
Yeah, if 24th goes well, we should do the 28th.
क्यों नहीं यार? Exchange of pace कोई हो सकती है चीज, हम not well.
35 for 3. Wahab Riaz.
कौमी हीरो हैं हम यार, हम भी कहीं ना कहीं.
With his new hair. And a wild swing by
यार ये शॉट आप ट्राई करो छठे ओवर में, खुशदिल शाह. हद हो गई है यार.
Yeah, Zan is making good points. Zan, that's one of the thoughts that's been plaguing us.
यार मेरा व्यू पॉइंट है बर्नआउट के बारे में. यार ये मैच हम वैसे भी देख रहे हैं और हम वैसे भी इतनी बकबक करते हैं. अब माइक बंद कर दें, मैं और मुसाद ऐसे ही बैठे होंगे.
True. 35 for 3 after 5.3. we'll see how it goes. I think it'll be a good addition, and we have a couple of new people coming in for the football too, so that'll be a nice change of pace. Hussain and Khushdil continuing this measly effort by Southern Punjab.
run out
Chance for a run out here, but a pretty
यार आप
comfortable
इधर
throw.
से रन आउट मिस कर रहे हो यार, विकेटों पे तो मारो यार.
Yeah, VK saying he is admitting to reaching with that comment.
हाँ क्वार्टर फाइनल हम शायद निकाले क्योंकि उसके बाद आई थिंक ब्रैड हेडन रह गया था. स्टीव स्मिथ अभी तक था बट ही वाज नॉट दैट स्टीव स्मिथ दैट ही हैज़ बिकम नाउ द बीस्ट. और कौन था उनकी टीम में? मिचेल जॉनसन से इतनी बैटिंग, स्टार्क भी था, हेजलवुड था, कौन था? वो था ना, फॉल्कनर भी था.
Yep. Wahab continuing here, back of the length, down the leg side. There's the customary Wahab Riaz extra.
यार ऐसे तो ना करें.
I mean, we've watched him long enough to know that happens. कौमी हीरो है, शहरी हीरो नहीं, कौमी हीरो है.
नहीं यार, स्टीव स्मिथ उसने बहुत स्कोर तो बहुत किए हैं, लेकिन मतलब खौफनाक बैट्समैन नहीं था जैसे वो अब बन गया.
Naveed Nadeem is tweeted us in. I'm not sure if he's listening in or he's just tweeting us. But he is asking if Zishan Ashraf missed out a chance to make an impression in a big game. Kamran and Sarfraz are past their peak. Rohil and Harsh are too young. Bismillah Khan's too inconsistent. Only one option. Pick Rizwan in the Pakistan T20 side. What are your thoughts, AZ?
Yeah, that's very true. हम यही बात बार-बार कह रहे हैं कि अब ऐसी जब डे बिफोर सिलेक्शन अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ बन रही है, वो लिटरली उधर बैठे हुए हैं और आपको देख रहे हैं. इट्स अबाउट परफॉर्मिंग ऑन द डे. और शोएब मलिक, फ़खर जमान और हफीज़ तो परफॉर्म कर गए हैं. आपके पास मौका था कि आप अपना लोहा मनवा लो, लेकिन आपने गंदी शॉट खेल के आउट हो गए. ठीक है.
I like that reference though.
क्या?
लोहा मनवा लो.
लोहा मनवा लो यार, हैशटैग लोहा. बट
38 for 3. The Kurtas are out here in the com box.
हमें भी ऐसे सिलवाने चाहिए यार बड़े मैचेस के लिए.
J dot, are you a J dot kind of guy or what?
यार ठीक है, जो इधर स्टफ आता है वो बहुत फारिग है, बट ओवरऑल पाकिस्तान में
पता नहीं कि इधर स्टफ आता ही है.
इधर
कहाँ
इतने J dot हैं यार. बुर्दुबाई में है.
In the air, it's flicked away. His fine leg, it'll go all the way for 6. Khush Dilshah into the action.
Top edge.
Early into his innings, and he's managed to parry Wahab Riaz, the veteran Pakistani bowler, for a half a dozen early. Yeah, Noman, that was going to be the gist of my conversation, but we're not going to do football too in detail tonight. You'll have to wait for the 24th for that to happen. Meanwhile, Southern Punjab are trying to claw back.
सीरिया के वार रूल्स भी बहुत ख़राब हैं. आप लोग नहीं जानते नोमान भाई, हमारा बहुत बुरा हाल है. हमारा भी, बल्कि हर जगह ही बुरा हाल है. सिर्फ चैंपियंस लीग में वार अच्छा चलता है, बाकी हर जगह ख़राब है.
Speaking of VAR,
VAR,
and just so much going on.
It's all happening. But 41 for 3, I believe it is, after the power play. So Shaheen Shah and Imran Khan Senior have done.
Let me ask you.
Wahab Riaz has done the early damage.
Let me ask you this.
Ji.
In cricket, and I won't go to the national. Maybe okay. Let's also do the national teams. Who do you think are the worst fans?
Worst fans?
Yeah. Like, who's the worst fan
Cricket
group?
mein, football mein?
Cricket. No, well, not football. Cricket. In the air this time, up-ish, inside
Lovely
the circle.
shot,
What a shot
yaar.
that is. And Hussain,
Rinsely covered
Talat
drive.
Hussain, the Anthony Davis of Southern Punjab, cashing into that delivery outside off.
अब वो ये एक बॉलर को उनको अटैक करना पड़ेगा, and that guy has to be Shinwari.
I think they're going to have to go at 2.
ये वो raw talent है जब हम हुसैन तलत की बात करें. Look at that beautiful lofted extra cover drive. One bounce screams away into the boundary. हुसैन तलत में इतनी ability और capability है यार, वो 138, 140 बॉल को एक्स्ट्रा कवर के ऊपर से मार दे. बट वो ये not living up to his ability, not living up to his talent. Frustrate होता वो बंदा यार ये देख के.
48 for 3. Usman Shinwari this time much better, and it's just guided down to third man, going quickly, but there's Iftikhar
Ahmed.
Ahmed.
Hussain Talat's day, you never know यार.
I mean, it's going to have to
इस
be...
ग्राउंड में हमने miracle innings 2-3 already देखी है, दानिश की देखी है.
It's not a big ground, so the boundaries can come if you're in good nick.
यार तुम पहली बॉल डक के बाद इंटरव्यू देने आ गए सोएब मकसूद.
I think the team decides who to put forward.
यार
I don't think Maqsood got up and just grabbed the mic. Looks like a karaoke.
मेरी बात सुने. मैंने बात करनी है. But he has made 450s in this tournament. Was the top run getter. I think अब फ़खर ज़मान शायद ऊपर चले गए उनसे, or maybe it's somebody else.
Nomad is saying the worst fans are Karachi Kings.
यार ये बात तो है.
It's hard to look past India's fans, and no offense, but they're so radical.
यार हाँ, especially online तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा
exactly.
मतलब आप उनसे बात ही नहीं कर सकते.
I appreciate the passion, like they pack out the games and the stadiums. That's really nice to see.
यार वो तो लूडो का मैच भी उधर क्राउड आ जाएगा. इसमें क्या बड़ी बात है यार.
True, they are billion people plus. But yeah, online they're pretty bad to deal with.
ये लेकिन ऑनलाइन तो हर कोई टॉक्सिक होता है, so
You know, AZ, people talk.
24th अक्टूबर को रियल मैड्रिड वर्सेस बार्सिलोना भी है भाई.
Yeah, but there's no Ronaldo in that lineup.
हाँ, ये भी है.
Anymore. But I mean, you obviously
यार
still
ये
gotta watch
कल
it.
मेसी पे हार गए कि गदाफे से हार गए, पता
Yeah, I think Madrid
गदाफी से हार गए.
Gaddafi's, Madrid lost last night as well. So
देखो यार, कैडीज से हार गए शायद.
yeah, 49.
देखो यार.
49 for 3 after.
I think कोविड की वजह से बहुत अजीबोगरीब रिजल्ट्स हमें देखने को मिलेंगे.
No fans probably playing a part as well.
बिल्कुल यार.
49 for 3 after 6.3. Khushdil Shah facing Usman Shinwari. Poor delivery, wide
Good
outside
shot.
off. But they're finding the fielders. These kind of delivery squads, they got to cash in. They got to get the boundaries off of these.
लेकिन it's pretty difficult जब power play खत्म हो जाए तो.
Critic with another stat attack saying Khushdil averages 74 and strikes at 208 when playing more than 10 balls. Wow.
Zainam कह रहे हैं bro, no offense, India fans they treat us condescendingly. It pissed me off so much. सही कह रहे हैं यार, बहुत ज़्यादा arrogant हो गए हैं. This generation of Indian kiddie IPL tired fans have never seen a good Pakistan team. यार, and that's a fair point कि उन्होंने कभी हमारी strong team देखी नहीं है.
I'm not sure. We've won a T20 World Cup
CT जीते हैं
and a Champions Trophy in the past 10 years.
लेकिन उनके खिलाफ नहीं जीते ना हम 90s और 2000 में.
यार किसी के खिलाफ जीतने के लिए उनके खिलाफ खेलना पड़ता है. If you don't even fucking show up, what are we supposed to do?
तो यार अब बस ठीक है ना.
मुंह ना खुलवाओ मेरा इस मामले में. Go to
तो
third
वो
man
बात
for
तो
a
वही
single.
होगी ना कि मैच ही नहीं होते तो उन्होंने देखा ही वर्ल्ड कप में देखते हैं वो हम we get smashed.
Khwaja, they don't show up to the games.
But when
Okay.
what's stopping us from beating them in World Cups and T20s?
Okay, fine, but it's a very small sample size.
बात तो वही है ना, sample size उनके पास नहीं है और जो है they easily win. We don't even compete with them.
I don't even entertain conversations around who's better if it's coming from an Indian fan because you don't even show up. If you don't show up to the competition, you're out of the competition.
नहीं, एक आप उनके साथ stats की बात करो तो even since 2003 जो भी matches India पाकिस्तान ने खेले, I think that overall result is like 30 to 22.
इतनी stacked side थी इनकी. नासिर जमशेद ने इनकी जाके जो है इंडिया के अंदर, नासिर जमशेद who's in jail.
They basically finished Sehwag's career.
जुनैद खान ने जो है उनको खोला. क्या बात है क्या? मैं
Look at that cut shot.
This is why I don't do.
This
is why I don't do Urdu commentary.
Beautiful shot by Khushid Shah. It's all happening.
Junaid Khan and Nasir Jamshed,
Gasket
who are
फट गया
not even
मुसाद का.
thereabouts in the Pakistan circuit now, went to
my
India,
God.
dominated, and came back.
अच्छा, Zainam has made a great point. यार वैसे मुसाद, I think it's a blessing we haven't played them the
देखो
last
ये
5
अंदर
years.
की बातें हैं, पब्लिक
भाई हमारी मिस्यू टीम उनको टेस्ट में ना हरा देती है, इजीली हरा
टेस्ट में
देती
तो
है.
हरा देती है.
अजमल ने उनको लिटा देना था.
अजमल और अब्दुर्रहमान, जुल्फिकार, बाबर.
हाँ बिल्कुल.
और बैटिंग में मिसबाह उल हक, यूनुस खान, असद शफीक, अजहर अली दोनों फॉर्म में थे उस वक्त.
हाँ हम उनको हरा देते हैं. I think definitely चांस था.
Focus now on Khushdil Shah. This statistic that critic has really put up is and this is why Khwaja, I'm saying he's got to be in your Zimbabwe lineup.
Try तो करना
He's
चाहिए.
got to be in that team. And if one of him or Abdullah Shafiq are not, I'd be very upset.
यार अब्दुल्ला शफीक तो मुश्किल लग रहा है. खुशदिल का चांस है खेल जाए. अब्दुल्ला तो अभी भी बहुत रॉ है यार. इससे बेहतर वो थोड़ा सा फर्स्ट क्लास खेल ले because the first class season is also starting on the 30th. So I think it's good for him to play for Central. थोड़ा बाबर आजम बिजी होगा, आबिद अली बिजी होगा तो उसका चांस मौका मिलेगा उसको. शोएब मलिक coming on to bowl 55 for 3 after 7 overs.
This is interesting because we don't see Malik round his arm very often these
I'm
days.
surprised कि हफीज क्यों नहीं bowling कर रहा है इस टूर्नामेंट में. Is he banned or is he
No, he's
wary
not,
of a
he's
ban?
not. From what I understand is that he's not banned currently. Although he plays like 5 matches, gets banned for 10 and then comes back. He's had more
फिर उसकी
comebacks.
बैटिंग पे प्रेशर आ जाता है और फिर अगर वो आउट ऑफ फॉर्म हो जाए
Yeah.
तो फिर टीम से बाहर हो जाता है.
55 for 3 after 7. Malik this time. Reverse sweep from Hussain Talat.
And that's
Beats-
4.
What a gorgeous shot that is. A manufactured boundary. The third man was inside the circle. Hussain Talat was aware of that and he reverse swept it just fine
Could it
enough
be-
to beat that gentleman.
Could it be हुसैन तलत's day today और तलत हुसैन's day? इन दोनों में से कोई भी चल जाए तो it will be very good. हार्दिक आजकल आईपीएल में हार्दिक कम लग रहा है और यार जैनम क्या हो गया?
Zed is pulling out some comments tonight.
इसका स्क्रीनशॉट लेके पोस्ट करता है.
Man, 59
यलगार
for
हो
3.
जाएगा मुंबई इंडियंस.
Another reverse sweep. This time clears the man at short third man. It goes all the way
Has it
for
gone for
6. What a shot. That is audacious. That takes some cojones to pull off. He has got down on one knee, reverse swept it. And I think it's on the bounce. But nonetheless, still a good shot.
Crazy shot यार. And this is what I'm telling you about the raw talent of Hussain Talat यार.
The Anthony
आप
Davis.
क्यों नहीं परफॉर्म करते जब
the
आपके पास
unibrow.
इतने शॉट्स हैं. Unbelievable batting.
One thing I'd say about, and I mentioned this in my tweet.
लेकिन और थिंकिंग भी अच्छी है कि फिफ्थ बॉलर इनका मलिक वीक है और उस्मान शिनवारी वीक है, उनको मारना पड़ेगा.
You've got to go now. 144 off less than 80 balls. You're already looking at 12 and over.
100%.
63 for 3 after 7.2, and another reverse sweep. This time in the air,
oh,
and I think it's been dropped by Rizwan. It just parried away from one of his gloves, and Shoaib Malik looking very interested there.
But good effort there from Rizwan. I think even to attempt to catch, it bounced off his chest, tipped it over the top, Gianluigi Buffon style, and it's gone down. So unlucky there, but that wasn't really a catch, to be quite honest. And Hussain Talat repeating that shot. I think uske bat ki pe bhi nahi lagi. I think it went off his forearm, so not really a catch, really.
Malik will continue down the track. Shot! That should clear long off comfortably. It does. Into the commentator's box. Hussain Talat looks like he's having the NBA Finals that the Anthony Davis had last month. That is gone for a half a dozen, and somehow Southern Punjab are still in this chase.
The 423rd six of the tournament, a huge six over long off from Hussain Talat, right back into row F or row P. At least itni pitches ne mari, and Saif Badr also opening those levers up. He's gonna have to bat today. He's gonna have to play an innings of his life. 69 for 3. Shoaib Malik already gone for 14. He is getting hammered, and they've lost the ball. भाई ball ढूंढने किसी को भेजो ताकि ball लेके आए और Shoaib Malik और चिक्के पड़े.
Critic is saying Hafiz has bowled a bit this tournament. I saw him bowl against Southern Punjab in Multan. It was the first leg of the tournament. And Zain is saying thank you Malik. अपना stock खुद sabotage कर रहा है.
यार उसको bowling कर लो ये तो हम वैसे नहीं
Anyways,
खिला
he
रहे.
doesn't bowl for Pakistan.
Did he play that last T20 against England?
No.
Are you sure?
I think Heather came in for him, right? Look at the Sialkot Stallions throwback. My goodness, they've won.
Slide show chala. Lahore Lions. What a team that was, man. But Sialkot Stallions and Lahore Lions, bas फिर पेशावर भी जीत गए थे. देखो यार लोरी छाए में हर जगह.
Yeah, there's a Karachi Blues.
Lahore Blues भी है.
Lahore Whites.
But इसके बाद तो अब उन्होंने फैसल बैंक कॉन्सेप्ट खत्म कर दिया था. And now we've become a totally regional setup.
You been to Sialkot?
I have in my youth.
Is it a big city?
It's an industrial city. ठीक है, not as big as Lahore, but it's normal size. Faisalabad, Sialkot.
A lot of economy there, though, right?
हाँ,
yeah. Apparently, the business community there was wealthy enough to fund an airport.
हाँ, उन्होंने ये story तो ये है कि जी उन्होंने पैसे लगा के airport बनाया है.
69 for 3 after
surgical instruments or rubber garments or leather garments or
sports
gear. Yeah, all comes from Sialkot.
Yeah, Iftikhar made way for Heather, not Malik. Down the track, and it's just a wide delivery that's played to cover for a single.
70 for 3, last ball of the 8th over coming up, 15 runs off that Malik over. ऐसे ही 2-3 बड़े over अगर जमा कर लें, and look at that, the Brill
there's definitely no tie in that. There's so clear there's no tie in that.
लेकिन इतनी फिर committed acting क्यों कर रहे हैं हमारे कॉमी हीरो जैसे जाहिद महमूद हैं? I don't get it.
70 for 3 after 7.5. And Hussain Talat this time just opens the face of his bat to short third man for no run.
But ये दोनों hard hitting batsmen हैं और left hand batsman दोनों का होना है. It will produce some issues क्योंकि फिर आसिफ अफरीदी जो उनके left arm spinner है उसको वो सामने नहीं लगा सकते. He will get smashed. So some questions there. That's why Mohammad Rizwan went to Shoaib Malik early on, but he's also getting hammered. तो अच्छा एक game within a game हो रही है इधर. Cricket ने Malik played. हाँ, Ifti got blocked. You are absolutely right. तो मलिक हालांकि क्रीज पे मुझे लगता है आए भी नहीं थे, उनका कोई रोल नहीं था. अब वही है, अगर आप 5-6 पे बैटिंग कर रहे हो T20 में, आधे वक्त या तो आपको मैच सेव करना होगा या तो आपकी बैटिंग आएगी ही नहीं. सो इट्स अ वेरी यूनिक पोजीशन, इट्स अ वेरी टफ पोजीशन टू बैट इन T20s. एंड मलिक, एज आई रिमाइंडेड आवर लिसनर्स, हैज़ ओनली 150 इन द लास्ट 2 years इन T20 इंटरनेशनल. तो उसकी कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन ऐसी भी, और उसका स्ट्राइक रेट था 138. तो जैसे आप 150 वाली बात कर रहे थे.
Do you think step inside the head of Shoaib Malik first?
Inside मैं जाऊँ इतनी खौफनाक जगह. अच्छा फिर ठीक है.
Do you think you can play 2023?
यार उसका तो अगर honestly if you ask him, his self belief will definitely say he can play.
Right.
अगले 2 back-to-back T20 World Cups आ रहे हैं, वो तो definitely target कर रहा होगा कि मैं दोनों खेलूं.
Musaddiq Ahmed into the attack for Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Interesting pick. We don't
really.
है
ना, आसिफ को bowling नहीं दे रहे उस वक्त.
Slower delivery to start off with. Well, I mean, he is a medium bowler, and it's just timed well enough so that they can pick up. No, they'll stick to just a single. The ricochet off the stumps, but They don't run on the
Choti
overthrow.
fielding errors. Hussain has gone on to 30 and Khushdil on 12. I think Khushdil will 100% take a chance against Musaddiq Ahmed. He likes to hit those medium paces across the line on the big hits down the leg side or straight down the ground. So there's an opportunity here for KP कि अगर Khushdil ने miss time कर दी तो catch का chance है. But he will probably definitely back himself to power him down the ground or over the leg side for a 6.
71 for 3 after 8.1. Hussain Talat and Khushdil Shah have built up a partnership 37 off 18. And it's come at a good pace, Khwaja. It's come at 2 runs a ball, which is exactly what they need. And now the required run rate is just marginally less than 12. With less than 10 overs, with just 10 overs to go after this, well, 11 to go after this, they might have an opportunity to take this game deep.
And Saif Badr is also hard-hitting batsman. Amir Yamin भी हमने देखा sixes मार लेते हैं तो
Amir Yamin was prolific in that
game again in the
12-over
semi-final.
chase.
हाँ,
Yeah.
बिल्कुल.
Big shot. Khushdil Shah goes over square leg and goes all the way for 6. It was a back of the length delivery for Musaddiq. Didn't have the pace, so Khushdil had to kind of power it over the boundary, and he did it well enough. 78 for 3 after 8.2.
भाई length ball आप 110 kph पे ball करा रहे हो. There's no chance Khushdil is not going to go after it. You have to pitch it up, and a massive 6 over cow cornered square
And remember,
leg.
Quata, you said after those 3 wickets that there was no chance for Southern Punjab.
Dekh lo.
They might prove you wrong tonight. 78 for 3, and I think we'd be happy to be proven wrong. Because
Why not? यार, it will be a miracle win.
It would have been
Headline
a hell
making
of a
win.
game. Hell of a game.
But Musaddiq saying I'll come round the wicket, that's a good idea. लेकिन आपको बिल्कुल या तो bowl it full or in the block hole. There's no other option. Back over length कराओगे तो उसने crowd में ही जाना है.
And
वो
Khwaja,
crowd आया नहीं है.
we talk about the PCB. We talk about the coverage that this tournament's got. Big appeal. This could be given. No, it's just sliding down leg. Musaddiq is appealing. He looks convinced. But fair decision by the umpire. 78 for 3 after 8.2. Khushdil Shah. And you know, on Change of Pace, we've had this conversation before about the National T20 Cup getting a lot more coverage and traction than other domestic tournaments in the past. And one of the reasons is the digitalization of the coverage. So much so that even international media is picking up on it. I've been reading the UAE's newspapers regularly, and it's been featured in the... what a shot that is! Down the track from Hussain Talat, gets to the pitch of the delivery, over long on, and it goes for a half a dozen. He moves on to 36. South Punjab moved to 85. The carnage continues, and this decision to bowl Musaddiq by Rizwan is looking like a mistake at the moment.
यार आप क्यों ये floaty ball दे रहे हो? It's right in the slot. A beautiful lofted 6 over wide mid on. And
Are you
serious questions here.
really not a fan of variations in T20 bowling?
यार
or-
variation की बात नहीं है, but the percentages don't suit you. They don't help you.
51 for 21. Down the track, and it's a good
That-
delivery.
ये बॉल है ना, आप उसको
Yeah.
फुल कराओ और उसको कहो कि भाई तुम 6 मारोगे तो तुम्हें कुछ extraordinary करना पड़ेगा. But Musaddiq also gone for 14, Malik gone for 15. The pressure is back on a bit for the KP bowlers. शायद रिजवान को अपने senior bowlers को वापस लाना होगा. Maybe give 1 over to Wahab or give 1 over to maybe even Imran senior. Shaheen को तो चलो death पे आपको ज़रूरत होगी. So plenty of questions. 85 for 3, last ball of the 9th over coming up. Full ball. Ooh, tried to squeeze it past square leg, but बच बचाव करा लिया मुसद्दिक ने अपना, but did go for 2 sixes. 15 runs off his over again. 86 for 3 after 9. Khushdil Shah and Hussain Talat building up a head of steam. Can they play the innings of their life and take Southern Punjab to an unlikely victory against a power-packed KP bowling attack?
Right, then Noman has thrown a question our way, and we're going to throw it right back at you. Ask the chat as well as we answer it. Player of the tournament.
Very good question, yeah. I think Shaheen Shah Afridi has been quite dominant overall.
Bowlers do win tournaments.
100% Shaheen Shah Afridi का नाम आता है, Haris Rauf का नाम आता है. But I think if KP does win as we expect them to, then I think it should be Shaheen Shah Afridi to be the man of the
So if
tournament.
Southern win, maybe Khushdil Shah then?
It depends. अगर खुशदिल शाह अभी खेल जाए,
Played
he
some
can
big
definitely be a man of the tournament. He already has 100 and a couple of 50s besides this. So he will definitely, अगर खुशदिल आज मैच ले जाता है, 100% इसका चांस बनता है.
But a lot of times we do see that the man of the tournament is outside of the teams that are in the final. Because there's so much cricket that
बहुत
happens.
runs किए हैं.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think कि all round performance किसी Shadab Khan has also done well. He
Yeah.
made runs, he took wickets. Hyder Ali का भी chance है, made a lot of runs. तो अच्छा है यार, young नाम आ रहे हैं, young लड़के आ रहे हैं, खुशदिल,
Senior youngsters.
शदाब, कुछ senior youngsters भी हैं जैसे हफीज़ और मलिक हैं जो अभी तक लगे हुए हैं. So but I hope it's a new name that can become a star in this tournament and of course in PSL.
Imran Khan continuing here down the leg side. And Khwaja, now that you mention it, I actually didn't see it as evidently before, but I can see the Umar Gul action in Imran.
बिल्कुल same to same उसने
Yeah.
कॉपी किया हुआ है. The way he sticks his arms out and runs in, झुक के भागता है बिल्कुल अंदर. इसने तो अभी चेंज कर लिया अपना एक्शन, पहले तो बिल्कुल कार्बन कॉपी था उमर गुल का.
87 for 3 after 9.1. And Southern Punjab are keeping themselves in the hunt. The equation is still not in their favor, but they aren't completely out of this game either.
120 needed of 65.
2 runs a ball. Think of it that way.
Not easy at all, but यार कुछ भी हो सकता है. हमने देखा पिंडी ग्राउंड में बड़े तेज स्कोर बनते हैं, and of course they are not able to put on their left arm spinner, their regular spinner, so that's going to trouble them.
Yeah, Imran Khan now continuing good delivery
inside edge.
right in the block hole, gets the inside edge onto the pass for no run. This is interesting that you say that they can't play their left arm spinner. I find it a little bit absurd that one form of bowling is completely negated
हाँ.
if a left hand batsman is playing.
Yeah, like उसको chance तो देना चाहिए, but the stakes are so high.
I think it's a bit reductive of his
It is
abilities.
reductive. It is reductive. कि जी दो लेफ्टी आ गए जी, ऑफ स्पिनर लगा लो, जो मर्जी हो, अच्छा बॉलर हो, बुरा बॉलर हो.
Yeah.
But we have seen that is the game plan. They follow the percentages, they follow the data कि भाई उसके सामने नहीं लगाओ, मार पड़ जाएगी. I would honestly, अगर आपका कोई क्लास का बॉलर है, you should always back him.
Yeah,
in
like
any
we used
situation.
to back Ajmal against anyone.
100%.
87 for 3 after 9.2. And slow delivery, good change of pace.
लेकिन a good example of that is जो अभी हमने T20 देखे थे इंग्लैंड में, जब शदाब came up against मोइन अली. The percentages didn't suit Shadab, but we still went for him and he got hammered in that game.
True.
तो
87 for 3 after 9.3.
मोइन अली बड़ा प्लेयर, शदाब उससे भी बड़ा प्लेयर, तो फिर we definitely had an effect on the game. Thankfully Wahab bowled a brilliant over in the end,
Yeah, good save.
and Haris Rauf cleaned up.
Only win of the summer for us. It was and
Yeah,
honestly,
bas, yeah.
not reflective of the.
So many lost
yeah,
opportunities.
a
in
lot
that
of
game.
good cricket was played during that season, but just didn't come home in terms of the results.
थोड़ी experience था, थोड़ा सा lack of experience, थोड़ा सा execution, थोड़ा सा immaturity.
Imran Khan this time back at the length, finally getting a bat to ball. Is Khushdil shot to mid
I
wicket.
think थोड़ी सी अक्लमंदी अब हुसैन और खुशदिल को भी दिखानी चाहिए. ठीक है, इस ओवर में नहीं मार पड़ी. Just try to get 7 or 8. आपको 2 ओवर में 15 मिल चुके हैं. So think about it as a 3 over perspective. आप पर ओवर नहीं सोचो कि हर ओवर में हमने 15 रन 20 रन करने हैं. अगर इमरान खान के बॉल आपको नहीं पा रही बल्ले पे, तो even if you get about like what 38 runs in 3 overs, 40 runs in 3 overs, that's a good mini haul that you've made. उनको फिर से रिएक्ट करना पड़ेगा रिजवान को कि उसको अपने बड़े बॉलर लाने पड़ेंगे, फिर एंड में आपको और अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ मिलेंगी कि आप वीक बॉलर्स को अटैक करें. यही वक्त है कि रिजवान को अपने ओवर निकालने हैं. So you just have to be careful and not give your wicket away.
Imran Khan Jr., the senior, sorry, bounces this one into the helmet of Hussain, but he manages to pull in time. Goes to.
There is a Imran Khan, there is a Imran Khan senior, there is Imran Khan junior. फिर अगर चौथा है कि वो इमरान खान तीनियर बनेगा.
I mean, can you blame parents of that era to
course.
name him after that? I know we're not allowed to talk about football on the show, but it's been an insane comeback by West Ham. They were 3-0 down at halftime
Against who?
against Jose Mourinho
At Spurs. अच्छा.
at Spurs, and they were away at Spurs. And Lanzini, maybe you've heard of him, has
Argentina का player.
scored an absolute screamer from outside the box.
क्या score हो
And
गया?
at the top right-hand corner in the 94th minute,
Oh, अच्छा.
literally the last kick of the game, and it's tied it at 3-3.
Wow.
This is a
Crazy
driven,
results this week.
Yep, long on is in play, and they'll come back for a quick double. Good running that. That is exceptional. Every run will count. But it's
यार
been
ये जो कैल्वर्ट लुइन लड़का है एवर्टन का,
Yeah.
ये इंग्लैंड के लिए खेल जाएगा?
it's,
रहा है।
it's going to take a little bit more, but I think he's
हैरी
alongside.
केन से अच्छा है?
No. Kane he scored 2 goals today as well.
अच्छा, आज भी 2 गोल मारे. लेकिन फ्यूचर में
I don't like Kane, but he's
why
the best.
don't you like him?
I just don't like him as a like his personality. Like I'm not a fan of Kane, but ability-wise, he's the best English striker I've seen.
हाँ, ये तो है.
You've
You've seen माइकल ओवन ने देखा आपने?
I started watching football in
अच्छा,
2002.
और रूने?
2002, Michael Owen was okay.
हाँ, वो लास्ट उसके पीक था
Yeah,
वो.
was okay, and he had a great season for United. Rooney exceptional actually. but I think Kane as a goal scorer is probably better.
हाँ इसमें कोई शक नहीं है वाकई.
Which is a big ask because Rooney is a legend of the game.
यार रोनी भी बस ठीक है.
A lot of ability with Wayne Redhead Rooney. Anyways, back to the
Speaking of redheads, Burgundy Brigade.
Burgundy Brigade and the Bro Cream boys, 91 for 3 after 10 overs.
सीनियर बॉलर अब ले आया वहाब शाहीन इमरान को अर्ली यूज करने पड़ रहे हैं. 50 की पार्टनरशिप भी हो चुकी है. 57.
Wahab Riaz this time back to length. And speaking of fantasy points, Zen Ali, I hope you guys are all on the Change of Pace Fantasy League, the Fantasy Premier League, which right now has about 40 members, and I'm 21st, so not doing that great.
First pick on it.
I think it's Haider Abbasi, the son of the
अच्छा.
Haider Abbasi.
Chelsea fan है वो.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well. 92 for 3 after 10.1. Hassan and Khushdil Shah putting it together, this partnership. But the over before Wahab's, Imran Khan Sr. quietly got through it without conceding a boundary, which was the first over in a while that didn't yield a boundary, as this is smashed down to mid-off. And you can see this frustration is slightly creeping in between this pair.
थोड़ा सा उन दोनों को भी recognize करना पड़ेगा कि रिजवान इस वक्त क्या कर रहा है. वो अपने बेहतर बॉलर जल्दी ला रहा है.
Yeah.
तो आप you just have to hang in, try to play, try to get 8-9 runs and over, just stay within reach. 12-13-14 का रन रेट चले जाए ठीक है. आखिरी 3-4 में जब वीक बॉलर उसको लगाने ही पड़ेंगे, तब आप डेफिनेटली कर सकते हो. थोड़ा सा पेशेंस दिखानी पड़ेगी. इट्स अ गेम विद इन अ गेम, so you have to be careful कि आप
Zanim is saying he's right below me. That might change this week because I don't have the best picks. It's a slow bouncer, well disguised by Wahab. Khushdil didn't know much about it, and he's asking for the wide by from the leg umpire, but he's not going to get much action from Masan Raza.
मसला ये कि अब खुशदिल की गेम्स में थोड़ी सी हमें लिमिटेशन नजर आ रही है कि ऑफ साइड को वो बिल्कुल भी फेवर नहीं करता. ही इज ड्रैगिंग एवरीथिंग स्ट्रेट और टू द लेग साइड, एंड
which is a bit of a,
it's not going to work at international level.
Yeah, it's a bit of a I would say a feature or a flaw in Pakistani batsmen. That there's
थोड़ा टेप बॉल कल्चर होता है, वो अपनी ऑफ साइड गेम नहीं डेवलप करते.
Also, I'm not a big fan of the across the line batting. What a shot that is! Khushdil Shah has picked this good length delivery from outside off and smashed it over long on. A bit of a golf swing, straight back, straight bat, steady head, and it's the perfect shot for 6. He moves on to 27. Southern Punjab 98 for 3. And remember, KP only got their 112.4, so these guys are well ahead of that trajectory. But the run rate is the asking rate is over 12.
Length ball that fell right into his swing when he has such immense power, powers it down the ground. A huge 6 over mid on, and it's not any era bowler नहीं है. This is Wahab Riaz, passive 6 यार. मतलब raw abilities बंदे में इतनी है to hit 6s. It's quite incredible. Just needs to work on his execution.
Wahab Riaz this time full and straight, and it's been driven down to long on for a single. Good comeback from Wahab Riaz. He's got so much experience under his belt that he knows how to react in these situations. That is a priceless attribute. And remember, it's not just with Pakistan that Wahab has his experience. It's across the world in the CPL, the BPL, the PSL. What else? I think he's also played. He hasn't played Big Bash cricket though. That's pretty much it. I think
England में he's played for I believe Kent is खेली हुई है.
So he's an international.
यार, he can easily play in any franchise league. He'd be a top pick.
He'd be a platinum or at least a gold pick.
99 for 3 in the 11th over. थोड़ा सा run rate 9 पे चल रहा है. There and thereabouts.
Good delivery from Wahab Riaz. I think it was slightly slower there. 11 overs gone and the 100 comes up for Southern Punjab. And they
लेकिन वहाब ने वो 6 खाने के बाद में he's only given 3 singles away. तो आप थोड़ा सा अपनी स्ट्राइक रोटेशन पे काम करो. एक 6 तो चलो लकी बॉल आपको मिल गई, बट यू जस्ट नीड टू स्टे इन रेंज. थोड़ा सा बर्दाश्त करो, थोड़े से अच्छे ओवर इनके निकालो. बाद में केपी को प्रॉब्लम्स आएगी जब शिनवारी को उनको एक्स्ट्रा ओवर देने पड़ेंगे. देन यू कैन कैश इन. सो जस्ट नीड टू शो सम टेम्परामेंट हियर, शो सम गेम स्ट्रेटजी आप दिखाएं.
So now, Khwaja, let's take a snapshot of the game. 9 overs to go. They need to double their score to win this match, which is doable.
9 overs में इनको 107 चाहिए शायद. हो सकता है यार, क्यों नहीं हो सकता?
It's been done before.
पिंडी में तो डेफिनेटली हो सकता है. एक ओवर आपको एक्सट्रीम मिल जाए 20, 25, 30 वाला. And Shinwari is very capable of getting hammered for that.
Yeah, Shinwari or even Wahab on a bad day.
बिल्कुल यार.
Although he looks good tonight, not just a hair transplant, but his bowling too.
और देखिए उनका वर्म एक्चुअली उनसे आगे है इस वक्त.
ये तो उनका 112.4 ओवर में हुआ था.
अशारिया, वाओ.
#Asharia, dropping the decimal points here.
लगभग.
In the gorgeous language that is Urdu.
और हमारी उतनी खराब है जितनी gorgeous उर्दू की ज़बान है. But here comes Imi K Senior once again. 100 for 3. Hussain Talat on strike.
What a delivery!
That is out. Oh, it's नहीं दिया.
It's not been given. I think it's been judged to go down leg side.
Unbelievable decision.
AZ Khwaja has been convinced. Imran Khan is
What is
distraught.
happening?
Rizwan looks like he's seen a ghost. Khwaja, I think
ये कैसे out नहीं दिया
I think
यार?
this was outside. Yeah, it was outside leg. Oh, that is out.
Yeah.
That is.
He
plumb.
walked across to middle and off and hit him in front of basically middle leg. A huge appeal and not given out. Imran Khan Sr. cannot believe it. Unbelievable decision there. Maybe he thought it pitched or hit him outside, but that looked so straight. And Imran Khan Sr. has been denied a wicket in my opinion. Unbelievable. यार बड़ी बात है उसने आपको कंट्रोल किया है वरना मेरा तो गैस्केट फट गया होता
101 for 3. That was.
शाहीन शाह फ्री दे तो उसने तो
That
टांग
was
मार देनी थी
one of the more plum LBWs I've seen not given, I have to say.
Maybe, and he didn't even think inside Esther. He said it's like bias.
Yeah, 101 for 3. 11.1 overs gone. And rubbing salt on the wounds. That's going to go for 4. Khushdil Shah picks this one up. Finds the boundary between mid-wicket and long on.
Southern Punjab.
Yeah, I like this fight, Khwaja. We thought it was going to be a bit of a one-sided match after those early 3 wickets. But this is Michael Jackson's best song.
Back of a hand, he tried to change the pace up, but it was a length ball and just flipped it over mid-wicket right into the gap. Khushdil Shah, that's his range, that's his shot. Good timing on that one, and that has run away between long on and mid-wicket for another priceless 4. Early in the over, 5 runs have already been given away. And this could be some pressure time. KPK अपने जो superstar bowlers है अपनी थोड़ी quality दिखानी पड़ेगी. Khushdil Shah now racing off to 32.
Right, then let's get your predictions in as well. Imran Khan Jr., a very simple one is this. Do you think Southern Punjab can win this game? Yes or no? Let us know in the comments as they try to scamper through for a single, but Rizwan is well aware of that. And Shan Masood is very animated. He's not a very animated man on the field.
Sohaib Maqsood की वजह से हिम्मत है. First ball duck पे करके कैप्टन के साथ जाके बैठ के.
Well, I mean, the captain doesn't have much to say.
मैं डगआउट के पीछे जाके बैठ जाता.
The captain himself didn't really perform too well tonight.
हाँ ये भी है लेकिन उसको तो चलो अच्छी बॉल हाँ उसको दोनों को ही अच्छी बॉल पड़ी थी. That was just Shaheen Shah's class.
Yeah, honestly, you shouldn't be too ostracized to get dismissed.
यार लेकिन
by
थोड़ी
Shaheen.
आपकी भी गेम अवेयरनेस होनी चाहिए. वो इन स्विंग मार रहा है. थोड़ी सी अक्लमंदी आप भी दिखाओ जी. मिडिल स्टंप पे खड़े हो गए हो. You know, it's all these small things. Yeah. What can we say?
105 for 3 after 11.3. Khushdil Shah is on 32, Talat on 41. This partnership is growing. They've spent a lot of time in the middle, and I wonder if fatigue will come into play as this is played to long on.
No doubt, but it's go big or go home. There's now or never. इसके बाद तो कोई मैच नहीं है तो आपको you have to lay it all on the line. I reckon.
There's a Pakistan spot on the line right now.
100%.
Especially for Khushdil.
नहीं Khushdil तो I think squad में तो आ ही जाएगा. Maybe it's someone like Hussain Talat अगर कोई eye catching headline making inning खेल जाए why not यार. उसको T20 में पहले भी खिला चुके हैं.
But Khwaja, one thing that we keep missing out here, Shaheen still has 2 overs.
यार शाहीन के है लेकिन अब क्योंकि इमरान और वहाब अभी कराने शिनवारी को इसको बाद में यूज करना पड़ेगा.
यार पर शाहीन पे किस तरह मारोगे आप?
शाहीन पे तो नहीं मार सकते. शिनवारी को तो मारना पड़ेगा ना फिर.
शाहीन पे तो
कोशिश करें इनको ही मार.
I've rarely seen a 6 hit off Shaheen Afridi.
वो तो
फुल टॉस एक मारा था उसने इंग्लैंड के
मोइन अली
ने. Clean 6. That was insane. That was a single taken off.
आप देखो मोइन अली बेंच पे बैठा हुआ है उधर आईपीएल में. उनको छोड़ के मुल्तान की टीम में आ जाओ भाई.
107 he is in the Multan team, right?
मतलब he should come क्वारंटीन में जाओ और इधर आओ पीएसएल प्लेऑफ खेलने.
11.5 gone. 107 for 3. Target of 207 and
देखो रज़ाक भाई भी हेड कोच ऑफ खैबर पख्तूनख्वा. he looks worried. वो कह रहा है मैं अभी तक रिटायर नहीं हुआ मैं आ सकता हूँ वापस.
gentleman beside
I think कोई फिजियो हैं but रेजी भाई का तो of course.
Look at the beard on look at the beard on the physio.
Good beard game, no doubt.
Nice maintenance work being done there. 107 for 3 as Imran Khan is steaming into his final ball of the third over. Too wide,
this could be,
and it's been crashed, but the sweeper on the offside will find it comfortably, and it'll just be a single to end the over.
Exactly 9 के run rate पे जा रहे हैं. How much do they need? 99 off.
The
8 overs यार हो जाता है यार. क्यों नहीं हो जाता?
That's 100 off to 8 overs.
100 off 8 overs और अगर शाहीन शाह अफरीदी के ओवरों में अगर आप सिर्फ 15 रन लेते हो
15 रन हाँ 15 रन तो
so 85 of 6 overs you need. हो जाता है यार. क्यों नहीं हो जाता?
That's a lot of runs.
कौमी हीरो हैं यार. कर सकते हैं. सुबाई हीरो हैं.
You need at least 2 overs of 20 each. 20 के ओवर जो होते हैं ना.
शिनवारी is capable of getting smashed for that यार. कुछ भी
शिनवारी का तो कुछ भी है. as the
और सैफ बदर भी अच्छे हिटर हैं,
as-
आमिर यामीन भी हिटर हैं.
नहीं हिट रहे तो हैं इनके पास.
हिट रहे हैं. हैशटैग हिट रहे हैं.
As Karachi and Lahore fans know, Usman Shinwari is capable of losing anything.
यार 100%. देखें अभी वहाब के 2 ओवर रह गए हैं, इमरान खान स्पेल इज फिनिश्ड, शिनवारी के 2 ओवर हैं और शाहीन शाह अफरीदी के भी 2 ओवर हैं, एंड ही नीड्स 2 ओवर्स फ्रॉम मुसद्दिक और शुएब मलिक और आसिफ अफरीदी.
Why does he need those?
यार
6
2
ओवर
ओवर
तो
तो
आप-
6-8 ओवर रह गए ना मैच में,
Nah.
समझा करें आप. तो देयर सम डिलेमास.
अच्छा, they haven't played the off spinner yet.
यानी आपके पास 4 हिटेबल ओवर्स हैं
And they still haven't played the off spinner.
और वो आसिफ अफरीदी को उन्होंने बॉल ही नहीं दी अभी तक. सो हु इज इट गोना बी? शिनवारी को ले आया.
Yeah.
सो देयर इज वन एक गैम्बल.
So this is your over, right?
this is the gamble he's taken.
This is where you're saying they got to go big or got to go home. 108 for 3 after 12 overs. This is where the game is
जबरदस्त
shifting.
मैच फंस गया
The
यार.
tides are. This could really be definitive. Usman, wide outside off, full toss, should have been punished.
ओए मिड ऑफ सर्कल में था यार.
Should have went over. Should have went aerial.
Just needed to find that gap between him and extra cover, and that was going to scream away for 4. But a lot of pressure on Usman Shinwari to deliver. He did well in the game versus Sindh. विकेटें ली थी उसने एंड में आके दानिश की और एक और विकेट आई बिलीव इट वाज अनवर अली ही गॉट. सो ही इज़ बिन इन विकेट टेकिंग फॉर्म, बट दिस इज़ अनदर सिचुएशन, अनदर गेम, another pressure cooker situation where he needs to deliver, and they're going to be gunning after him. Hussain Talat and Khushdil Shah, especially Khushdil, he's in good striking form in this tournament.
Short ball, and he's just gonna
He's
find.
got! What a catch! A short third man. Usman Shinwari's done the trick. Khushdil Shah fooled by the slow delivery, slower bouncer, and he just tapped it straight to short third man. And a good catch and a huge wicket for Southern Punjab. Just what they didn't need. Khushdil Shah is gone.
We thought Usman Shinwari was gonna be the weakling, but he's deceived Khushdil Shah, who looked like he was gonna maybe take Southern Punjab close, if not home. And it's Iftikhar Ahmed on the inner circle, a third man who takes a comfortable catch. Didn't know anything about the pace of that delivery, did Khushdil. He has to go back after a valiant but an innings not good enough and not enough to take Southern Punjab close to the title, the National T20 Cup. And it's going to be Hussain Talat who's going to have to do the majority of the lifting tonight now. And Zainab is saying, I couldn't comment earlier, but 2020 keeps on surprising us. First Azhar and tonight Musad's meltdown. I completely support Jazbat against Indian fans. Well, I mean, I'm pretty Jazbati normally as well, but obviously in front of AZ,
ये वैसे जज्बाती होते हैं लेकिन आज बस जाती हो गए थे.
Jati हैं. And Southern Punjab.
यार if you zoom out and think about it, अगर तलत आउट हो गया था वो भी फिर भी मसला नहीं था, लेकिन खुशदिल शाह का आउट,
That's
that's a
actually
real killer blow. अब सैफ बदर बेचारे पूरे टूर्नामेंट उनको बैटिंग का मौका नहीं मिला. आज इतने बड़े फाइनल पे 12-13 का रन रेट में आके खेलना पड़ा है, एंड ही इज़ अ यंग गाय, जस्ट 20-22, सो ही हैज़ इट ऑल टू डू. इफ़ ही डज इट he'll become a superstar overnight. If he can't, then you really can't blame the situation on him. But that's the unforgiving nature of cricket at this stage.
Oh, Saif Badr now into this the cauldron of fire, as we like to call it, at Pindi.
The day of fire.
The day of fire here, yeah. 108 for 4 after 12.2. He's gonna have to do something spectacular. He's gonna have to do something that generations will remember if he manages to pull this off tonight. Senthal on the other end has looked quieter than
Nice
Saif.
confident shot to get off the mark.
Yep, it's just gonna go to long on for a single. That's not enough, Khwaja. Because Usman was supposed to be your 15 to 20 run over,
हाँ बिल्कुल.
and you're barely getting 9 off of it. So
यार
Yeah.
वैसे the shot was on, third man was in the circle.
well, I think it was the lack of pace that
थोड़ा
got him.
सा वो misdirection हो गई, and good bowling by. चलो, that ball didn't really make sense when you look at the field. But आज KP का दिन है तो दिन है.
Usman Shinwari, of course. Not a lot about him makes sense.
Developing that Pakhtun afro, the
I like
Pakh fro.
it. I like that though. It's a
यार
nice.
लंबे बाल तो मस्त है. अगर आप फास्ट बॉलर हो इस लेवल पे.
And one thing again, I reiterate about Usman. He's very fit, fast bowler.
He has that agility of an athlete.
Yeah.
Athleticism.
109 for 4 after 12.3. Shinwari, wide outside off, driven well, but there is a sweeper up there who will get to it.
अब
And
वही है ना, तलत is a not
just be a single.
good running
Shaheen Shah
bowler.
Afridi's arm will keep it to just 2. 111 for 4 now.
मतलब तलत का ये है कि वो थोड़ा सा रोलिंग चौके मार सकता है. 6 hitting is not as natural for him.
Saf Badr played for Islamabad or Lahore Qalandars, Zainab is asking.
He's played for we picked him. He's played for Sultans as well. He's been in and around PSL but not really gotten opportunities. We have some people who rate him really highly.
His name has been around for a while. He's
काफी
ringing in the ears of the Pakistani
शदाब के साथ
faithful.
इसने अंडर 19 भी खेला हुआ है.
Yep.
So he is a known commodity. बस वही है थोड़ा सा अपना ये एक CV डेवलप कर लेना जैसे अब्दुल्ला शफीक ने की है.
Nelson for 4 here in Rawalpindi. We are in the final stage of the National T20 Cup, full outside off.
Good shot.
That is creative by Hussain Talat and effective by Hussain Talat. Just opens the face of the bat, runs it down to third man, and he picks up another boundary. Moves on to 115 for 4.
Moves on.
Moves on. Sohail Khan not played this match, but that is a much needed boundary.
Good shot, yaar. Babar Azam style carved it away to third man, who was too square. And a beautiful shot. Hussain Talat with a much needed boundary. इस ओवर पे भी अगर कुछ runs नहीं बनते तो बहुत प्रेशर पड़ जाना था. But that boundary has just थोड़ी सी सीटी हटी है, थोड़ा सा प्रेशर कुकर में से हवा स्टीम निकली है. But Hussain Talat making a big innings in the National T20 Cup final. Can he get them through? Can he take Southern Punjab to the promised land?
115 for 4 up to 12.5. Hussain and Saf hanging in there. Down the track it comes Hussain and just guides this to mid-on for a single, but they're coming back for 2. They've stolen a 2 because mid-on was outside of the circle and mid-wicket was too deep.
50 for Hussain Talat in the National T20 Cup final. और आई थिंक इजलू यूनाइटेड का ट्विटर तो बावला हो गया होगा उसकी 50 देख के. बट क्रेडिट टू हिम, प्लेड अ वेरी गुड हैंड इन सिवियर प्रेशर. जिशान अशरफ failed. Sohaib Masood first ball duck. Shan Masood didn't get going. Khushdil Shah had just gotten out, but he's picked up the mantle. He's taken the pressure and played a very valuable hand, a valiant hand. It might be in an ultimately losing effort, but he's battling there for his team, for his province, for his side. So credit to him, Hussain Talat, a very well made 50. और अभी भी मौका है यार, अभी भी गेम हाथ से नहीं निकली. अभी भी सैफ बदर बिग हिटर हैं, सिक्सेस मार सकते हैं. Hussain Talat भी on his day can really carve the bowling to pieces. तो अभी भी मौका है कि सदर्न पंजाब एक मिरेकल विन हासिल कर ले. And I think spin has been brought on. And yes, it is Asif Afridi, the left arm spinner who's come on. So सैफ बदर तो डेफिनेटली सोचेंगे या तो मैं बिग हिट मारूँ या Hussain Talat को स्ट्राइक दूँ to chase the left arm spinner. So all in play here right now. And Rizwan gambled कि शनवारी को बुला के शायद विकेट मिल जाए, and he's got it. Broken that double left hand partnership and immediately brought on his main spinner Asif Afridi.
Be important to mention Imran Khan Senior here. 4 overs 22 in a final what you needed 10 and over. He's done really well, exceptionally well tonight, and he has the second best economy rate at the tournament.
क्या बात है.
So definitely not.
And there you go. He's rotated the strike. Saib Badr brought on Hussain Talat. So he's going to have to chase him. He's going to have to attack the left arm spinner. I think something is definitely going to happen within the next 2 or 3 deliveries. या तो वो फिर वो अपनी sweep hard slog sweep मारेंगे या बड़ी hit try करेंगे. Let's see what happens. Might even be a stumping chance, to be quite honest. Oh, he's flipped it. And that's a boundary. Will it be? And Shine Shah is chasing it. Oh, look at the fielding there from Imran Khan Senior, in fact. And it was a beautiful effort. Certainly saved 2 runs there. Good shot by Hussain Talat, using the gaps. Fine leg was in the circle, but didn't get enough of the bat on it, to be honest, to get 4. So 2 run idhar ban gaye hain. So Hussain Talat trying those fancy shots. And let's see what's going to happen. This match is really going down to the wire. अच्छा exciting match हुआ है. शुक्र है कि उन्होंने अच्छी fight दी है Southern Punjab ने. Big hit, and that is a huge 6 from Hussain Talat, way into the crowd in mid wicket. Wow, here we go. मैंने कहा था he's going to attack him, he's going to chase him, and he's stepped out and bossed it over mid wicket. Sails into the stands. A massive 6, 126 for 4 after 13.3. Gandhi ball. Asif Afridi dragged it down, and it's gone into the stands. Beautiful shot, Hussain Talat. He's putting on a show tonight.
And Asif Afridi might be that weak link that Usman Shanmari was supposed to be, as he's been taken to Tongtown by Hussain very early in his over.
That required rate 12.46 ho jata hai yaar.
You need 2 very good batsmen at the crease, and we have one of them right now. I'm not too sure about Saif Badr.
हाँ सैफ बदर ये उसमें हिटिंग एबिलिटी है.
I think I would have sent Amri Amin ahead of him.
Fair point.
Hussain Talat this time yorked by Asif Afridi.
I think he was thinking more about the shot than the ball when it was coming.
Yeah.
But already they've had a single, a double and a six. 4 deliveries, still two deliveries left. तो अभी भी एक और 6 पड़ जाए तो फिर मैच में थोड़ा सा तड़का लग जाएगा, मज़ा आ जाएगा.
126 for 4.
आसिफ अफरीदी बेचारे स्कूल टीचर नहीं लगते किसी के. Very शरीफ आदमी.
Does look like he teaches
शरीफ
math.
आदमी vibes.
Full length delivery.
Blocked himself.
Asif is bowling really well here. He's watching the batsman move around the crease and kind of following him.
I think 10 रन भी ठीक है, लेकिन इसके अलावा उससे ज़्यादा कुछ ना दे.
नहीं 20-25 भी
वो नहीं पड़े उनको thankfully.
127 for 4. Last ball of the over coming up, and
80 needed of 37.
Asif's only given away 10. Let's see what Saif can do. I say Saif should go for the big one here.
यार percentages खेले ना अपनी, थोड़ा वेट कर ले या शायद ट्राई भी कर ले, हो भी सकता है.
Let's see what he does. As he drives it straight back to Afridi for no run.
Good shooter there from Asif Afridi.
Yeah, he looks like he's missed out though, Saif. Very disappointed in that effort. 14 overs gone, 127 for 4. This is becoming increasingly unlikely for Southern Punjab.
यार 80 of 36 तो हो जाते हैं.
With 2 Shaheen Afridi overs?
ये आपने twist डाल दिया ना फिर कहानी में.
I mean, that's their biggest asset. It's Pakistan's biggest asset.
100% कौमी हीरो है हमारा, कौमी एहसास है hashtag. But yes, it's now or never. I think taking it late has its merits, but जब late करके एक शाहीन अफरीदी जैसे डीमन खड़ा हो फिर तो कुछ नहीं होना आपसे. You have to take your chances. देखते हैं अब कौन.
Something has to go very wrong for Shaheen Shah Afridi tonight for Southern to win this game.
It will take an absolutely miraculous one. But their worms are pretty close together. Even the stage where they lost their wickets. जब इस stage पे उनकी wicket गिरी थी फिर Hafiz and Malik took the game away.
But you can look at the worm like just curving upwards rather radically towards the end for Khyber Pakhtunkhwa.
When Malik started hitting sixes and then Hafiz got into the attack, into the act as well. So have to be careful. But अच्छा है यार, thriller match, अच्छा है, interesting है, आखिरी over तक जाएगा. So it's gonna be fun. At least आखिरी 2 over तक तो definitely जाएगा.
Yeah.
But Hussain Talib playing a fabulous innings. He's feeling the pinch, feeling the pressure. थोड़े से थक गए हैं, hard running भी कर रहे हैं तब से. Really been rotating strike well with Khushdil Shah especially. तो अब देखते हैं क्या होता है यार. Let's see.
127 for 4 after 14.
Wahab Riaz.
Riaz is going to continue. What a shot that is. That is innovative and it is effective. I think that's gone all the way. Hussain Talat has moved across his crease and just parried this over the inner circle. There was nobody outside of it behind square, and I think he's got the maximum value for his shot here. Let's see what the umpire has to say. I think it's gone all the way, but
इतनी छोटी बाउंड्री पे डेफिनेटली चांस बनता है 6 का, बट इफ ही हैज देन व्हाट अ स्टार्ट टू द ओवर. वहाब रियाज के खिलाफ आप ऐसे शॉट खेलें. शान मसूद इन द डग आउट, he absolutely can't.
Boundary of the first ball of the over is always effective. Let's take a look at what the replay says.
Great shot.
And I think it's
that is a 6.
Yeah, comfortably over the line.
Oh,
no, that's a 4.
टक के बिल्कुल वो स्कर्टिंग के सामने गिरी है बॉल. So but a good start to the over. चौका मिल गया है. वहाब रियाज को 6 मारना, straight 6s मारना. It's very difficult with his pace and extra bounce. So getting a boundary off the first ball is an absolute bonus. Let's see if he can manipulate the ball behind point or play more of those flip shots and try to get some boundaries. Maybe अब सैफ बदर को expose करना वहाब के खिलाफ is not a good idea probably. But I think Wahab should also think about coming round the wicket. Maybe look for those Yorkers and get into that block hold. Length bowling का इस वक्त इस stage पे फ़ायदा नहीं है. You have to bowl it a lot fuller. Challenge Hussain Talat to hit you down the ground. Most likely he's not going to nail it, and long off and long on will be in play. But Hussain Talat काफ़ी थक गए हैं, काफ़ी hard running कर रहे हैं. यार थोड़ी सी 3-4 ओवर थोड़ी जान लगाओ, थोड़ी मेहनत करो, थोड़ी कोशिश करो. This is not the stage to let fatigue take over you mentally. So Wahab Riaz once again steaming in. Full ball, hit hard down the ground. Is it going to be caught? Yes, it is. What a catch, Shoaib Malik in the final. Look at that celebration, and Hussain Talat has given it away. Wahab Riaz, the kingpin, once again getting the big wicket and breaking the key partnership. And now Hussain Talat is going back for 63. He is shattered. He is disappointed. They're waiting for the no ball, but he's been caught to a stunning catch by the Sialkot stallion Shoaib Malik. And look at that catch.
You could tell by the celebration from Shoaib Malik that he knows that that's the catch that's probably going to win KP the tournament. And mind you, it's the veterans that have combined. Wahab Riaz with the ball and Malik with the catch. And what an effort that was. Khwaja made some serious ground to take a diving catch at the end of it. Shoaib Malik.
Selection.
that is remarkable fielding from Malik, really.
Good technique यार. देखिए उनके नी उन्होंने कितनी ज़बरदस्त तरीके से brace की है. Beautiful technique and a big catch and a big celebration by Malik. That meant a lot, but well played, Hussain Talat. A 63 at a strike rate of 180, a stunning innings, but it just might not be enough in the end. And they waited to check the no ball, but it seems it's fine. Wahab Riaz getting another big wicket, got Zishan Ashraf, and now got Hussain Talat, and now it's Amir Yamin joining Saif Badr. It's looking highly unlikely for Southern Punjab. They might have to take the defeat, and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa are going to be crowned the new national T20 champions. 131 for 5, 14.2 overs gone. Amir Yamin on 0, Saif Badr on 2. Wahab 2 for 23, another top performance in the final. And अब तो बहुत मुश्किल लग रहा है यार कि अब ये कर पाएँ. They needed Khushdil to play a big innings. They needed Hussain Talat to stay right till the end. Both things didn't happen. Khushdil gone for 40, Hussain Talat gone for 63. Wahab Riaz. Oh, that's a straight ball. Is it going to be given out? Oh my God, another decision going against the Khyber bowlers. That looked absolutely stone dead, and it's been given as leg buys. So I guess उन्होंने height पे कहा है कि भाई it's too high. But that looked very, very close. Musad Afzal, what do you think?
I just think that the umpires have made a blood pact to not give LBWs tonight. I have seen.
कहा है जी catch out हो या bold हो, हम कोई भी controversial decision नहीं देना चाहते क्योंकि DRS भी नहीं है. Well, let's take a look at that. Amir Yamin on strike. Might have pitched outside. Might be. Looks very close. I think pitched outside पे सिर्फ बचा है Amir Yamin. Otherwise, that looked very close.
That would have been definitely the final nail in Southern Punjab's burgundy coffin.
Burgundy wali, bilkul.
As he's opened the face of the bat,
run out
yes,
chance!
no, direct hit would have been
missed it.
Interesting, but it'll just be a single. And just not just the wicket, but look how quiet the over's gone. This final here at the National T20 Cup is fizzling out here as Shoaib Malik and Wahab Riaz have combined to take out the courage and the strength that Southern Punjab have shown.
And that is a shot played by Hussain Talat purely because of fatigue and the effect it had on his mental strength. वो थक गया था, उससे रनिंग नहीं हो रही थी. उसने कहा था यार मैं सिर्फ हिट मारूंगा. He knew that he couldn't challenge Wahab Riaz to a straight hit.
Wahab will continue up his drive. It
What
beats
a
the inner
shot!
circle. And the
Amir
man on the
Yamin ने
boundary
भी
will
कोई
collect.
princely cover drive मारी है बाबर आजम स्टाइल. उनका वो थोड़ा सा स्टैचर भी मैच होता है बाबर आजम के साथ. But there was a offside cover fielder in place, the sweeper cover. And Shoaib Malik with a big celebration यार. Yet another domestic T20 title. सारे तो ये सियालकोट स्टैलियन ये के साथ जीत चुके हैं. अब खैबर के साथ भी जीत जाएंगे.
Of Sialkot
100%
is continuing his great run here.
And he might even be man of the match in the final, you know, with the,
he is certainly
with his cameo, you
certainly more than a cameo. Got a 50.
Hashtag selection.
And, back of the length this time. An attempted pull that'll go to mid-wicket. Chance for a run-out. Show direct hit and. Definitely would have been in business. 134 for 5. 135 for 5, apologies, after 15. I think that's the last ball. Yep.
Another top over by another top bowler, Wahab Riaz, doing the damage. Shinwari ne bhi wickets liye hain. Wahab bhi 2 wickets lege. Shaheen Shah has got 2 wickets. So all the big names standing up in the big game.
And All Might is saying, Shoaib has guaranteed his hashtag selection.
Especially against the likes of Zimbabwe. But hopefully we will see some new faces in at least the 15 या 16 जो select होंगे उसमें तो कोई नए नाम आने चाहिए. Hopefully we can look forward to guys like Khushdil Shah तो I think definitely select होंगे. Maybe Hussain Talat could get a comeback. He does certainly merits one. But it's going to be Saif Badr without a helmet, without a cap, going to take on the left arm spin of Asif Afridi. Up to the angles, the percentages favor the bowler.
Yep.
But छोटा सा ground है. Saif Badr भी अच्छे hitter हैं, straight hitter, so he has an opportunity. And of course अब तो सोचने का वक्त गुजर गया है. 30 बॉलों में 72 रन करने हैं. So it's now or never. Got to go to Tonk Town and stay there.
Tossed up down the track, full length delivery, and you'll find long on. It'll just be a single though.
अब मसला ये क्योंकि वो तेज बॉल फ्लैट बॉलिंग कराने, you would probably be hard to get under the ball and go for long on or mid wicket. You have to look at the slog sweep and the square leg boundaries and target that. एजाज चीमा वो भी एक ब्यूटीफुल ब्रिल क्रीम बॉय थे अपने यूथ में. अब तो टाइम गुजर गया. Amir Yamin थोड़े से सुलझे हुए समझदार player हैं. Maybe he'll try those slog sweeps.
And another big shot across the
catch!
line this time.
Ooh.
One bounce and mid-wicket. Long on will come around to cut it off. If the
बल्कि फायदा ही हुआ, he didn't catch it quite on the bat. Fell short of the mid-wicket fielder, but the plan is clear. अब तो कोई सोचने का वक्त नहीं है. अब तो slogging का वक्त आ गया है. 70 needed of 28. So Asif Afridi might be in the game here, might get some wickets. Oh, he's gone down the ground and he's missed the ball. Completely stumped. Rizwan gets him in a flash. Saif Badr, the youngster, situation ही थी ऐसे मैच की. Went down, stepped out, pitched. Stepped out to beat the ball. Completely missed it. He threw it wide, and Rizwan with the easy as you like stumping in Saif Badr. Disappointing, but he really had no chance in this game.
KP are
match situation ही ऐसी थी.
yeah. KP are just writing the final few words of what has been a great story, this National T20 Cup. It's important to just step back and reflect on this tournament as well. It's been a great effort by everybody, especially the PCB, to put it together under this pandemic. And for the players that have shown up,
वो जो COVID bubble इन्होंने execute किया है.
The players showing up, the batsmen showing up, a lot of 200 plus scores, a lot of young batsmen coming to the party. It's definitely.
Let's ask our change of pacers who has been their standout player, or standout performance, or standout match that they've really enjoyed. Personally, for me, I think the way Abdullah Shafiq made his T20 debut with a century, and the Tariq Saeed and Wasim Akram commentary sessions, I really enjoyed that about this tournament. Coverage भी बहुत अच्छी हुई है. चलो PTV Sports का हमें पता है.
Start थोड़ा slow
But जब हम upstream पे जब आप देख रहे हो, it's perfectly digitized and everything is perfectly good.
Yeah.
So
I personally enjoyed the Danish Aziz Miandad style finish. As Imran is stopped, he's not going to give up yet. He's going to go all the way for 6 over mid wicket.
क्या पता कि मोहम्मद इमरान बल्ले के साथ चल जाएं. But that's a good healthy hit, and the PCB chairman Sahab Ehsan Mani is also in the house.
Yeah,
so he's going to be giving out the silverware. So good to see him in attendance. And of course Wasim Khan साहब भी कहीं इधर-उधर घूम रहे होंगे, interviews दे रहे होंगे. As always, 143 for 6 after 15.4. Another oik, but goes straight to the short fine leg fielder. Quick single taken there. So Amir Yamin भी कोशिश करेंगे. दलेर प्लेयर हैं, एंड तक लड़ेंगे, एंड तक कोशिश करेंगे. बट आसिफ अफरीदी getting a wicket. Saif Badr stumped by Rizwan. Just typical immature spin bowling. ज़्यादा उसने flight नहीं दी. Just arrowing the ball in onto the stumps.
Tossed up again. A bit of a full length delivery, and misfield by Shaheen. Is that a mistake?
कोई बात नहीं यार. उनकी तो selection मुझे लगता हो ही जाएगी.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to worry about it.
Might be there, yeah. Abdullah Amin saying Danish Aziz has been very calm and composed. That's his go-to for the tournament. Zain is saying Shaheen is probably the standout player, but I think Abdullah Shafiq will be the find of the season.
100%, and a big talent. We're definitely going to be following his Qaid-e-Azam performances for Central Punjab. So definitely hope we found another star batsman. Haider Ali भी आ रहे हैं. रोहिल नज़ीर की सीज़न भी हमें देखनी पड़ेगी. हुसैन तलत की परफॉर्मेंस भी लोग मॉनिटर करेंगे. Can he show his quality? And of course Zishan Malik भी अच्छे टैलेंट लग रहे हैं टॉप ऑर्डर में. So a lot of young names coming up यार. अच्छी बात है. आकिफ जावेद की भी ये पहली probably Qaid-e-Azam की एक full season होगी. Hopefully he recovers from his injury. And of course the likes of Hasnain, Musa Khan and all these guys will be looking forward to their performances. Sharjeel भी I think first class काफ़ी देर बाद खेलेंगे. So that's going to be a good sign to have some young names who can challenge the more senior statesmen in the Pakistan national team.
145 for 6 as Shaheen now comes on. I mean,
that's going to be a 4. Third man's in the circle. Gandhi ball by Shaheen of all people. Tried to nail that Yorker but threw it too wide. And the third man was in the circle. Point was in the circle. Bottom edge that squirted away to the point boundary. 149 for 6 after 16.1. End tak lad rahe hain Southern Punjab, so credit to them. They have many unfancied names. They don't have a big name coach. They don't have any superstar players, but they've reached the final of the National T20 Cup final, and they've performed quite adequately. They've put on a good show. Kafi competitive game rahi hai. They have fought till the bitter end, but who knows? Maybe a miracle could still be on the cards.
I doubt it, but let's see. Shane Afridi this time full and straight outside off. And just immediately correcting. Look, just one bad ball. That's the maximum you're going to get from this young superstar.
and of course the Pindi ground is फिर 10-12 दिन बाद next Friday
Yeah.
we're gonna be right back with the Zimbabwe series starting
With the one-dayers, or
I think they're starting with the T20s, or I think it might be the one-dayers. I'm not quite sure 100%. Check करना पड़ेगा. I think our change of paces will definitely know exactly the schedule. लेकिन मुझे ये पता है कि next Friday is the first game, so really looking forward to that. It's going to be an exciting series. Zimbabwe ने भी काफ़ी strong team भेजी है, and plus there are ODI Super League points on the line. Look at that Yorker. How did that miss the off stump? Unbelievable bowling here from Shaheen Shah Afridi. Absolutely sensational. Amir Yamin had no chance. Right in the block hole. Perfect bowling. There's no chance he's going to touch that.
it's exceptional. This man can do no wrong, essentially.
देखो यार हर मैच में he gets the prized batsman of the opposition. He got Sharjeel Khan first ball, Soeb Maqsood first ball, and उसने उधर ही मैच basically पासा पलट दिया मैच का उधर ही straight away #पासा and 149 for
149. We'll continue here as Shaheen Afridi goes
oh,
big.
let's go! Oh यार
Just falling short of.
यार बेचारे आसिफ ने full effort की उसको तो बूथे पे लग सकती थी ball, and Shaheen applauding his brilliant effort. 150 up for Southern Punjab. पूरी टीम आई उसको congratulate करने just because he stopped to 4. Unbelievable scenes. ऐसा लगता है जैसे वसीम अकरम ने वो आउट किया था ना वो 92 वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल सारे आगे थे.
I also think that they've realized they've won the game.
जबरदस्त एफर्ट किए यार आसिफ अफरीदी ने. I think he could be an outside pick for Peshawar Zalmi. He looks like a good mature bowler that could be very handy in PSL. So it's good to see, you know, the unheralded, uncelebrated players like Asif Afridi.
Yeah, for sure.
And Danish Aziz, Amir Amin, जिनको लोग पूछता नहीं है इस स्टेज पे आके परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं.
What a shot that is. It's just going to go over the boundary for 6. That is incredible from Imran. Shaheen can only smile back at him. It was
Imran
quick.
is only dealing in sixes.
Honestly, it was quick and it was approaching the throat of the batsman, but he managed to get out of the way, open the face of the bat.
That is a Sachin style ramp shot over third man and has gone all the way for 6. Shaheen Shah Afridi has been stunned, but Mohammad Imran, he's battling. He's showing some of his quality here. And even Rizwan is smiling कि यार ये क्या हुआ मेरे साथ. But यार इमरान देखो 3 बॉलों में 11 रन 4 बॉलों में अभी भी लगे हुए हैं. 154 for 6 last ball of Shaheen's over spoiling his figures. From 2 for 10 he's gone to 2 for 24. But चलो अब तो मैच
driven well. We'll go to the offside and it might just come back for 2. They will. But yeah, this game is definitely.
And I think this Pindi ground would finally get a break and allow the ground staff to get in and start fixing it. Because ऐसी आउटफील्ड के साथ आप जिम्बाब्वे के खिलाफ तो डेफिनेटली मैच नहीं खेल सकते. मरम्मत की बहुत शदीद ज़रूरत है. इधर तो चलो डेली डबल मैचेस हो रहे हैं. देयर इज़ बीन नो रेस्पाइट, बट नाउ दिस ग्राउंड विल बी एबल टू टेक अ साई ऑफ रिलीफ. यार मुझे भी साल है, द टाइम दो, पिच को रिकवर करने का टाइम दो. द पिच इज़ बीन प्रीटी गुड थ्रू आउट द टूर्नामेंट. सम ग्रास, सम बाउंस, some spin, everything on show, and of course plenty of big hitting. So I think थोड़ी सी outfield को ये लोग अगर ठीक कर लें, that'll be better for the players. Of course we don't want to lose anybody to injury. अभी भी उनका snail उनसे ऊपर है, but 6 विकेटें गिर चुकी हैं, tail enders आ चुके हैं, and it's just a mop-up job basically for Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, who are going to be crowned national T20 champions. Abdul Razak winning his first title as coach.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent start. And remember,
Subai hero भी वो बनने वाले हैं. So it's good to see a big name coach coming through. और रजी भाई की ऐसे स्टैचर भी है कि वो फ्यूचर पाकिस्तान कोच भी बन सकते हैं.
And remember at the start of the National T20 Cup, as it'll continue here outside edge, that'll go for 4. And
you never know, कुछ भी हो सकता है.
Riaz is keeping them in the game. They need 51 off 18. It's not impossible, Khwaja.
यार हमने ये PSL में देखा 42 of 18 तो रेगुलरली स्कोर होता था. और लोग कर लेते थे. 51 थोड़ा दूर है. But if they keep swinging away like that,
and they have another Shaheen over to deal with, that's always a big element here.
I think Shinwari का भी एक ओवर रह जाएगा क्योंकि Wahab is probably bowling his last over here, so you never know.
He's
anything can happen.
Steaming in full outside off.
Edge, but not 4. Thankfully, third man was very fine. Shaheen Shah Afridi बेचारे जब वो बॉलिंग पे नहीं हो तो बॉल उनको फॉलो ही कर रही होती. हमने देखा था PSL में he was diving and throwing himself all over the place, which basically gave me a heart attack in every game कि अगर शाहीन शाह अफरीदी इंजर हो गया फिर तो हमारी टीम वैसी तहस नहस हो जाएगी. बट अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह he is such a fine athlete, he's such a fully committed lion-hearted cricketer, playing a lot of cricket these last few months.
Yep.
And he looks fitter and stronger and bowling with some fire and venom even now. Wahab Riaz round the wicket.
Good
Imran,
delivery.
another
Nice.
hard slash, but the sweeper cover will come in.
That's where Wahab's experience is so good. He's so accurate with the
old
bowling
ball
at
ko
this stage.
Wahab ko मानना तो almost impossible is, to be quite honest. He bowls at good pace, 140, 145, and he's very good with those Yorkers coming round the wicket. Very hard to hit him. थोड़ा सा बस वो उनका होता है. He loses.
Azam
his
had
head.
a good tournament. Zainab is saying, yeah, Hassan Khan and Azam Khan both good.
हाँ हसान ने भी बहुत अच्छा
Yeah,
perform किया था.
the Quetta fan in Zainab is speaking out. Full length delivery in the air, should be taken by long off, and it is. That's the comfortable catch. Wahab Riaz gets another wicket. That's 3 for
Selection.
3 for 32 for him in this National T20 Cup final. Amir Yameen is probably going to have to wait longer for his Pakistan call-up, and Southern Punjab have slipped to 162 for 7. Khwaja, I know that the Burgundy boys had a bit of a story here to write tonight in terms of their comeback, but it would be fair to say that KP are deserved winners of this tournament. Definitely the most experienced team and the team with the best bowling attack, and more often than not in the T20 tournaments we see that it's the experience bowling attacks, and the best side usually has the best bowling attack in terms of who wins the tournament.
And let me give you some stats, Mr. Musadab.
Sure.
Fakhr now has more runs than anyone else in the tournament, 420 runs, including 5 50s.
Right.
तो फिर आप
Now-
ऐमी बातें बना रहे हैं.
Now you tell me this, that there's stats and then there's lies and all that.
Yeah.
But
Lies, damn lies and statistics.
now, if anybody who's watched this tournament knows where those runs have come and when they've come, and
How do
they
you-
haven't been consistent.
ये बात तो है. लेकिन कल भी उसने 50 मारी थी.
Kal or Aaj.
फिर बंदा क्या कह सकता है?
Hashtag selection. And inside edge, it just goes the wrong way. Does the keeper?
यार रिजवान आपको ये कैच पकड़ने चाहिए.
नहीं यार, वो उस तरफ चला गया था.
क्यों गए थे आप उस तरफ?
Because it was going down late.
यार लेकिन फिर भी कौमी
Late
हीरो
लगा
आप सुबह ही हीरो बनने वाले हो आप, टाइटल जीतने वाले हो, बट हाँ,
Yeah, you see what I mean?
अनबिलीवेबल एफर्ट दे दो. लुक एट दैट, द फ्लाइंग रिज.
Yeah.
बट अगर वो
You see
पकड़
the
लेता ये
you
कैच
see
फिर
the video that the ICC posted today of Rizwan?
Which one?
ICC made a Superman cartoon of Rizwan
Oh really? Yeah, I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to see that. Yeah.
of the catch that he took mid-off.
अच्छा हाँ,
Yeah.
yeah, that was probably the moment of the whole tournament.
Yeah, his catch is the best catch in the tournament.
यार उस पे भी काफी डिस्कशन हुई थी उस कैच पे.
Hmm.
I said कि रिजवान जैसे फील्डर से मुझे. Oh, another wicket from Wahab Riaz. He's edged it, and Rizwan pouches it this time. Wahab Riaz on the verge of a fifer in the National T20 Cup final. Hashtag
Selection. But again, Khwaja, this bowling attack, I wouldn't go to the batting to that extent, but KPK's bowling attack is as good as any franchise in the world.
unbelievable. भाई कोई नहीं हरा सकता इनको भाई. कौन हराएगा? अब बैटिंग भी उनकी तकरीबन उतनी स्ट्रांग है.
नहीं, फ्रेंचाइज लेवल पे बैटिंग इतनी मजबूत नहीं है.
यार फखर जमान,
ओके,
मोहम्मद रिजवान,
नो,
मलिक हफीज, कम ऑन मैन.
मलिक हफीज, हाँ ये भी है.
हाँ, एक बंदा उनके पास होता ना, एक और इफ्तिखार की जगह. If they had some, somebody like
हैदर.
हैदर होता फिर तो जी भाई खत्म हो गई बात.
Originally
ये टीम पाकिस्तान टीम नहीं, खैबर को उतारो वर्ल्ड कप.
ओरिजिनली हैदर ही था ना इनकी टीम.
Attack is not exactly there, but you can say so. Mohammad Ilyas, now James Ilyas, another edge, another 4 to third man. Third man is getting peppered. Shaheen Shafridi कह रहे कोई नहीं
There's-
मारा,
somehow
कोई नहीं मारा तुम हमारे चौका
By
मार
the
लो.
way, they're still in this game. 41 off 12. It's been done.
यार अब from who? मुझे जरा बताएं कौन थे ये कौमी हीरो ने जिन्होंने 41 of 12 मारे.
It's not been done by. I can't remember. If it's done by a
पाकिस्तानी तो नहीं कर
Pakistani.
सकते. Maybe it was नहीं, even in that Antigua match. यार छोड़ो यार, एमी दिल
Clutching at
ना,
straws.
बट दिल बर्दाश्त हो जाएंगे हम यार.
Clutching at straws. But no, KP are deserved winners of this tournament. And
यार लेकिन वही देखो आप 170 185 वो चेस कर लेते हैं
कर
यार.
लेते हैं. वो आपने आखिर में जो दिए ना, swing and a miss, and
ओए.
can't really expect more from Ilyas right now. Shaheen is fired up, and Zen is saying,
यार I have a question for you and all the change of paces out there. Will you play Shaheen Shafridi in the T20 series versus Zimbabwe?
no.
You would rest him.
Yes.
Okay, let's ask everybody else. Should Shaheen Shafridi play?
He's been playing cricket since the summer now, man. It's almost December.
लेकिन मुझे ये नहीं समझ आ रहा फिर क्यों ये खेल रहा है हर मैच.
I don't know.
इधर भी इक्का दुक्का मैच उन्होंने रेस्ट किया, वरना हर मैच खेल रहा था वो.
You know what I mean? Like he's gonna have to play Zimbabwe and then the PSL. He's definitely gonna rest that.
वहाँ वो तो सवाल ही नहीं पैदा होता लाहौर कैसे रेस्ट
आप तो धरना दे देंगे अगर ऐसा हुआ तो.
मैं मैच ही नहीं देखूंगा अगर शाहीन शाह अफरीदी हमारी टीम में नहीं हुआ. बट दैट इज अ वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन कि भाई व्हाई इज ही प्लेइंग सो मेनी
Yeah.
गेम्स.
Hasib
चलिए ये
is-
तो बड़ा फाइनल था.
Hasib is saying rest him, and Abdullah is saying rest him. We have more important tours to follow.
हाँ
Zain is saying rest
न्यूजीलैंड
him.
जाना है यार.
Yeah, and Zain is saying it's a perfect opportunity to test others. So
बिल्कुल
like
सही
what we
बात
said
है.
earlier, and Almighty is saying rest is best. As,
ईस्ट और वेस्ट रेस्ट शाहीन इज बेस्ट. अब अगर हसनैन हारिस और
nice drive from Imran, and go to cover.
so who would be your 5 pacers you're selecting or 4 pacers
Pesiat?
because home series is probably you're going to be opening with spin anyway with Imad Uzui. So who would be the 4 pacers you would select for the T20 series versus Zimbabwe?
Hasnain Musa.
Musa?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Why don't throw him in the mix?
Okay.
Rauf,
Yeah, of course.
and that gentleman who just got injured, if he's fit, Akif.
आकिफ तो फिट नहीं होगा.
Fit नहीं होगा.
वहाब हो गया ना
But
फिट.
again, Wahab needs rest as well. Big shot this time. He's cleared the inner
Not-
circle. No, he's not. This is just an easy catch at mid-off. Ridiculous.
नहीं वहाब को खेल क्या है.
If Wahab doesn't play, it's not because he doesn't deserve to play. More about
नहीं आई थिंक एक दो एक्सपीरियंस फास्ट बॉलर आपके पास होने चाहिए
तो
ना.
बस ठीक है ये खिला रहे हैं.
बल्कि आपको ये सोचना
What
पड़ेगा
about
कि
you? What 4 pacer are you playing?
यार हारिस रऊफ तो कंफर्म होगा.
Yeah.
हसनैन तो वो ऑलरेडी T20 साइड में है. वहाब को ले जाएं.
मूसा आपके लिए ठीक है?
यार मूसा वैसे आई डोंट माइंड टू बी क्वाइट ऑनेस्ट. बट आई एम जस्ट थिंकिंग कि न्यू बॉल कौन लेगा.
मतलब he's not been that खास in this tournament.
that खास
Yeah.
#खास
#खास.
#हल्का फुल्का. I just need a good experienced.
Abdullah Amir saying Haris, Wahab and Amir. Amir किस तरह आ गया?
यार आमिर का ये है ना आप उसको न्यू बॉल दे सकते हो इमाद के साथ. और आमिर ही हैज समथिंग टू प्रूव आफ्टर द इंग्लैंड टूर डिबाकल. आई थिंक दैट्स अ गुड आइडिया टू बी कॉन. इट्स
Zain is saying
अब्दुल्ला
Rauf,
सही कह रहा है वैसे.
Rauf, Riaz, Hasnain और वही Akif और Musa.
आकिफ तो इंजर्ड है. मूसा का यार वो मसला ये कि हमें
Chat is what we-
ओल्ड बॉल बॉलर हैं हमारे पास वहाब और हारिस रऊफ. हमें चाहिए न्यू बॉल बॉलर को. और
Oh, Hasib has a good shout. He's saying why not Ilyas as well?
Oh, good shot by Zahid Mahmood. Ricky Mahmood had just squeezed this past point, eased it for an effortless Babar Azam style boundary. Beautiful shot. And with Shaheen Shah Afridi gone for 3 for 32. His day is done. But once again, he's proved to be the match winner. यार इलियास न्यू बॉल वाला बॉलर चाहिए ना
He's
हमें.
saying Abdullah is saying give Haris the new ball, and Abdullah Amin is saying give Amir the new ball.
हाँ आमिर को न्यू बॉल अब दे दो इमाद के साथ. दैट्स मेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ सेंस टू बी क्वाइट ऑनेस्ट. सीनियर बॉलर भी हो गया, एक्सपीरियंस भी हो गया और उसका थोड़ा कॉन्फिडेंस भी बूस्ट हो जाएगा जिम्बाब्वे को बुली करके. फिर पीछे से वहाब होंगे या हारिस होंगे या हसनैन होंगे. यू ओनली नीड 2 of these 3. आई थिंक दैट मेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ सेंस इफ़ यू वांट टू रेस्ट शाहीन. आई ट्रूली होप दे रेस्ट शाहीन. और जो हम पूछ रहे थे T20 पहले हैं या ODI पहले हैं वो ज़रा बस कंफर्म कर लें. ज़रा क्रिकेट फो खोल के ज़रा स्केड्यूल चेक करें. हमारे इन्होंने आज दिखाया भी नहीं schedule, which is quite surprising.
They were showing it
Last
the other
over
night.
of the national T20 is coming up, and they only need another 31 runs. हो सकते हैं.
It's the ODIs that are first.
Oh shit, यानी फिर शाहीन खेलेगा ही खेलेगा.
They start at 8:30 a.m.
नहीं ये गलत हो गया.
That doesn't sound right.
I
That would
think
be
3 p.m. 2 p.m.
that would be
start.
9:30 a.m.
अच्छा उस्मान शिनवारी is bowling the last over of the T20. 31. चलो पहले बॉल तो सिंगल होगी, so they need 6s of every ball. 30 or 5.
Abdullah Amin कह रहे हैं if we riot if Shadab does not play at 5.
If what?
We riot if
हाँ.
Shadab does not play at 5.
यार उसका मौका ही नहीं आना बैटिंग में अगर हैदर और बाबर और वो हैं. बाबर ने तो आउट ही नहीं होना ऑफ कोर्स, एंड आई होप हैदर भी कभी ना आउट हुए. एंड फैक्स मैन इज इन गोल्डन फॉर्म एज वेल, एंड ही इज गॉट दैट डबल 100 अगेंस्ट जिम्बाब्वे एज वेल, सो ही फैंसीज देम. बट डेफिनेटली यार आई डू होप अब क्योंकि वनडे पहले हैं तो फिर शाहीन खेलेगा.
No.
उसके बाद फिर मुझे लगता है रेस्ट दे देंगे उसको.
Good delivery that by Usman Shinwari, creeping up on the bowler, on the batsman. It's been a good effort from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, obviously led by Mohammad Rizwan in this tournament, but their key marquee player has been Shaheen Shah Afridi, as is the case for any side that Shaheen plays in. He was the MVP for Khyber Pakhtunkhwa in
I think
this
he is
tournament.
easily man of the tournament because
Man of the tournament, bowler of the tournament, and
there we go. finally उन्होंने हमारी सोनी 30 next Friday is the first ODI, so of course Shaheen Shah Afridi will definitely be in that squad. So I think हाँ ठीक है, फिर T20s में उसको रेस्ट कर लें. Then we will be heading off to the land of Jacinda Baji.
Yeah,
Jacinda
waiting for us. As Usman Shinwari just what a shot! A helicopter from Imran will go all the way for 6 over long on. So Southern Punjab going down fighting. It's respectful to see, and of course Usman Shinwari is very used to this, being thrashed for 6s.
यार ऐसा तो ना कि आज रात तो सुबह हीरो बन गया यार.
सुबह हीरो तो बन गया वैसे. But I think
what a shot though. Dhoni, eat your heart out. Helicopter flicks 6 over mid wicket.
Can I say that tonight's pick of the bowlers has been Imran Khan Senior?
Yeah, I think definitely the
22 off 4 overs.
वो भी मुश्किल वक्त पे उसने bowling कराई थी. सही कह रहे हैं आप.
So Imran Khan definitely carving a piece of history for himself.
लेकिन the guy who broke open the match was of course Shaheen Shah Afridi.
Yeah.
Shoaib को out करके पहली ball.
Those
was
early,
the top run getter in this tournament before this game.
We talked about KP's bowling. What about their batting, Khwaja? How do you think they've fared this tournament as champions? Another 6. Imran is continuing his onslaught.
यार.
Goes over mid wicket. And
how much do they need?
They need 17 now of 3 deliveries.
Of 3 or 2 deliveries?
Of 2, 17 of 2, unfortunately.
लेकिन यार बंदा मार रहा है इमरान यार. आखिरी बॉल तक, आखिरी दम तक, आखिरी लम्बे तक लड़ रहे हैं यार.
You never know, it might be a no ball 6.
ये फातिमा फर्टिलाइजर का जादू तो वो एक डॉट बॉल खेल गया जाहिद, वरना ये हो जाने थे मैच. Look at that. Fetch it, buddy.
Maybe
Beautiful.
he's eyeing a PSL contract.
यार क्यों नहीं यार,
kind of
लाहौर को दे दो ये प्लेयर यार, 8 पे आके खेल ले.
Yeah, it could be better than one of their openers. 190 for 8.
आपकी क्या रैंक है पीएसएल में जरा बताएं हमें
यार.
6 पिक थी आपकी
एक
फर्स्ट
सीजन में बाहर हो गए. As Usman Shinwari continuing his afro flailing in the wind, and it's a no ball, and it might be.
Is it?
Yeah, that's got to be a no ball. It's above the waist.
हाइट की ठीक है यार, क्या
It's above the waist.
मैं समझा आपने उसका साइड स्टेप देख लिया उधर से. 90 विजन
इतनी अच्छी कवरेज नहीं.
Augmented reality में आप देख रहे हो. But there we go. The bibs are coming off. The halal champagne is being brought out by KP. They are officially the national team.
You know, we grew up in Saudi.
2020 champions. Mohammad Rizwan, yet another domestic title. He just keeps on racking them up. Well-deserved win for the outstanding side of the tournament, with the outstanding bowlers of the tournament, and of course the outstanding batsmen as well. Fakhar Zaman, top run getter ban gaya is tournament ke, so he's rightfully going to be playing again. There we go, last ball. It's all over with a big 6. Shinwari getting smashed for 6 once again. But Khyber Pakhtunkhwa are your national T20 Cup champions of 2020.
Yeah,
congrats, Mohammad Rizwan.
Much like the tournament, this match had everything. A blistering innings up front by Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, where Shoaib Malik and Muhammad Hafiz, the veterans of Pakistan cricket, took them to a total well over 200. And then when it came to the bowling, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa shone through with Shaheen Shah Afridi, the eagle of Pakistan cricket, who burst through their top order and clearly put them in pole position. But the game wasn't over there when Khushdul Shah and Hussain Talat, the Anthony Davis of the Pakistan cricket, put together a pretty decent partnership, and it looked like they were in business again until a good comeback from the KP bowling. And you have to mention Imran Khan Senior here, the second best economy rate in the tournament, just 22 runs off of his 4 overs. But customarily, Usman Shinwari got absolutely thrashed in the final over, but KP still held their nerve, and Southern Punjab, a valiant effort for them to just be here tonight. Remember, they beat Sindh by chasing over 200, and then they chased 160 in less than 12 overs, and then they went on to beat Northern, who were the favorites of the tournament in the semi-final. They have been deserved finalists tonight, but they've also been beaten by the better team. Deserved national T20 Cup champions are Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, led by Mohammad Rizwan, and marqueed by Shaheen Shah Afridi. We'll be back next week in just a few more days. Friday, we will have Zimbabwe versus Pakistan. The one-day internationals will kick off with Change of Pace Live, every ball-by-ball audio commentary. And let's see if the lineups get mixed up. Let's see if we have some new faces in Pakistan Green. Until then, apna khayal rakhein. Take care and good night.